शॉटगन लेके बैठा खंबा और इलीगल बातचीत चालू है मैं बैक सी 4 गाड़ी साथ मेरे भाई लोग हंसला डिलीट कर दिया ऐप नो टैक्सी ड्रिप अपना सही और असली है चेन मेरे भाई अब शूज भी है फैंसी नाइकी और एडी पे ड्रिप अभी आने वाली गुची और एलवी और फेंडी गाड़ी चले लेफ्ट राइट रेड लाइट थोड़े पूरी रात जैसे रोड मेरे बाप का है भाई लोग वाइब करे चेक फिर चिल करे साथ हमें पता ही नहीं जात क्या है अपना कोई लिमिट नहीं सपने हैं बहुत बड़े साला हमें पता नहीं औकात क्या है कमरे में काम करे चालू तो फिर पता भी नहीं चलता कि दिन क्या और रात क्या है वूफर्स बैंग करे भाई तेरा बैंग करे गाने सब बैंगर ही बैंग करे रोल करूं मनी जैसे भाई तेरा बैंग करे लफड़ा तो एक कॉल पे गैंग आके बैंग करे तुझे पता मेरा नाम काम आया जब भी माइक पे तो
What is up? Good morning, good morning, good
well,
morning.
Today we have the RX Derby going on. Now, you guys both have new
Shit, bhai
styles,
sahab,
new
heavy
comps.
late
So
ho
what do
gaya
you
tha
think
main.
of the recent changes that your
हो
opponents
गया
made?
था क्या हो गया हूँ
Yeah, I mean they switch comps mid-season.
हो गया
I
क्या
mean
match?
mid kickoff. I think kickoff. I think.
किस्मत अच्छी है,
it's nice to
किस्मत
see that
अच्छी है,
they're
मैच
trying
चालू
to
नहीं
initiate
हुआ
this.
भाई
It's,
साहब
very
मेरे को तो लगा था आज मैच
unique
चालू
to
हो
this
जाएगा
year
और
now.
मैं
I think
गया
too many of us played, so it's good. It's
आज
gonna
मेरे
be
को
a
लगा ही
good
था कि मैं जमा हूँ
to reach in 2026. That's like something in 2023, you know. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it should be easy.
That was very nice, Alex.
आज-
Thank you.
आज
And
मैं
Jeremy,
अभी ना आया, हाँ,
comment
अभी ना
감독님,
आया, भाई।
최근에 페이퍼렉스도 DRX도 새로운 변화.
यार आज मैं एक्चुअली जल्दी जिम चला गया था ना
변화에 대해서 어떻게
क्योंकि
보세요?
रात को EME है
우선 페이퍼렉스가 굉장히 뭐
또
여러
이슬리에.
가지 맵에서 좀 특이한 조합들을 많이 가지고 왔는데 그 조합들을 페이퍼렉스 스타일답게 굉장히 잘 만들어낸 것 같고
एक मिनट है
새로운
भाई
시도를 하고 있는 것
साहब
같은데 좀 좋은
Where is my
모습을 보여주고
puppy?
있는 것 같습니다.
Love you वेलकम वेलकम
새로운
वेलकम
시도 중에
दोस्तों
지금 썸띵 빅토하고 있는데 좀 별론 것 같은데.
Well, thank you,
Oh,
coaches.
shit.
That was very wholesome, and good luck today.
पिछली बार भी यही हुआ था कुछ सीखा नहीं उससे अबे यार मेरे को लगा मैं टाइम पे
Very
आऊंगा यार
wholesome indeed. Unless
अच्छे
you have
पे अच्छे से नहाना भी तो चाहिए ना
as of today, yeah. Thank you, Jen, for letting us get into
कैसी हो
the
मैं बहुत
minds
अच्छा यार
literally
आप
of
कैसे
the
हो
coaches over here. Pulling up our predictions, and we see I spy
भाई
with my little eye.
पिल्स्की हमेशा दुनिया के अगेंस्ट जाता है भाई ये बंदे का भले 67% सही होगा पर ये हमेशा उल्टा ही प्रिडिक्ट करता है ये बोलता है कि DRX जीतेगी आज PRX वाले दिन पे बोलता है DRX जीतेगी ब्रो हेल ना नाइट्रो भाई व्हाट्स अप वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम दोस्तों मैंने प्रेडिक्शंस दे दी है बाय द वे मैच चालू होने से पहले ही मैंने प्रेडिक्शंस दे दी है ओह शिट मेरे को गाली पड़ी होगी हाँ अभी पेपरएक्स ओह शिट पेपरएक्स 2-1 बोल दिया है मैंने पेपरएक्स 2-1 तो इसका मतलब आप समझ सकते हो कि पेपरएक्स जीतेगी वन साइडेड क्योंकि मेरा कर्ज जो है Twin, why you look so
Alright,
chopped?
well,
What
we're
do you
gonna see
mean so
indeed
chopped? Why
if
ball was
we
given
are
away,
indeed
yaar.
right as we head into this
What do
RX Derby.
you mean I look so
DRX is
chopped?
taking
Come
on
on.
Paper-Rex for today's match. Let's send it to the stage.
Hi Sakib bhai, what's up? चाइना में ऑल गेमर स्टाफ 1 देखा मैंने डांस हो जाए मेरे हैरानी गाने पे यार अभी डांस ये वाले स्ट्रीम पे एक्चुअली काफी प्रोफेशनल स्ट्रीम है ये रैंक ग्राइंड पे करेंगे डांस ओह शिट होल्ड अप चैट जी वाली स्ट्रीम नहीं किया तो किसी को ब्लेम भी नहीं कर पाया अपना तो ऐसा ही है भाई मैंने जी वाले दिन स्ट्रीम ही नहीं की ताकि कोई मेरे को गाली ना भर पाए कि भाई तूने स्ट्रीम की तो हार गई जी अब कैसे भरोगे मेरे को गाली बताओ मां कसम इतने गीले बाल नेक्स्ट स्ट्रीम पे करेंगे फिर लेट्स कीप दिस प्रोफेशनल ये डन यार होली मेरा स्ट्रीमर किधर गया भाई मेरा स्ट्रीमर अभी तक वीसी में क्यों नहीं आया यार कल भाई बैंगर मैच तो कल हुआ है बे दोस्तों पता है तुम लोग जिसने भी मिस किया ना उसने कल का एक बैंगर मिस किया है भाई कल अफगानिस्तान वर्सेस साउथ अफ्रीका नाम का एक बैंगर हुआ Beer is gonna win. Let's see. भाई कल वेस्ट इंडीज भी हरा दी भाई.
It's the
England को.
Pacific El Clasico once again. PRX
DRX
taking
versus
on
PRX.
Only one will survive this series. Will it be DRX? As we saw last
सिक
week,
जो बोल रहा है
DRX are
सिक पागल है
evolving
दिमाग
and
से भाई.
adapting and
वो जो
looking to
सेंसिक
be
नाम का
one
बंदा है
step
ना वो
ahead of
दिमाग
all
से
the
गया
teams
हुआ है.
in Pacific. But are they one step ahead of PRX? Can last year's kickoff champions claim their trophy once again?
Yeah, we'd love to see them go to an international event. They've had so many trials and tribulations to deal with a last-minute roster change, but they are always a team that performs better than the sum of their parts. And particularly when they make it to the international events, they are always doing damage. So we want to see them at Santiago one way or another.
Yeah, no two ways about it. This is a team with a lot of potential.
ये lower bracket
the
match है
wingman BD there, so channeling the power.
Oh yeah, he
Sunday
knows
को तो
that that's a
न्यूज़
good
पाकिस्तान
block
में
shot
मजा
for him,
आएगा
so
ये
he's brought it in.
सार.
But of course, they are taking on PRX. Will PRX take us up and down the PRX roller coaster of emotions once again, give their coaches and staff all the anxiety in the world to win this match and eventually return to the global stage? That's what everyone's hoping, but can they do it?
Yeah, I mean, this is a roster steeped in expectation. We know them to be one of the very best in Pacific. Bringing in Envy for this kickoff, for this year, expectations were at an all-time high. They found themselves down here in the lower bracket, on the brink of elimination, having to put yet another lower bracket run together if they want to make it to Masters.
They really want this revenge match against DRX as well, or it will be the same story as Chance. You do not want to get knocked out of the tournament by DRX
इसके पहले DRX versus PRX हुआ है क्या ये टूर्नामेंट में?
Absolutely. Both of these teams know each other so well. At this point, they've taken on each other numerous times here on the Pacific stage. And now with new additions to their roster, they're hoping that these slightly different flavors are going to give them an edge going into this series.
Yeah, absolutely. We take a look again at this veto. I predicted Paper Rex, and I love this veto for them. I feel like they've targeted the map. They've managed to do quite well as they get both Haven and Corrode in my mind, where we saw DRX make these changes, bringing the breach out on Haven, the KO
Haven,
on Corrode. I feel like they're gonna look to
DRX ने तो अपने पेस वाले मैप्स ले लिए बे चैट.
See, I feel completely opposite.
ये तो DRX ने DRX का गेम है. मेरे हिसाब से तो.
Why PRX haven't brought out the Haven earlier when it was only banned against them once by T1 when they've had such success in the off season? Why haven't they been confident enough to pull this out against somebody else? This is a map where DRX starting out on the attacking side, they are choosing to play into the strong side of PRX, and that tells me that they are confident in their attack with the double initiator, and they have a good game plan for PRX's comp here if they play the same comp that they played in the off-season.
Yeah, I mean, that's the question, is will they mix it up from what we saw from the
चल रहा है
off-season? Will DRX mix it up? Will they go back to double duelist?
मेरे को नहीं पता वो डिस्काउंट वगैरह का.
Because both these teams have proven to be very flexible,
मैं वही
showing
words use
a
करता
variety of styles already at kickoff. So
बताना
it makes the
चाहूँगा.
prep work for both of these coaching staffs
मुझे तो
very,
सीधा उन्होंने
very
भेजा है.
difficult, but it makes Haven
आवाज
very,
बहुत
very
लाउड है
interesting
क्या?
for us.
भाई ये पैसिफिक के गेम्स इतने लाउड क्यों होते हैं?
The tail breach on the side of DRX.
Wow,
And we're seeing
Phoenix!
that Yoru, Phoenix, and the Chamber on the side of PRX, just like we saw in the off-season.
Yeah, this is exactly what we've seen from them in
Phoenix,
that
Yoru,
we
Chamber,
on this Phoenix
Fade,
last week.
wow,
I kinda
bro.
love this pick, the vibe back on that
Oi!
Chamber. This to me feels
Tail breach!
essentially Paper Rex, and that's what I want to see from them.
This first half is going to be very important. In both of the off-season games, Paper Rex
भाई तुम लोग मेरे से
dominated
क्या
on the
पूछ रहे हो
defensive
यार?
side and then only needed to win pistol bonus to win the other two, the other half rather. Whereas you see DRX's game against Zeta, they had a 9-3 attacking side despite playing single duelist double initiator. Their attack was much better, quite similar to what you saw on
What's
Corrode
up,
against
everybody?
Chance.
Welcome to stream.
Which way is the momentum going to swing as we step
Boy, your
into our first
Chamber,
map of
Phoenix,
the day?
Yoru.
We are stepping
भाई साहब,
into
what is this?
Haven,
Ranked
Prx
com
and
W
Komodo.
Gaming.
Thank you very much, Desk. Yes, Ham Quack, this is Komodo, and we are
भाई,
kicking things off with the
मैंने अभी तक DRX का एक भी गेम नहीं देखा है
so
चैट.
far in the competitions.
पहला DRX गेम देख रहा हूँ मैं पूरा.
Thoughts? Yeah,
इसके पहले सिर्फ highlights देखे
it's
हैं.
fine. If you're coming in towards this elimination match and you're changing a lot of things, you're always going to be taking a risk. And I think we're starting to see a little bit of a new style.
चल ये तो correct channel है क्या बात
So you kind of
है?
got to stick with your guns going into this, because for those that might just be joining us right now,
Where is
for
doing
this match,
Chimkandi
this is
stuff
an
once
elimination
again?
game, but it's also
But
not
I
like
guess
you go straight into that best of
उनका
five
play style ही वही है ना
You gotta wait
W
for the
Gaming.
series as well. The loser of T1
वो लोग
and
उसको
BFM will
ये
play the
करना
winner of this
चाहेंगे
series,
भाई.
so it really is a
दबदबा
bit of a
बनाना
lower
चाहेंगे
bracket
अपना.
run for these two teams. And
Make
for
some
Prx, they've
noise.
been in these little bracket runs before, right? They
Woo!
started off
Good
in that lower
game.
seed, they ended up winning Toronto, but DRX,
यार आज बस एक ही गेम है दोस्तों,
they upset
ये एक
Prx
गेम,
in that sort of
फिर
run
रात को ये
again.
भी है गेम.
This is
भाई
the
कल से है
2025
मैचेस तो.
kickoff winners as
Kal
well.
se
Don't forget,
matches.
like they're a trophy winner themselves, DRX. They want to get back to this international stage as well. I think this video is going to be sick. If anyone was watching the off-season as well, you might already recognize that there is a very small change.
Prx was eliminated to Champions Prx after a loss to DRX भाई, क्योंकि उसमें flashback था ना. अभी flashback नहीं है, बिना flashback के ये लोग क्या ही करेंगे.
Just more awareness to be with the
भाई
team.
ये तो
So I think that's going to be very
इतना नीचे
interesting as
आने
well
का,
to see what is slightly
इतना
adapted
नीचे
towards
आने
this
का
one.
वही है.
And for the pistol,
सेंसिक का ट्वीट
it's
देखा,
gonna be
अरे
very
पागल है वो
important
बंदा.
from what we've seen, but the gun
वो
rounds
बंदा
for me
अपने
is
नाम
really
जैसा है.
meat and potatoes in this series.
दिमाग से
That's
सिक है
what we
वो.
all wanna look
ओ
out
भाई
for.
साहब.
Kicking things off for now. DRX on the
थोड़ी सी
attack,
आवाज
just
बढ़ा
hovering
देता हूँ.
around grass, but already Prx itching for the gunfight. Look at Defy with the headhunter.
I mean,
Bane
you've already
low
got
हुआ
Taylor
है यार.
slotted in towards
Bane को
C
dink
long at
पड़ा
the
होगा.
moment, so for freeing only there's one Salvo and the Sheriff. We're going to have to see what he's going to be able to potentially
Oh,
do
shit.
as
Envy versus
Envy
here
is
miss.
playing up a long
Shot
fights
Envy.
first frag on a Hermes.
भाई
and it's
इनवी
just
आजकल
battling mid
अलग
now.
लेवल पे ऑन हो
Yeah,
चुका
they're
है
all
चैट.
pushing up actually, all the way through
Wow,
window
देखो ना,
as well.
फिर से
If
चाटा.
he feels the extra confidence with the reinforcements
तेरी
coming
माँ को.
through to continue pushing past, but unfortunately Jing goes down just by a bit.
अरे?
Forsaken now going
Yunmin
for the
भाई?
pinch, and that leaves Mako stranded. Really.
Yep. Not a lot of utility for anyone to be
Mako
using
1v4.
right now. It's just gunshots
Oh
ablaze.
shit, Bane भी है.
Everyone looking for him,
Chata,
and they're very
chata.
individual at the moment, aren't they,
Oh my.
as well? Unfortunately,
Chata.
Marco getting
Chata,
taken
good
down.
round, good round.
That
Nice
is
job.
an unorthodox pistol.
Thoughts on
But
today's
Paper
match?
X really taking the
Yeah,
fight to
yeah.
DRX to start things off.
मैं तो
Keep
बोल
it
रहा हूँ Paper X
mellow
2-1.
as well. Start things off nicely.
भाई
Yeah,
यार
it's quite. No, it's
युनमिन और
Alex
फ्लैशबैक को देखने में मजा आता था
I
यार.
don't know. Mako
वो मजा
dying
नहीं
at
रहा,
the end,
पता है युनमिन और
with the
फ्लैशबैक वाला जो
whole
मजा
round
होता था
playing
ना
out
एक.
this way, Envy pushing all the way up. It's tough. It's unexpected. DRX tends to go for this
भाई
really sort of,
खगू तारा
I guess,
सीधा.
passive reactionary style on the attacking side sometimes. So I guess they do get surprised somewhat. Mako did win the skirmish though, so I was expecting a little bit more.
What?
We'll see.
I mean,
Mako skirmish जीता?
I think at the end of the day, regardless of the way that one went,
ओ
this video
तेरी.
would be, you're feeling pretty okay about it.
लाइनअप वाइनअप दे रहे हैं.
For me as well, I kind of am
यार
thinking about Haven,
DRX
this
अपना
A
डबल
off
डू
for
लिस्ट
someone
जब से
like
लाई
Jing,
थी ना
right?
योरू
On the
वेले
Phoenix,
बहुत
low
अच्छा
ult
चला उनका.
counts,
क्या
how
रन
much
था
are
वो.
you gonna be able to get
पूरा
away with
मेटा वो
getting
लोग
that ult for free when you've got the breach Teo?
उल्टा
you know, you
पुल्टा
can be
कर दिए
stunning
थे.
him off the line. You can be early salvoing him off
Champions
the line.
में
denying
fourth
the
आए थे ना
chance
ये
to
लोग.
run it back to really keep on going.
फोर्थ आए थे या
In
थर्ड आए
this
थे.
round though, Bane, see you later. You've got all the C territory right now for Paper X as well. You know this is now an
अब
EMA.
शुद्ध मैं हेयर कट कर ला रहे यार. हेयर कट नहीं करनी है, बाल बढ़ाने हैं अभी.
Waiting for DRX to make the move.
मेरे बाल तो गीले हैं
It's
ना,
initial
इसको मार
salvos
के
and everything for now, but Paper X
Sad भी नहीं
already
कर सकते.
close to the site.
Oh, shot
Instant
Jing.
shot from Jing. And the rest of it to follow through with the Fade utility coming through slowly but surely.
Hi, Bart
Flashes
bhai.
going in as well, and DRX are pretty much backed into the corner, but Free will still be able
Oh,
to take that one
dawai
at the very
bhai.
least until
Vamos.
the entire site gets surrounded. So defuse pretty
Third
clean
आए थे
and
ना
eager
वही.
from Paper X.
Plan's
सोचो.
not too bad for DRX to go in towards their first buy round as well right now, so we'll see what their first attacking installment will look like and
Like
how
there's something
structured
else
they are
made
going to
up,
be
right?
in this series as well, right? We've already seen DRX be playing
उससे
this map
बहुत
of
अच्छे
Haven
options
against
हैं
Faded
आपके
Vision,
पास.
as Pilsky was highlighting as well, right? You feel pretty confident coming out of that
क्या
series
shot
when
दिया
you
उसने
have some
युनमिन को.
comp changes coming through and everything's kind of going your way on the attacking side. A slight hiccup in this map right now for DRX's side, dropping the pistol, dropping the second, but as I said with the plant, we'll see how potent this buy will be for them when you do consider that Paper X do have the run-it back. That's why I was mentioning that earlier on, such a cheap ult to be able to get out, to have potential mass
Paper X
impacts.
Champions में fourth आए
Especially
थे.
on maybe retakes or just info gathering if
Or
you do
DRX
so
third आए
choose.
थे.
But right now, DRX angling towards a split.
Something again up
Prime
through C.
Guardian.
See that last round, see it this round, all of the information that you want for Paper X to come
Prime
towards
Guardian
this A side.
8 on 10.
Yeah, just hearing all the information going through. So something will be able to TP
Right, but
across
Chamber is such a
over
good
to the
pick on
team.
Haven, bro.
Envy though, kind of pinned down for now. He's still looking for a couple of shots with the Sheriff still.
Oh,
Jing
look,
does
yeah,
arrive
उसने बहुत
just in
सारा.
time to
निकाल
do
सकते,
enough
निकाल
damage.
सकते,
Everyone
winnable
will
है.
be waterfalling through from the top of the window
Oh,
now, and that's
saw
exactly where
one-sided
Paper X managed to
domination.
strike back. picking up the bonus.
क्या बात
Flooding
है?
in towards the site before the plant can
लेनी
even be
चाहिए क्या?
established.
बिल्कुल।
That's just the power
बिल्कुल
that
लेनी चाहिए
something on
भाई।
this Yoru is going to
Must
be
have है वो तो।
presenting on this map for us right now. And again, for something who has had a very shaky kickoff as well, right? Our star starter player of the 2025 season is in the middle of the pack, essentially, when it comes to
मेरे को दवाई के
players
दो
in
शॉट
Pacific
दिखा
this
दो
time
भाई।
around. So we're trying to see, you know, comfort levels and really shot levels at the end of the day to come out from himself. He's able to be having the impact, finding all the information right now on this Yoru, getting 30 of the kills as well. That's
Okay,
really
yeah.
mass confidence coming forward towards Paper X in this best of 3. And now we'll get to see the big state of Valorant. When you find that bonus, how much do you snowball with on this defensive side?
Yeah, because technically you should be snowballing so much.
I mean, it's
चंद्र
a
प्रकाश
lot of broken
ऐसा
state
दिख
of
रहा है
affairs
जैसे
of
मेरा
Valorant
नाम
at the
चंद्र
moment that we
प्रकाश
probably
होगा।
maybe need to see some changes coming in a little bit later on. Right now, though, plant for DRX, they've got in towards this A site yet again, and it's just going to be a 5v5.
All the way in through the site. But of course, you do have that duelist coming through. Instant curveball into the site, able to react all around.
भाई,
Even into the corners, Bane.
DRX वालों को A नहीं जाना चाहिए
Mongo
मतलब।
with the sheriff. Perhaps looking for pot shots through the smoke now. Another to his name. Set himself up. Another sort of one-way. Wild TP though. Punished for that.
A good attempt at the end of the day, but Devi's watching that from up above. Just a firing squad going towards him. And you feel there's not much that you're going to be able to do at the back of that. 4-0 for Paper X.
नाइस यार, अच्छी स्टार्ट है।
Not needing too much coach intervention
Around 5K
just yet,
फिर
you
around
would
5K
say,
VXC मिल
unless the
जाएंगे।
next
VXC
gun
के
round
बहुत
that you
अच्छे
do
होते
have
हैं।
spirals out of
और,
control. Because if Paper X are going to be, as
भाई,
we know,
क्या
Paper
flash
X
था ये?
are happy to take the gunfight.
उसके अलावा
and all
Skyrox
5
V8
members
मिल
on this stage
जाएगा।
right now are feeling sharp,
V6
and
मिल
everything's
जाएगा।
flowing. They
दोनों
are
ही
going to
बहुत
continue to
दोनों ही
float
बहुत
on
अच्छे
that
mouse
stream
हैं।
and continue
Razer
to take
Cobra
these
मिल
fights.
जाएगा।
So it's going to be really important for DRX right now to have some impact come this round.
They're gonna smoke. Ready? They smoke ready. Ready? Flash TP. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Flash. I'm ready also.
That's some good coordination for the A-long.
I'm ready also.
Rex there. As I mentioned as well, early salvos,
भाई
for
वो तो
example,
B पे है
to
दवाई।
off-put Jinx chances of getting the orbs. It'll keep some interest from Paper X over at that A side as well, because they are playing the technical 1-1-3
खाली
at the
side।
moment. And it's just
चलो
something
अभी,
who's the
घुस
closest
जा
to C,
अंदर।
but it's an untenable situation for him to get in too early.
और G2 wanted to get champs
So
and
once
masters।
more, it's going to be a 5v5 retake. Divide with the
भाई पूरी
operator
दुनिया
in
में किसी
hand
को
as
नहीं
well.
लगा था।
Keep a potential
भाई
eye on that.
इसको देखो,
Pretty
कसम।
good call coming through from DRX.
Lurking
especially
लोगों का
Hermes
lurker।
hearing all the footsteps for now.
They are not even looking towards the spawn at the moment. This is not in Paper Rex's mindscape whatsoever.
This could be 2 big kills. Instant numbers advantage for DRX.
Unless he
अरे
takes
वो
you off.
वो
Yeah,
देखो
a little bit
उधर।
of time for now, but still able to hold around the
nice
smoke,
shot।
around C Link for now. And
पता है
there
Phoenix
goes the
भी
kill.
है।
It's not the 2 that we were thinking of. Jing is still alive.
Nice, भाई।
However, it's now instantly a
पहला
2v5.
राउंड DRX
Paper
ने
X
जो अच्छे से खेला है।
can't really respond
पहला
in
राउंड।
this situation. The best I can hope for is this kill against Hermes, and then a save. Hunting down Hermes right now, but look at how he backtracks all the way into spawn.
Yeah, doesn't even get that kill, unfortunately. Jing. Devi will hold the operator in towards the next round. I'm not exactly sure if he did take a pot shot with that one at the tail end, escape for the save call, so it might be, you know, not noted that it's going to be in possession, but with the money situation of Paper X, you just assume that there's going to be an operator in play anyways for Devi. We'll see how impactful he is going to be with this weapon as well.
भाई
Because
स्मोक के वो जगह पे
really
खेलना
generally
is
see him
really
opt
smart
for
भाई।
it when he is playing the
मैंने देखा ranked game में बहुत लोग करते हैं स्मोक के
outside
वहाँ
of
पे
his
खेलते
pool,
हैं।
so to speak. But it's cool to see change-ups if it's going to work for Paper X.
Missile deployed.
It's the same
Paper X
established
3 A
start
start करती है
of
हर
utility
round।
over at A-Long. The same flash
Sorry,
combo
चार
to come
start
out from Paper
करी, my
X, same
bad।
scaling and to send something over towards the C site where this time it's not going to be absent.
अपने B पे एक
The
deep
operator
trap
and
के
Devi
दम पे
already
खेल
on
रहे
the
हैं बस।
line as Envy grabs
Retake
A
किससे
orb.
करेंगे?
And a Nightfall
Envy
available
का
for
ulti।
this B potential retake again.
Yeah, still quick take from DRX though. We'll see how
Marco
they
का flash
can
बचा
possibly
हुआ है।
respond or anticipate some of these ultimates so far. Nightfall getting sent through. A blaze wall into sight as well, but look at Mako.
Ult भी
You're
आया
going
है
to have to
अभी
take these fights at the moment and find them convincingly for Paper X. There's the Rolling Thunder for Bane if he needs as well, but so far so good for DRX finding all of these kills.
Evaded the Nightfall, went stepped
nice
back
round,
into
bhai.
the fights as well. It's a tough
Nice
one
round.
for
क्या
Paper
commit
X.
था?
2 players alive, and they still want to hold on to the op as well. So trying to hang
इतना
back, but
प्यार
Green
से
does manage to hold the
साइट
right
लिया
angle
और
against
बाद
Devi.
में उनको रीटेक पे मारा है यार।
It feels very comfortable again for freeing.
बहुत अच्छा
and
खेले।
my
Hi,
sort of
Vishnu.
picture of him right now.
R1
And this
is a
Teo is
beast.
back
एक
on
साल से
play.
मेरे पास है ना.
Always just feel
R1
like you
R1 अच्छा
associate
mouse है.
an agent with a
देखा
player,
मैंने
and for me, it's freeing on this Teo when we throw it back towards his introduction to Valorant last year. I'm sort of kind of meandering on this for DRX as well, right? Because this composition can be very telegraphed. When you drop that breach utility, when you drop in that Teo utility, you're generally
Tails
trying
को
to
approach करके
execute
एक
on
roster
the
बना
back
लो
of it, not
27
wait for
के
any
लिए.
refresh time for the breach, because Teo has none. So the fact that DRX are kind of able to get in towards these sites over at A, over towards B, over towards C, get these plants down, and unless Paper X
भाई
are
DRX तो
already there
अचानक
to
से
take the
अच्छा
fight,
खेलने
they're
लग
gonna
गई
have
chat.
to either decide to flood retake early or quick retake after plant, and not really
अचानक
being
से
able to
अच्छा
do
खेलने
so
लग
too
गई भाई
much now,
साहब.
you would assume for DRX in the 2 rounds that they've gathered.
इको राउंड आ गया अब.
Will this be a change though? Over towards C?
अरे
No,
भाई
not
साहब,
really.
क्या swing.
Immediate decapitation.
Side
No,
खाली.
sir. This is not even parliamentary procedure. This is just DRX going
Dawai.
in, especially
Uncle
the
Dawai
Paper
getting the
don't quite
kills?
have the guns, except for
Oh,
Dawai
तेरी
though.
Uncle
Off the back
Dawai.
site and steps away, eats paranoia, but still tucked into the smokes. Looks for the right opportunity to possibly thwart the
अरे
spike
Uncle
plant. Managed to take down
Dawai.
Mako as well. Still has ammo to go for a little bit more.
They haven't planted just yet. They know the retreat
Oh,
from Freeing has gone through the
awesome.
garage. He popped that
Char
trademark as
maar
well.
diya.
But a 1 versus 2. Freeing does have a drone and the Armageddon available with crosshair placement that you would assume has to be superior right now, because Devi has already showcased that in this round. Mate, he's got a 4K. Devi is looking for the
पागल हो गया भाई
ace.
दवाई.
Yeah, it's on a heater for sure. Could even potentially play for bait around with
तेरी
Indy.
फ्रीइंग को देखो.
Freeing though, into the right spot. Devi could do so, heads up
Bhai,
duel, but it's not
char
gonna
round
happen.
bhai
Elevated
sahab.
angles.
4 राउंड
Shot
भाई
in torso
साहब.
as well. Paper Rex
भाई मेरे
with
को
an
ऐसा लग रहा है
ace
मैंने वो
will go
देखा.
up to 5 rounds.
मैंने वो विजुअलाइज
I
किया
believe
कि
that's the
अंकल
11th
दवाई
ace
वहाँ पे
coming
4
through
मारेंगे.
in Pacific at this kickoff so far. So well done, Devi.
Shit.
Being able to pick up that one on the chamber.
भाई
because,
साहब good
you know,
round
for
यार.
me, the chamber is all about being able to tap heads and shoot your opponents on this Sentinel line, and well, he's just been able to do
Vamos.
that. So well done.
Honestly,
The Predator
vamos,
ace
bro.
coming Devi's way.
Low by round.
And around back
Low
towards
by
Paper
round.
X, where you think maybe DRX would have, with a 2-player opener, by
Kari
the way,
कौन था
a
एक तो
3
ये भाई
versus
इनवी का.
5 for Paper X, be able to establish a plant,
अरे मिस हो
defend it.
गया.
Unlucky for DRX,
क्या बात है क्या बात.
because it's also funny that Paper X win that 3 versus 5 for me, because they're the team that normally has those 5 versus 3 advantages and drops them. So a bit of their own medicine throw the way they did to DRX in this one.
Over lovely. That was like a slight half buy for a Paper X as well. But moving on, do have the headhunter
Oh,
toward force being pulled out.
शॉटी से इतना दूर लग गया.
DRX being quite cautionary around
Spread नहीं हो जाती इतनी गोलियां.
Although Paper X
Nocturnal
continue
Phantom
to
good.
scale up a
Phantom
lot of the
बहुत अच्छी है
extremities
भाई,
of the
बहुत
map.
clean skin है वो. Something को देखो.
DRX trying to
अरे
go with the
never
full
mind
5-man
भाई.
punch right now.
भाई ये यून में चलते चलते कैसे मारता है बे?
Yeah, do they use the Armageddon?
Booting से भी उतना अच्छा नहीं मार सकते हो.
Stuck between a rock and a hard place and a
Oh,
retrieval mission.
Nice
Now
try,
they're gonna put
bro.
him 6 feet under, 3
3v4 हो
versus
गया.
4, with a lot of this utility being invested early on.
Ult नहीं है इन लोग
DRX
के
to
पास
try
कोई
and get
retake
this
करने
plant
के लिए.
really on the tail ult
भाई
right
दवाई
now,
का shot
but it's
लगना
sort of
चाहिए.
forced him to fight,
अरे
he can't pepper
Bane.
and finish off Bane.
ये वैंडल में कुछ तो बात है दोस्तों, ये वैंडल में कुछ तो बात है.
Can go down, and they're just taking the fights, trying to off-put DRX, but now when the dust settles, it's Jing.
Yeah, losing some
इसी
members
वजह
in the
से
whole
अबे
process
मैं
of
हूँ
it, so
already,
1v2 now. They know exactly where he is or where he could show up from, so the cage comes down, makes it a little bit more
निकालता है
difficult.
Jing
He's out of
1v2,
utility
easy 1v2
as
है
well.
Jing के लिए.
Just has to come down.
अरे
Down
अरे
slices the pie. Unfortunately,
अब
neglects
ये
the
angle
check
check
for
नहीं
B,
कर
so
रहा है.
Hyunmin will be the one
यून
to
में
take the
इतना
round for
इतना
DRX.
डेंजर भी रिपोजिशन
Jing
नहीं
got
किया
that
भाई,
kill,
उसने बहुत
got one
ऑब्वियस
over
है कि
the 1 versus
रिपोजिशन
2. He
किया.
has the ult, the runner back, and it would have given him another life to try and make that retake happen. A very dry contact play for DRX over towards the beginnings of A, and then turning up the pace with the
भाई
trades
यहाँ पे
coming
Bane ने
out,
निकाला
Hyunmin
round.
getting in, getting out, and 2 heavy ults
ये
invested
वाला
in
जो
this
kill
round
निकाला
as
ना
well.
दवाई पे.
Not in tandem either, by the way.
Unlucky था,
2
bro.
different lines of sight
Honestly,
coming out for the
unlucky
Waylay
था.
ult and the Teo ult.
Fidget spinner लोगे.
But they do manage to get in towards the site and hold it as well, DRX. So keeping this one in some good form, some good challenges.
Still similar-ish approaches, though. Different players coming down on A long for now.
Yeah, spotting out the further information from the
भाई
Prowler
गया
as well.
बेचारा हरमिस.
Be worth it for Hermes to try and draw a lot of attention towards this spot, make him think that they're
भाई वो
still
कितना
hanging
aware है कि यहाँ पे
around.
ऑपरेटर होगी.
Risky business though to hang around the cage when it drops in the open against an operator perhaps though,
मर
as
गया फिर
Dwight
भी.
will find him in that very moment.
You have to get the plant down now. You spent so many players, so many resources to try to get the spike in, but then you get stopped by the run it back.
DRX
will stand feet.
PaperX को मोमेंटम मिल गया ना तो DRX कोई भी राउंड नहीं निकालेगी बे.
Unfortunately, you lost all initiative
इन लोग के बंदे शूट शॉट रे
That's why all
भाई.
the angles start to get held by
Shot
PaperX,
रे भाई.
especially with the operator still coming through. It's
अरे
another
भाई
shot for
साहब तीसरा
Divide.
भी.
And PaperX will move up to a 6th.
It looks a little bit one-dimensional in that sort
भाई
of position
PaperX
from
में ना
DRX as well, right? They get
कोई
pushed
भी
off,
प्लेयर
being able to do
कंसिस्टेंट ना
anything
हो
over
ना
at
हो.
A. They're
एक
not
प्लेयर
up
है
through C with
जो
any sort of
मारता ही
space
मारता है.
gains just
वो
yet.
दवाई है.
So where
हर
else are they
गेम
gonna be able
मारता
to
है
go?
भाई,
Well,
हर
if it's
गेम.
the B site or it's Garage, you're happy as Larry holding that one.
PaperX का सबसे consistent player होगा.
There's no drone action coming through from DRX at that moment. They're looking to kind of dry waltz in towards the B side at that point in time because
Gul दवाई से पापा दवाई.
Again, this Breach Teo comp, it has some power, but it has some falterings as well. You're not able to have that initial set of utility gain advantage. 3 to 6 in favor of PaperX, where DRX now to call their first timeout and figure out, are they going to be able to get something better
recon आया
than
946 DP में क्या बात है भाई.
perhaps?
इतना अच्छा डिस्काउंट मिलता है भाई मेरे को आज तक नहीं मिला इतना अच्छा डिस्काउंट.
Anticipating some of these potential plays, some of these, well, as you mentioned, telegraphed plays that could come through. They are sitting on a rolling thunder though, DRX.
We'll have to see what Bane's adjustments do look like as well.
भाई बहुत ही consistently shoot करता है भाई. बहुत ही consistently shoot
a lot of these
करता है.
rounds as well. When you look towards last year's calling to come out
भाई
from
मैं भी
Marco, for example,
मैं भी
I think
फ्लेमजी
this
जैसे अपने
slower
बाल में ऐसा
calling,
हेयर क्लिप
working
लगा
the
लेता
map
हूँ.
style that we've seen
क्या
in these
पता
past couple
मेजर
of
जीत जाऊँ.
maps from them have looked a lot better
ना
for
शायद
DRX.
फ्लेमजी जैसे
but
हेयर
you're
क्लिप
coming up
लगा लेता
against
हूँ मैं
Dub
भी.
Gaming right now. That probably isn't going to work.
फिर मैं भी शूट करना चालू
So
कर दूंगा.
we'll see if it does, and I'm just, flapping my mouth. This is going to be a very important round for DRX on the back of that timeout, though, in terms of econ as well.
Oh, a little bit of Dub Gaming. Just a bit with Divine peeking his head through Garage.
Yeah, drone timing is nice as well. You don't really want to be peeking too far through Garage's Divine when you don't
Alexa,
call for an
fan
Omen
3.
smoke to go towards mid-window. Just going to try and hold that singular line. As you mentioned the Rolling Thunder earlier on, that's going to be the entryway into this seaside as, well, we're scoping out things as something, finding all of the info.
It's
अभी
also
जिंग यहाँ पे
kind of
कितना
throwing
प्रेशर
them
खेलेगा. Oh nice
So
boy.
Jing able to sidestep it away, and now something
already अच्छा never mind, ult किया था उसने.
makes things so much more difficult for DRX. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Bane, can you really fight yourself out of that spot?
दवाई क्या शूट कर रहा है बे.
Continue onward with this onslaught.
It's a good ult to come out from something there as well with that dimensional drift, just confirming all presence
True,
of
true,
members
true.
from
He's shooting,
DRX.
bro.
And I'm very, very surprised that Marco decides to stick that ultimate to the back of the C site there as well. I mean, from his POV, the two PaperX members aren't looking at him, but then the moment that you come out of the form, well, Jing just spots you. Unlucky, mate. Nice try. A valiant attempt. But it does get shut down in the end, and PaperX find their 7th. DRX not able to convert after their own timeout, and now they'll pay the price in forms of weaponry, as they don't have much to play with in this one. A Sheriff, a Bandit, another Sheriff, and maybe the Stinger of Hyunmin is going to be able to sing a good tune in this round, but you would generally say that it's going to look a bit off-key for DRX here.
Yeah. Really tough to find the right rhythm as well, perhaps. You're trying to go back in to gain some space across the map.
They will drone in towards Garage, and it's just going to be absent of PaperX members, so they are pathing correctly, technically, DRX in this round, but just weaponry and a very nice shot from Divide to start things off.
Right, just look at where PaperX are positioned, anticipating all of these plays. They know the drone was coming through. They just set themselves up just right as the Waylay does fly on through. Now it's Forsaken into the corner up top of logs and instantly decimating 3 more players. Just the last one left, and Freeing goes down into the ground. It's a flawless for PaperX.
Envy has had a couple of good haunts over towards this C site as well. The reveals in that round and won a couple previous as well, getting some good reveals and some good shots from PaperX. Just easy free kills in those moments in time. There's that 8-3 to come on through as we move into the last round of the half. Are we going to see some adjustments come through from DRX? Because it's felt a little bit flat now that the rhythm has been found for PaperX. We're not seeing this potency that comes out from the game against Zeta Division, where I feel like you got a new...
मैंने कोई insane चीज मिस कर दी क्या?
In that one, there was no tape for Zeta to really rely upon.
मैंने कोई insane चीज मिस कर दी क्या?
This series.
Just a bit and still enough. Not to mention, I mean, the proficiency of some of these players on these agents too. Jing on the Phoenix,
Oh,
but
hello.
still, this time a different result. Into the smokes, Hyunmin able to take down one, but the hot hand still able to burn him alive. Bane to trade back.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a loose spray at the end there from Jing. Unlucky that he wasn't able to win that one, as it's a 3 versus 4.
भाई तो क्या वन साइडेड मार रहे बे?
Forsaken has gone into where the opponents buy their guns. A little bit of a lurk from Bane on 5 HP with the 25 regen
4x
shields.
करा.
See if he can activate a later on.
Oh my goodness!
ओह क्या पोजीशन पे आके ये हुआ?
4. Forsaken though, still a chance as he hops on through window.
He knows Frank
Win
is here.
1 HP है भाई.
Pings him as well. Just eyeing down the corner, calling for reinforcements. Something goes through, but unfortunately goes down as well. Special delivery spent, but this is all costing Forsaken valuable time where DRX managed to thwart it back.
Unfortunate that the frag wasn't found from something in that moment in time.
Bro,
because
something had one
he's
job.
trying to focus on finding the frag. He's trying to draw the aggro away from Bane to be able to re-wrap around through the window.
रहता था, अभी नहीं
Really
रहता.
well done from Prx to recognize that, or for Bane to call it, whichever way that one has played on out. But it was a round sorely needed for DRX to keep good potential in this map. Love the patience to come through from Forsaken in that one as well, but yeah, just really unfortunate that they're not able to dislodge Freeing from his spot. Waiting for Bane to come out with a wrap. So 4-8 in favor of Paper X
बहुत अच्छा
as we
डिफेंस के लिए.
exchange halves. And we also finally get to really see what the defense is.
अरे मेरे को तो ऐसा वन साइड लग रहा है गेम क्लच भाई ये तो.
भाई पर आज एक ही गेम है तो फिर बहुत जल्दी खत्म ना हो जाए.
मुझे भी वही नहीं समझा भाई आज एक ही गेम क्यों रखे हैं?
क्योंकि अब फाइनल से ब्रो इसके बाद.
हाँ एक लोअर का एक गेम फिर डायरेक्ट
We
फाइनल.
didn't see too much of a need on the attacking side from them.
हाँ तो
as
अरे
well.
और FX.
कल से फाइनल है ना, कल सारे फाइनल्स है ना.
यप. कल से दो स्ट्रीम्स, दो स्ट्रीम्स.
कल
to
तो
back,
तीनों
back to back.
रीजन का गेम है हर्ष भाई.
बैक टू बैक गेम्स है भाई.
हाँ कल तो मजा आएगा बे.
Some good
आपका
flashes,
नेक्स्ट
very trying to
एपिसोड कब है
facilitate
ब्रो?
something to dive on in
मेरा
with
नेक्स्ट एपिसोड कल
the
है.
second layer, perhaps.
कल
I
है
think
फिर उसके
waiting
बाद
to
भी
see
आपका
how this
एपिसोड है
takes the
क्या?
time he is
जी एक
really
एपिसोड
starting
होगा
to
फिर शायद
learn
वो
the
फाइनल्स
blaze
में
wall
होगा.
and the utility through that with the team
लास्ट
as well.
एपिसोड
There's
होगा.
really
कल
good
आपका
signs
एपिसोड
of
कैसा रहा
life
यार?
from him on this
जी
Phoenix
बहुत
utility.
बढ़िया हुआ.
And
काफी ज्यादा
honestly,
इंटरेस्टिंग था.
just
बहुत
being
चीजें
used to
सीखने
it.
मिली वो
Because
दीदी लोग
you
से.
got the opponents that always have to
वो दीदी
kind of
बहुत
imagine when
फ्रेंडली
is
थे
that gonna
दोनों.
come around the
एंड
corner? Are we gonna
मेरी
be able
अंग्रेजी
to find
बहुत
the right time to dodge the
उतल
bus?
पुतल
Is
हो
there
रही
gonna be
थी
another
लेकिन
bus
अच्छी
come through
निकली
from
बीच
somewhere?
बीच.
क्या
I think
बात
it's
है,
a very
क्या बात है.
versatile composition that Paper X are
W's,
running
W's.
on this map right now. And you've also got the consistency from Defy coming through on the chamber. I mean, it's just been gorgeous. Speaking of, he does get traded, but he comes out with the shot
Instant trade
first
हो
as
गया.
well.
So it's rather even for now, but still. Otherwise, for DRX to try to rethink if they want to double up reinforcements onto A, they will continue clear on up. They see nothing there, but they hear all the footsteps up close towards, well, C-Link right now. Hot Hands gets tossed. Mako hangs back.
Got to be careful of this flank that's coming through from Hyunmin as well, up at the front of the mid window. Is this going to be read in from Paper X whatsoever?
बस समथिंग भी थोड़ी देर वेट करता है. नेवर माइंड उसको क्लियर करने जा रहे हैं.
Something removes Marco.
Oh, and
nice
another!
one, boys.
Hermes
Stop.
gets
Khatam
taken
game.
down. Now Hyunmin's been
Khatam
spotted
game.
out. He's still able to take down another as well, but
हर्ष
unfortunately
भाई
not
इसके पहले
enough
DRX के
up
गेम्स
against
देखे हो आप?
something who will survive with
नहीं.
15 HP.
फर्स्ट गेम देख रहे हो?
This pistol round for him.
नहीं देखा रहूंगा. DFM जीती है ना इनके अगेंस्ट. फिर
right now.
अभी जीता ने भी टफ दिया. जीता वाला गेम नहीं देखा.
You find both pistols. You started to snowball.
भाई ये लोग ने अपना डबल टू लिस्ट हटा दिया तो ये लोग का डाउनफॉल आ गया ब्रो.
That didn't happen too much. They still get the job done at the end of the day.
नहीं तो एक अलग ही मजा आता था यार फ्लैशबैक और उसको देखने में.
Decisive calls come out on that defensive side. So the second round not going to be present with weaponry for DRX. So we'll wait for 15 perhaps, unless we see a Thrifty come out here.
You are the biggest idol.
But then it is for Paper X. What do you have up your sleeve on this attacking side?
कहना क्या चाह रहे हो
for
ब्रो?
me, more importantly, it's for DRX. It's for this team.
भाई
that's been around
बैंगर
for
मैच
the
तो
longest
कल था
time.
हर्ष
These
भाई.
players
अफगानिस्तान
that have
साउथ
faced victory
अफ्रीका.
on the brink of elimination
कौन
right
जीता?
now.
अरे
This
दो
type of
सुपर
favor.
ओवर हुआ.
Do you have
अरे तुमको
more than
पता है एक और चीज? साउथ अफ्रीका जीत गई थी फिर नो बॉल. फिर उसके बाद लास्ट बॉल में 2 रन चाहिए अफगानिस्तान को.
फिर टाई हो गया.
फिर एक विकेट लेके रन आउट. आई मीन 1 रन लेके रन आउट.
All the way through the front.
फिर सुपर ओवर.
Will trademark on the
और
ground.
उसमें ना साउथ अफ्रीका को लास्ट बॉल में 7 रन चाहिए. छक्का मार
with
दिया.
the Guardian?
What?
हाँ फिर एक और सुपर ओवर.
Quite a lethal weapon, especially with his mechanics as well. will get
और उससे
overwhelmed.
क्रेजी चीज
though.
बताऊं, अफगानिस्तान को 4 बॉल में 4 छक्के चाहिए थे
Now
जीतने के लिए.
something's turned.
हाँ,
He
उसने
smacked
3
the
लगा दिए
table.
थे.
That's good
something
timing
क्या कर रहा है
actually on
ऐसा?
that dark cover as well, because it makes it a little bit harder for Bane to get the
क्या
utility
game था
down
वो
to get
भाई?
the team on in, where he just gets removed from the equation as well. You do need to die at the tail end of this round. Something is just doing them without vision at the moment, killing them and making a fool of things. DRX not finding too much in that round, just the single frag, and now hopefully we get the answers to the questions that I posed a little bit earlier on. What do DRX have for us on this defensive side? Is it going to be more than 4? Because again, I've liked the slower calling, working the map from DRX. We didn't see that too much on the attacking side. I was looking for a bit more mid-rounding, a bit more inserts, but you can tell that Prx have done their prep for this series. They were not allowing DRX to do what was successful in the last couple of series with Bane's leadership. So it's really good prep for Prx coming in towards this specific map right now.
They're pushing mid, boys. Can jump pick or what?
What?
Good start for the bonus though for Chunmin, at least.
I'm gonna try to break grass ship.
Go.
Let's just divide down. First gun round for DRX. Spread across the map. Happy with the Cypher utility over at the C site, as it's going to start to be a little bit of scope
चाय तो कॉफी बनाता हूँ ना.
garage. The Prowler
मजा आ
sent
जाता
in
है.
to see if anything is there.
Because Jing was calling for the garage trip. and
भाई
now
यूनमिन
if
का
he
भी घी
goes
खत्म हो
somewhere
गया है
else,
chat.
Perhaps a little bit telling of what DRX's setup might be.
It's a bit risky though for something. He was hanging around that C site with the smoke permitted by Forsaken to
यूनमिन
at
तो
least
चाटे
help
बजाता
him
था.
like destroy some of that util. Broke the cam, didn't break a trip. As Hyunmin is just breaking heads.
Never mind, बोलते के
It's
साथ
done
ही
for him in this round.
बोलते के साथ ही वो दवाई 18-6 चल रहा है.
I don't
Hi
think
edit haven मेरे भाई.
going to be able to do too much. Not to mention Mako pushing all the way through now.
This is just the situation as DRX that you don't overcomplicate things and give opportunities to Paper X.
बोलते घी खत्म घी वापस.
Oh, what? Okay. Slight opportunity for Mako.
Maybe 20 seconds to go, and Bane is aware of the possibility of them coming through, but they hear the footsteps in the garage. They want to try and shake Forsaken. Something does get on this B line, but again, I mentioned Bane has to be aware of this one. It's smart.
उसको Bane को clear
decision-making
करना
from him.
पड़ेगा भाई.
Gun barrel poked. No way of entry into this B side.
Yeah, it's a tough angle to clear.
No chance.
Multiple angles, that is, as you step through into B site. Comes down to Forsaken, banking everything onto the spike plant inside of the smoke, but that's also where DRX find a bit of timing to go on
हेवन पे ब्रीच वाला हमेशा हारता है.
Down as Forsaken, so I guess you'll take that as
What do you
a
mean?
sliver of a prize at the tail end
कौन
of
आ रहा है
the
इसके पहले
round
ब्रीच
as
वाला
well.
हेवन पे?
But a good pass mark for DRX holding on to the
Awesome Ash भाई, क्लर्ज भाई आप मुझे
picking up
मालूम बोला
conversion
करो.
paths
डन.
as well for Hyunmin on the back with some individual brilliance from
डन
him
सिर्फ
when
आपके
the
लिए
Phantom
आपको
is in
बोलूँगा.
hand, so trying to maximize what they can do for their chances in this lower bracket
सुबह
run.
से उठा हूँ कुछ खाया नहीं.
A nice
छोड़
flick
दिया
over
भाई
from
something.
Oh, that's rare.
अरे एलेक्स आज खुश
It's a
है.
rare reaction from Alex.
Alex
'cause it's
आज
not
खुश
net
है.
slamming.
Yeah, thank you for explaining.
फिर आज भाई आपने वो दीदी लोग से क्या नया
But
सीखा?
still, we'll see if Paper-X does manage to
भाई वो
recover.
लोग का यार
Now on to the operator for Devat.
Yeah, on the
बात
C
करने का
line, we'll see
तरीका
if,
भाई.
Hermes is going to fall prey to it.
वो तो आपको हर एक इंसान से सीखना
You got
चाहिए.
something with the dimensional drift as well. You can draw attention away from the team, or you can start to.
बात करने का तरीका तो बड़ा खराब है.
Opponents, the double swing called
Wow.
dry is ambitious. Don't get me wrong, from DRX, and now they might actually pay the price because of it. Bane will fall after finding one.
Yeah, it's just so strong, especially with the ultimates coming through as well. Paper-X managed to seize control over the site. 2v3. Hyunmin?
Well, Yamin might have the ult, mate. Free might have a bit of utility, but you got no smokes. You're against Jing with the runner back. He's still got 2 flashes and the blaze. You got something with flashes as well. And more importantly for me, you've got Forsaken. You got one-way smokes available that I believe he's just even thrown early. So this is just going to be untenable for DRX to get a retake happening. They probably should go
Easy
for a
round
bit
है
of
तो.
save.
Yeah, realistically speaking, all the time
चलो जाओ save करने अभी.
Forsaken to possibly plant himself around garage. It's another spot
खुद
that you have
उसने
to
हल्ट
worry
खोल भी
about.
दी.
So turning all around,
फर्क ही
unfortunately,
नहीं
throw
पड़ता
your
भाई.
bodies into the site, and it just goes down into the abyss. Paper-X move up to 11.
You do draw out the runner back, so I guess you'll take that a little bit as DRX, but you are missing substance in this map right now. You're missing rounds, mate. 5 of them so far. I understand the risk to go for the dry swing there, but with no confirmation of, you know, opponents' positions and no favorable circumstances, it is a very risky draw to go in for that swing. Paper-X were kind of just ready for that as well. No one had brought out utility just yet for PRX. They were ready with their guns for some sort of play from
अच्छा गेम था
DRX.
उनका पर. Hi Chris भाई.
Elimination match as well. I can only imagine the pressure that some of these.
भाई मतलब अभी ये सीधा बाहर DRX ना?
Of course, but it's not like DRX have.
और आज EMEA में भी लोअर ब्रैकेट का ही मैच है ना?
Positions before.
तो दोनों भाई एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट खेलेंगे. जो हारा वो घर.
They come into this map, into this veto, you know, Haven, we hadn't seen it really picked from Prx just yet. It's been floated a couple of times. They've gone elsewhere, for example. Breeze when Haven was open, and we've seen some instabilities from them. Maybe we could say that they were happy with it because of their scrim results.
Imundir Vandal for 977, बाप रे, huge discount भाई.
In this one, and you're thinking DRX, alright.
Stream quality 1440 क्यों नहीं दिख रही?
I like that for
क्योंकि
you
मैं
guys,
1080 कर
but
रखा
we've
है.
also seen growth from Prx too. So when you do think about the veto, I do think
अगले मैच के लिए लिए थे टाइम आउट वो लोग.
it's nice for you guys, but for DRX, it's not too
TS versus TL हाँ.
removed from them as well.
Boo versus mini boo.
This time out that they've just invested in has to come up with the goods in round 17 here. You got the Rolling Thunder, you got the Convergent Pass to have access to as well. Freeing is probably requesting a weapon in some way, shape or form. He's just charged with holding the A site by himself as there's a walk down C from Hermes, and that's a roughie.
खत्म है गेम अब.
Unbelievable. The weapon so far away as well, so Prx instantly TPing across.
And now you feel you have to do something as freeing as well. You've lost the territory over towards C. You send Hyunmin over there that gets smoked off in a progression style smoke.
गन नहीं है यार और फुर्सी गन देख रहा है उसको already.
For the team, but it's going to be Marco. Okay. Start off over in mid, and now it's going to be Bane, and maybe a second layer of freeing over at A.
दवाई अवेयर है, दवाई अवेयर है.
Kind of play around the spike plants. Convergent paths will initiate. Bane does come through as well with the frag, but there goes the Vice, still hanging back. The spike though might be unretrievable, especially with Rolling Thunder going through. Bane still continuing to hold the angles, preventing Prx from coming online. But the Vi will push through. Freeing finally makes his presence known, and then it's Jing's turn.
There's an opportunity here for freeing. He was the one with only that pistol.
और शॉट से आ रहा है. जिंग एक्सपेक्ट करेगा उसको शॉट से आते हुए और ये राउंड निकाल दिया जिंग ने. देखो.
Do you think he wraps towards spawn when this angle is found? It doesn't even bloody matter, mate. Freeing comes out of the sewers, and he is just going to drown Jing. That is a lifeline of a round for DRX.
Yeah, mate. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. The way that Jing managed to swing around the different spots made it so undetectable for Jing. So incredibly well played. It will save them from that map point.
Yeah, an operator to be brought into the next round.
भाई मैं चेक कर रहा था कि अपनी ज़बान अभी भी वैसी है कि साफ हो गई. इससे हम पता चलता है कि ज़बान अभी भी वैसी ही है.
It was essentially a buy round, right? The 4 rifles.
देखो 90% चीजें सही हुई थी. मैंने बोला जिंग शॉट एक्सपेक्ट करेगा, उसने किया एक्सपेक्ट. उसने बहुत अच्छा मारा भाई.
You gotta have to be playing with rounds with potential swings on Econ as well.
हर्ष भाई को भी लगाना पड़ेगा exclamation mark PC goal.
Marco off.
Yeah, Marco is charged with the Orpiate, so we'll see what he can snipe out on the Omen. Opportunities.
अल्टे क्या?
Prx
दवाई का ही है.
Around B right now.
वाह वो लोग 3 B खेल रहे हैं स्टार्टिंग में. Prx भी अर्ली फाइट्स B पे लेती है और फिर जिधर भी जाती है.
Opportunities for DRX.
नेट गया था.
And they start to have a bit of mid-round calling that goes
उनको मेरी
their
आवाज
way.
क्यों नहीं आ रही पर? हेलो हर्ष भाई, हेलो 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 हेलो.
Right, potential line with the sniper.
मिनटा है.
See if he can find something if he gets a little bit
शॉट है.
too ambitious.
क्या?
शॉट हुआ.
Perfect timing on the flash, but unfortunately it hits. The reaction from Prx still sharp.
भाई मेरे को लगा जिंग फंसा वहां पे.
Utility at the moment, and Prx is going to feel a little bit
G-force
too
now,
pressured here, too hot under the collar. They're going to call an audible to retreat for a minute.
मेरे लिए तो बहुत system resources खाता है.
Call to come back a little bit later on, or maybe we'll see just complete reposition.
Is this a comeback? Nah, no comeback.
30 seconds to go.
I mean उन लोग को लड़ना तो पड़ेगा because lower bracket मैच है भाई. आज हार गए तो बाहर. इतना तो डिपेंडेंट नहीं हो सकता अगले गेम पे. शॉट भाई सिर दिखा लिया फिर सिखन और मॉक को सोम अचानक से.
That leaves 2 players left on Prx's side. 10 seconds left to go as well. Makes this pretty much unwinnable. Swings through from DRX and Defy left alone. trying to gunsling himself out of the situation. He's managed to do a bit, but not enough.
नेक्स्ट मैप करो
ब्रो निकाल लेता ना मजा
भाई
ही
थोड़ा सा टाइम 10-15 सेकंड देते ना हाथ में
खत्म
करता सुपर स्ट्राइक ट्राई करने मिला हर्ष भाई तुमको सुपर स्ट्राइक मिला क्या
That's the generic TP from
Logitech
that
Super
goes
Strike?
up above, but here you go on the replay. Hermes
भाई वो
capitalizing
माउस हर्ष
on his
भाई
opponents.
अभी उसका
Caught back
लॉन्च
a
हो
little
गया
bit.
हाँ
Second round in a row for DRX right now. They're starting to feel a little bit more confidence. You'd assume
भाई उसमें
on
रैपिड
this
ट्रिगर है पता है
defensive side, enough to have a drawn out timeout from Paper X. They can taste victory on this map. A couple of slip ups.
यार ये तो गलत टाइम पे ब्रेक बोल दिए वो लोग
हाँ था यार
This is their first.
माउस दे के ब्रेक पे दे चल देते तो ठीक है
भाई वो माउस बहुत अच्छा बहुत मतलब सब लोग जो जितने भी स्पोर्ट्स प्लेयर है ना सब लोग बोल रहे हैं बहुत गोटेड माउस है मतलब वूटिंग है जैसे माउस का वूटिंग हो गया वो समझ रहे हो नई टेक्नोलॉजी कैसे तुम घोस्ट को ऑटो में चला सकते हो एक्यूरेटली समझ रहे हो
वाओ
You know, really pull all the players from DRX all across.
मतलब अब ऐसा टैप 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 करते हो ना
हाँ
वो इतना स्मूथली और इतना फास्ट होगा ना कि जो डेड जोन होता है ना टैप टैप के बीच का वो डेड जोन एकदम हट जाएगा कौन सा माउस लॉजिटेक सुपर
तो गन का फायर रेट कितना भी हो ऑटो में चलेगा
नहीं गन के फायर रेट के बीच में अपना ह्यूमन का भी तो ये होता है ना ह्यूमन बफर
Just setting up the Cypher utility over at A. So they're not going for the full 4-1 stack. They
Price पता नहीं यार महंगा है वो
towards the C side to look after that one. It's going to be a poke down the doors. I need the replay on that one. Divai is certainly magic with the
Uncle
sniper
Divai
in this
is
round
so
of
on.
this map so far.
My sentiments exactly.
And you removed Captain as well. He's been the guy that you look to for DRX to put up numbers.
Mako's still around the corner though, and all he needs is one shot. Can't really TP himself out safely though. Will eat a paralyze as well. But off to the shorty and another wall bang. He managed to take down 3.
Yeah, feel bad for Envy in that scenario too. He didn't get a real chance to play here.
We'll see if the Vi can
क्या राउंड था ये
pull off some magic as well. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen with
भाई
3
क्या
around
राउंड
the
था
corner. It's just Jing with an op retrieved. Working around for possibly another kill.
The drone is just going to figure out where he is at the moment and keep the DRX members happy to sit on this A site at the moment. Try to shut him down. The 1 versus 3 as the Phoenix with the op.
जोनापी ने बनाया है वो मतलब जोनापी
Gets the runner back.
उस माउस के स्टार्टिंग से मतलब जब से वो बन रहा है तब से जोनापी को ही दिया था टेस्ट एंड ट्राई करने के लिए
for him to try and win this one no matter which way you do slice it.
कुछ
So
भी
it's
राउंड
going
था
to be
बे
the save
इनपुट
call
डिले बोलते हैं
for
इनपुट
him.
डिले नहीं मेरी जान
DRX going to find their 3rd round in
कैसे
a
बताऊं
row on the back of
तुम अगर
Paper
घोस्ट
X's
शूट
timeout,
करते हो
mind
तो
you.
एक गोली के बाद दूसरी गोली शूट करते हो ना तो दोनों के बीच में
For the Courier's side.
आधा मिलीसेकंड रहता होगा वो आधा मिलीसेकंड हट जाएगा वो तुम अपने उंगली से करते हो राइट वो जो आधा मिलीसेकंड रहता है क्योंकि तुम्हारा माउस में वो क्लिक रजिस्टर होता है तुम्हारी उंगली से क्लिक करने के बाद वो इतना स्मूथ है
You know, it's a 4 versus 5 technical with advantage for Paper X that is going to slip through their fingers. Got to see if Marco doing some heavy lifting with the operator. He was pretty silent for majority of this in the kill department as well.
ये क्या शॉट था भाई
Got to give it to him.
और यहाँ पे इन्हें कैसे मरा
Coming out with a very crucial amount of kills. It's the pistol whip.
Lucky
on the
bro,
shorty as
DRX so
well.
lucky.
Getting that 3rd.
आधा
Very
मिलीसेकंड
handsome.
हाँ मतलब
Very needed.
जितना भी होगा
Doesn't
एग्जांपल
break the
बोला
economy
मैंने
too much for
इसलिए
Paper
तो
X. So
मैंने
they're going to
बोला
have
फॉर
another
एग्जांपल
buy.
मेरे को नहीं पता ना एग्जैक्ट टाइम कितना है
And no dimensional drift online, for example. If you are going to this C site, how much are you
ये माउस आपके
risking
माउस
it
से
for
बेटर
the
है कि सबसे
biscuit?
अच्छा माउस है अभी
Operator
पूरे दुनिया
battle.
में सबसे अच्छा माउस है वो
Who bites first?
Logitech
Who
Super
falters
Strike.
first?
There's a little camera as well, so Paper X might not really expect it.
भाई
They're being
माको
very
की ऑप
careful,
अगर चल
though.
गई
There goes
अरे
the
तेरी
jump
देख
spot.
लिया
That should be enough.
अब कोई नहीं स्विंग करने वाला कोई नहीं
The only way
स्विंग
you
करने
really
वाला
get through this at the moment
भाई
is
बोल
if
रहे
you
होंगे
are
इसकी ऑप का
giving
कुछ भी
yourself
शॉट लग गया अब नहीं
aggression
करते
smoke
स्विंग
perhaps, and you're trying to get a Phoenix flash or a Euro flash popping
ओह
out
शिट
of
अब
that.
आप फ्लैश हो गए
Curveball to start off and off put Marco. He
अच्छा
doesn't
रिपोजिशन
go too hard, you know, on the shot to reveal exactly what's
भाई
happening.
लोग चाहे तो
It's very
सीधा कमिट कर
passive at
सकते हैं
the
जिनका
moment
एक
from
और
DRX.
मेल्ट है एनवी का एक
They
और
did have
मेल्ट है
Hyunmin rotate a little bit earlier, but they thought
ये
better
कैसा
of that
बी
at the
फेक था
moment. As Paper X are really trying to
No
draw
one
out
fell
some of
for
this
it.
utility, make it a little bit easier for them to either get into these sites or a bit easier for them if they do in a post plant.
वो देखो वो लोग यही चलेगा क्या रीड है
This is a good
चैट
map.
ये एक कमबैक है, ये DRX ये राउंड जीतेगी और DRX कमबैक करेगी, तुम लोग देख लो।
Or over towards Sinamako.
That's DRX being able to react in kind
बात
off
है।
the swings, in kill from Envy.
भाई की
but still
जबान देख रहे हो?
neat. Now you've got the off angle being held by Free. Unfortunately, no more ults for him
देख रहे
now.
हो?
Something going on, a bit of a tear. Divide TPing away. Hermes just sprays down though.
Nice,
It's
nice
down
uncle
to
Divide.
1v1.
Oh, but it's 10 seconds. You got to run and grab that spike. You don't know exactly where your opponent is coming through as Devi. You have to go and stick the plan or look for a challenge against Marco right now. And he is trying to dance with the devil around this side. But Marco with the operator is going to deny. And TRX again are keeping this a bit of a flawless run on the defensive side now.
Unbelievable.
Shit,
I mean, that's the
man.
way PRX plays sometimes, and it all comes down to the fights. But when it's down to that 1v1, and Mako has all the positioning in the world to play with.
There's so much
मेरे को लगा था काम कर जाएगा और मैच खत्म हो जाएगा यार। समथिंग ने मार दिया था 2 अच्छा किल।
I've got an operator in play as well.
अबे ये लोग क्या लकी है भाई, ब्लाइंड में मार रहे हैं।
To make the right decision in
भाई
those
तुम लोग देखो 2 राउंड 2 क्रूशियल राउंड DRX ने ब्लाइंड में मार के निकाली है।
It crumbles for
अब एलेक्स भाई गुस्सा हो रहे
last
हैं।
time out for Paper X
खत्म
being
कर दो
invested
भाई।
right now as DRX
तो हार्टबीट तेज करते भाई।
put their foots in front of the
आदमी
other
है
and
कि
it's not
चलता
even
फिरता
walking
जिंक्सर।
anymore. They're starting to jog. They're getting ready to run. They're really
कितने
catching up
गए
to
तो
Paper
सब
X the
order
way
कर
that
दो
they are
आप।
playing these rounds. And you got to admit as well, the rotate for DRX to that A side.
भाई वो माउस बहुत महंगा है भाई, घर जाएगा। अबे मैं बताता हूँ, कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी आती है ना, कोई भी टेक्नोलॉजी, चाइना के लोग जो होते हैं ना, वो उस टेक्नोलॉजी से बेटर टेक्नोलॉजी उस टेक्नोलॉजी के आधे प्राइस में निकालते हैं। अब तुम हॉल इफेक्ट देख लो, समझ रहे हो, जैसे वूटिंग कीबोर्ड हो गए, अब उसको लिटरली 4 गुना सस्ते प्राइस पे उससे बेटर परफॉर्मेंस वाला कीबोर्ड ला दिए। भाई तुम चाइना बहुत आगे है, बहुत आगे है। तुम चाइना को मतलब जब तक चाइना कुछ नहीं निकालता तब तक लो ही मत। ना ब्रो, भाई ये पेपर एक्स वाले क्या अच्छी लीड को भी भजिया कर देते ना ब्रो। अभी इको राउंड है, 11-10 हो गया, इसके बाद तो निकाल दिया यूनमिन। ये 3v4 तो DRX आराम से जीत सकती है।
overplay his hand in the garage. You got
Thank you for the 11 rupees, Shan bhai. Primordium is worth buying. Primordium, yep.
Looking to just flash out,
Clean
overlooking Hermes.
Slight anti-flash position, and it comes up huge for him. Triple kill, and the entire round is done.
He really plants his feet in that position, doesn't he? Now it's 1 versus 3 that Devi needs to try and isolate a couple of these fights. This scenario for DRX, just don't give him a 1 versus 1. Don't give him a way to individually get back into this round, and they don't. They hold it together.
भाई DRX का एक प्लेयर पॉप ऑफ कर रहा है चैट।
DRX hit double digits. There's no timeouts available, remember.
हट पीछे हट लीड हो गई।
To the players right now.
भाई इन्वी शूट नहीं कर रहा बे, इन्वी को शूट करना चाहिए। इन्वी 2 ही राउंड मारा अच्छा
overtime.
उसके बाद 7 किल पे ही है।
The final few DRX players, well, the last 2 of them, are close to their ults as well. Hermes can even come up with more theft in the upcoming rounds. We started this second half 8-4.
Yeah, 8-4.
Crazy.
8-4 with
Paper is just throwing at this point.
It was
क्या ये कोई नई चीज है?
We're now 11.
आजकल 4 सेकंड का घी खत्म है क्या? आजकल 4 सेकंड वैसा पॉप ऑफ नहीं खेलता भाई। नाइस जिंक का अल्ट है। ये राउंड तो नहीं हार सकते, प्लीज मत हारना ये राउंड। रो दूंगा भाई। अल्ट किस किसको? वो फ्रीइंग का भी अल्ट है पर। दवाई को देखो, दवाई स्पॉन पे खेल रहा है। दवाई पता नहीं कितने बड़े लर्क के लिए जा रहा है।
Have the
initiative to fall through on it.
Look at Paper Rex.
हम लोग को बैक साइड ऑलरेडी मिल गई है।
Deep the corners.
क्या बात है, W utils.
Unfortunately, first point of contact will refract back, and that should be enough
Nice,
information.
nice.
But then the garage push goes through.
Nice.
The smoke gets set up as well.
क्या
Instantly
बात है,
already
match
you've got
point,
So many
baby.
DRX players removed from the board.
Match point.
Prx still surrounding the smokes, surrounding the sights. All the exchanges going in their
बहुत
favor.
बढ़िया,
with
बहुत
Envy
बढ़िया इनवी भाई।
crouching down
बनता
onto
है।
the classic to
हाँ,
bring
बनता है।
PRX up to 12.
क्या खेले भाई ये लोग?
Really
वो लोग ने
funneled
बैक साइड
in
लेने
towards
के
the
लिए
spawn
अल्ट
side
डाली,
retake
पर
there
बैक
for
साइड
DRX
कोई नहीं
as
आया।
well. You can't get back in towards the
पेपर
garage,
एक्स को
but the
वापस
legal
बैक साइड
alert
मिल
coming
गया।
up good for Divide.
बहुत
Makes it
भाई,
very difficult
horrendous
for
side
that
feels
retake. Very one-dimensional to come through.
अगर
हाँ ना?
डेली बैक साइड अल्ट करता और
Off-put line
तेजू
of all
साइड
the
हाँ,
अल्ट करता,
exactly,
भाई।
exactly,
The smoke's
bro.
trying to navigate it. The flash is coming out
और उसके
quite
पास
time
डैश
as
होता
well.
निकलने के लिए मस्त।
Yeah, it just makes it very spicy in that
DRX वालों को
scenario.
थोड़ा सा
And now
दिमाग
you've
इधर
got
उधर
that
हो
final
गया।
map point for Paper X that they've managed to get. 5 opportunities to get into this
ना ब्रो,
position.
हर्ष भाई, बट DRX के
I mean,
2-3 राउंड ना
they can
ब्लाइंड
push
किल्स में
this
निकले
into
हैं।
overtime, right? We've seen a lot of good calls on this defensive side
ये
so
उनका
far.
गेम
A
होना
lot
ही
of
नहीं चाहिए।
advantages played nicely. This time though, that's not an advantage at all.
Trying to go peeking a little bit too much. Paper X this time suddenly slowing down the pace. You just don't really expect it. But thanks to the flash, thanks to Hermes peeking, just might be a way to bring things back to even.
And they're gonna have to go for the fight at the moment. Hermes to try and take the challenge by his lonesome self. Get facilitated, get set up by Bane. A gap around his own cage
Clear
at the moment.
करो
Bane
उसको,
somehow
Bane.
finds Forsaken, but the trades start to come on out as well. And you are so bothered by what you're seeing right now on the side, but it doesn't matter if Hyunmin's gonna come out with some shots like that. Now
1v2,
it's Jing
1v2
in 1
Jing
versus
by.
2, and he's gonna get off put by Hyunmin. We go the distance on this map of Haven.
कसम।
Yeah, Paper X gonna be broke in the upcoming rounds. Not doing too well, but all the ways that DRX managed to
overtime जाएगा।
react in kind.
And it's another scenario as well here.
अब overtime
Clash,
जाएगा
that
दोस्तों।
Paper X find an advantage. They find the first kill.
अब लिख के ले लो।
But it's some good decision making, instant reactions from DRX. They are
सेकंड भाई भी
recognizing
कलर
right now
ब्लाइंड है
they
क्या? उनको भी नहीं
cannot
दिखता
play
क्या?
a proper retake in towards this site if plants go down. They cannot play big number battles at the moment. They need to get some of these advantages a bit earlier. Try and catch Paper
गन ही नहीं है
X
भाई पेपर
in
एक्स के पास जीतने के
transitions.
लिए। पेपर एक्स ये
The
राउंड
last
जीत ही
round
नहीं
of
सकती
regulation
चैट।
right now.
पॉसिबल ही नहीं है।
Jing given priority on weaponry with this run it back. The progression smoke to the Sea of Long. This is what I highlighted a little bit earlier.
Overtime
right?
जा रहा है,
Slow
overtime,
this one down.
100%
You can
overtime.
Layer yourself throughout the map. You can wait for the util to refresh and you can dump all of your util in. You can even have Forsaken ult to the back of the sea side
अरे
here as well.
भाई लैग
This
होता है
is a
मेरा।
set XX.
DRX though, already rotating all across. TP's been cancelled. Hermes tries to tuck into the corner, still unchecked. Hyunmin able to take down the run it back. Paper X have been sent back from whence they came.
And now you kind of question
Whoa.
in your minds as DRX, have they rotated back towards the other side of the map? We saw big numbers, but they've got an advantage. There's gaps around, and there's too many gaps around the map at the moment for DRX. Do they
DRX का
think
game है,
someone
still DRX
snuck
का game
in
है।
Anywhere. It's a sensational shot from Divide as
Still
well.
DRX का game है।
Marco and Freeing gone.
Yeah, it's down to Hermes and Bane right now, especially Bane into this spot, but unfortunately he goes down. The heads-up duel from Jing. A lot of initiative being seized by Paper X. The spike planted soon enough, and it's a 2v5.
Yeah, this is going to be an extremely difficult retake to come in for Hermes and for Hyunmin.
Smoked off again. It's just Herming for the swing. He's able to take down the first point of contact, but then Paper X starts to suffocate him all around. It's claustrophobic, and Paper X close out the map finally at a 13-11 scoreline.
It's real damn close to the end of that one, doesn't it? But
One and
really,
only,
that
baby,
was
one
the
and
right
only.
decision for the SEA squad.
जिता
to go
दिया ना
to team
game.
with the ult to draw all the attention
जिता
away
दिया
from
ना
DRX
game.
there, and then settle, not overplay your hand, play with the numbers, which the majority of the time they did in this map. There was an attempted run back from DRX in this one, do not get me wrong, but the 8-4 half, if it was a little bit better, would we be in overtime? Would we be seeing a different story
आपके
right
जैसा
now?
जिंक्स कोई नहीं
For
कर सकता है।
Paper X changing from the Astra to the Omen in
ये
this
काली
one.
जुबान पे
The
यार एक जी में काम क्यों नहीं किया क्योंकि वो
questions
दिन में
coming
आया
in
ही नहीं
towards
ना।
it. It's been a while since we saw Haven come through from Paper X. They get
क्या
through.
बात है, क्या बात है, देख रहे हो दोस्तों। अभी देखो मेरे को पता है मेरा घी कैसे काम करता है, ठीक है। अभी देखो, अभी करोड़ जो होगा ना, करोड़ DRX जीत ही नहीं सकती। देख लो, करोड़ घंटा डीआरएक्स का मैप नहीं है, डीआरएक्स का वो प्ले स्टाइल ही नहीं है करोड़ पे जो फ्लैशबैक के रहने पे होता था। पेपर एक्स ही जीतेगी वो, देखो देखो अब।
Out in this
मेरे को
map.
पता है मेरा घी
Credit
कैसे
where
काम
credit
करता
is
है,
due. DRX do good on that.
मेरे को पता है
Prx.
कब मेरा घी ऐसा है, कब मेरा घी वैसा है।
Is going to be the map that you want to continue
Don't
on
jinx
with
it, bro.
in a potential lower bracket.
खत्म।
Yeah, because you still have potential, more matches to go if you actually do win this one. I will say that it is.
I'm thinking about current battle pass. I like the knife skin. अच्छी अच्छी ले लो ले लो।
Prx showed like they were still their old selves. For now, though, we're gonna toss it back over to Des because this is still an elimination match. RX Derby, let's go.
Let's go. 13-11 is the score, and as
Wow.
Pac mentioned, you know, PaperX looking like their former selves, complete with the ups and downs every single match.
Hell yeah, map 3,
We
no
thought
map
that they
3.
had the early momentum.
No
here,
map
but
3,
PRX
trust me.
managed to make a little bit of a comeback, and then eventually those heart-stopping last few rounds, as always.
Yeah, I mean,
You
I feel
guys
like
don't
that
know how
first
my
half
gi
of
works.
PaperX was really
Watch delay
nice.
हो रहा है?
Very impressed with how they
Watch
approached the
delay?
game planning there. Then as you move towards that second half, you need to see those individual moments.
आज तो मैच है इंडिया का, इंडिया वर्सेस नामीबिया देखोगे अब, हैं? इंडिया वर्सेस नामीबिया देखोगे। ये करेक्ट प्रेडिक्शन है। मेरे को एक चीज समझ में आ गई भाई, ट्विटर पे जो प्रेडिक्शन डालता हूं ना मैं, वो करेक्ट होता है, वो करेक्ट होता है। बस 2-1 का 2-0 हो जाता है। What? Bro, what? What is going on? Why? क्या? ओ हेला, मेरे फीड में अब सिर्फ क्रिकेट ही क्रिकेट आता है। अभी पेपर देख के आया, क्या हाल है, कैसा गया भाई आपका पेपर? भाई मतलब जो पेपर एक्स, क्रेजी टाइमिंग फॉर द लैग, मेरा लैग हुआ? नहीं, अभी तुम लोग देखो, DRX T1 में से मिडिल फाइनल जाएगा एक, कल का मैच है ये, कल 12:30, फिर ये 2:30 से बेस्ट ऑफ 5, हाँ, फिर ये 12 बजे बोल रहा हूँ, ये लोअर राउंड 5 में यहाँ का लूजर आएगा। ब्रो व्हाट भाई, मतलब लोअर फाइनल में, चैट लोअर फाइनल में ये PRX DRX में से कोई नहीं जाएगा, मेरे को तो ऐसा लग रहा है। नहीं, क्योंकि DFM के साथ होगा मैच इनका। पेपर एक्स अगर ये जीतती है तो पेपर एक्स लोअर राउंड 5 में आ गई, यहाँ आ जाएगी। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ठीक है, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर DRX जीत गई मान लो, तो वो यहाँ आ जाएगी। यहाँ पे DFM 100% DFM हारेगी T1 DFM में, ये तो आप में से सब लोग मानते होंगे कि DFM T1 में DFM ही हारेगी, तो DFM मिडिल राउंड 4 से लोअर राउंड 5 में आएगी, और ये दोनों का विनर यहाँ जाएगा लोअर फाइनल में। क्या? तो नोंगशिम RRQ में से RRQ जीत गई, नोंगशिम T1 में से T1 जीत गई, और T1 ओके, तो मेरे को तो लगता है फिर नोंगशिम RRQ T1 ये तीनों टीम ही जानी चाहिए, या फिर ये दोनों के विनर में से एक। NS qualifies from lower final. Okay. I feel the same, bro. I feel नोंगशिम got it. नहीं, पर मेरे को लगता है नोंगशिम अगर मिडिल फाइनल में, नहीं यार, अगर अपर फाइनल में नहीं जीती तो मिडिल में जीत जाएगी, मेरे को लग रहा है, क्योंकि नोंगशिम निकाल लेगी T1 के अगेंस्ट। मेरे को पूरा भरोसा है नोंगशिम पे। RRQ तो कंफर्म है, RRQ किधर भी नहीं जा रही। नोंगशिम हराएगी T1 को, और T1 हराएगी, और T1 भाई देखो, क्रेजी स्क्रिप्ट है मेरे पास। यहाँ पे RRQ जीतती है, ठीक है, यहाँ पे नोंगशिम जीतती है और T1 आती है यहाँ पे फाइनल में खेलने, और T1 का मैच होगा पेपर एक्स के साथ और पेपर एक्स जीतती है। Imagine. Just imagine, chat. Just imagine. Nothing else. Just imagine. पावरफुल टीम कौन है अब तक के वॉचिंग से? सबसे पावरफुल अभी पैसिफिक में ये दो टीम्स है जो अपर फाइनल्स में, ये दोनों बहुत ही अच्छा खेल रही है, बहुत ही फ्लॉलेस सा रन रहा है इन लोग का। नहीं हो रहा है इमेजिन, करो इमेजिन भाई। अरे ऐसा कर सकते हैं, ऐसा हो सकता है, मैं नहीं बोल रहा ऐसा होगा, हो सकता है, होने में और हो सकता है बोलने में एक डिफरेंस है। ठीक है ठीक है, मेरे को मत भरो प्लीज, मेरे को मत भरो।
So it's all about who wants it most, who's ready to step up to that next level.
Why didn't you play on stage when you were in RR? क्योंकि मैं कंटेंट बनाता था उनके लिए। RR के ऊपर T1 मिडिल NS lower, my prediction will be true.
What are we expecting here? Are we expecting a little similar from DRX? Are we expecting that waylay?
Okay.
DRX? What do you think?
Yeah,
DFM bro, DFM, come on chat, DFM मेरे को नहीं लगता भाई DFM क्वालिफाई करेगी भाई
with that Phoenix. So I think they're going to hold true to what we've seen from them there. I would definitely expect so.
DFM तो बिल्कुल नहीं भाई. My prediction is
still up in the air with this map.
True prediction.
There's a reason DRX will have chosen
RRQ, Nongshim or Paper X.
I mean, we saw them play it initially against Varel with double duelists. It didn't go well for them. They lost to Varel's Brimstone comp back then. And that was one of the games that was a little bit underwhelming.
पिछले साल के जैसे Paper X Master Santiago भी जीतेगी.
For full sense, putting Hermes onto the KO and playing double initiator, and they really just worked on the attacking side. This time, you're going to see actually DRX starting on the defensive side. So if they choose once again to play just solo Waylay with Yeonmin on the duelist and double initiator again, they haven't actually
Value सारे लंबे-लंबे मैप ही निकालता है, क्या बात कर रहा है? Hi Bond to OP मेरे भाई. फिर बोला तू.
Therefore, they're going to have to once again rely on their own approach and feeling their way around the comp just intuitively and just the general game.
I don't know bro. इस साल जाओगे Santiago. मतलब इस साल जाओगे Santiago मतलब J1 है.
DRX will be able to watch where it was 9-3 I think in the favor.
Hi crazy guy.
But I also don't know how much they can learn from that VOD because they were attacking into this Sage comp, so it does change how it plays. So I would expect Paper X to look stronger on the attacker side than we saw when they last played this map.
Yeah, or we could see changes entirely. I don't know. Probably not in this high stakes game. But as we send it to the stage, we are looking at Freeing with his 10th clutch here in Pacific. All right, congratulations to you for that. We do know that Freeing is one of those players that he can't have those rounds where he just suddenly pops off, gets an ace. We've seen it so many times.
Very impressed with him so far. But yeah, I mean, I think the compositions are the question mark. We can see them now. Paper Rex sticking with what we saw from them last time around. Jing on that Phoenix once again.
Something
bit gutted. He just got to play. Had so much fun on the chamber.
Yeah, for DRX on this defense, I want to see some free flow, very snappy. Free flow, very snappy.
ये मस्त था भाई. PRX,
with
DRX.
The underarm KO flash, the fade dog, just some micro aggression. As you always throw my way on the desk, big time. Which is, funnily enough, in the past, something that Paper X used to do on a set. They used to play the KO fade, so they understand how it operates on the defensive side.
टाइम एक योरू खेलता था और एक वेले खेलता था.
With any Phoenix comp, you want to see Jing farm those orbs on the attacker side. That will be key in this first half.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've had enough micro and macro aggressions here on the desk, so we're going to send it over to the casters, Quack and Komodo, to take us through Corone.
Oh yes, there's a lot of aggression going around on all sides. It's also such a big chess match between these two teams right now.
If that's micro and macro aggressions over there, does that mean it's mid aggressions inside the game right now? We're going to get a lot of mid action right now? Or is it going to be something else? I mean, it's map number 2 of this, the best of 3 RX Derby. Only one will continue on the other to be eliminated. And Corrode is an interesting one. It's the same comps that we've seen for both of these sides before, but it's going to be played very differently, you would assume.
One-sided Paper X win. Paper X ने ये हर्ष भाई Paper X यही कॉम्प खेलती है मैप पे.
Quite important
on
this one as well.
बट DRX
Both
ने अपना
pistols
वो
so far
कम
going
छोड़
over
दिया
towards
भाई, तो वो
Paper
बेकार
X.
नहीं
मजा नहीं आ रहा ना। हाँ ना बे, एक
हाँ,
टाइम था भाई जब एक योरू वेले घुसते थे, एनआरजी की एड भगा दिए थे।
Aggressions.
वेले घुसती थी,
Oh,
चड्डी
but
उतारती
instantly the
थी
shot
और
from
फिर
Hermes,
योरू
though,
येड़ भगाता
popped
था।
it down through the screen.
क्या
Dodging the 0 point over towards B main as well, as they are just
क्या
going to steal up towards B, but immediately rather, DRX
कल केस तो
very
रश
clear
6-4
over
वो
towards mid and be happy to stay there now for freeing.
पूरा 1 फीट कम।
Necessarily want to be staying here individually, so you will retreat a little bit, try and give yourself some better angles and allow this plant to go down. You have the player advantage as Forsaken gone.
हम लोग सीटी लेने कहाँ तक घुस गए?
The flash dodge. He's still good for at least one. That's still such a big advantage for DRX to work with in this retake.
बाप रे 3 फ्लैंग।
It's going to off-put Bane for a little bit at the moment, but you're kind of standing pretty
क्या
around.
DRX में कोरियन है ना सारे?
Expecting more to come out through from spawn.
Just a bit. Working
भाई
around
उधर
a
वो
lot
मार
of the
गया।
strokes for it now, but
वाह
still.
कसम वो हर्मिस क्या राउंड निकाला है
From
भाई।
DRX, it's Hermes once again, and he walks away with 3 in this round.
It's certainly very important for DRX that they dispatch a Forsaken first
Shooting
and
was एक
foremost
मिनट
as
international
well.
trophy
It
नहीं है,
makes
नहीं।
the
दो
gathering
बार
of the
final
B
गए हैं
side a little bit more wonky, so for freeing.
Valen
recognizing
is
he can
Nico
just
of
fall
Valorant,
back and
भाई।
try to play numbers with the team. Happy to switch immediately into a retake for DRX. This is going to be a very big difference in the defensive side that Paper X go into as opposed to what they had to do against Global, right? Yudotan on that veto to try and remove a lot of that
अब
ability.
Forsaken पागल हो जाएगा
Stalling
देखो।
as well are things that you're not going to be seeing present here. There will expectedly be a bit more gun battles that DRX are going to come through, but also a little bit more coordination on this utility coupled together as opposed to individually that the GE comp can kind of come out with on the defensive side.
That's kind of where Paper X does need to watch out for as well. I mean, some of the gunfights, you start to lose heads, lose members.
You can try and bait things out with the 0 points as well. If you have, for example, rifle rounds where 3 get pinged, you can kind of prod a little bit over on the other side of the map. You can try and toy with the information that your opponents get and try to, you know, make it more misinformation than not.
round for Paper X.
I'm kind of interested to see how Paper X want to try to tackle Hermes on this KO and what information they have. If you're trying to bully your way into this A site right now, though, however,
Deek Demon.
Hyunmin
Deek Demon
here
Nico।
with freeing.
So that's still the objective for now on the side of Paper X at least. Try to break in, try to get the
जिस
spike
बंदे ने
down,
अपने
get
जिंदगी का
as close
सबसे
as
important
possible.
shot
We'll start
नहीं
things
मारा
off with
था।
Defy, but still Bane alongside Freeing. Into the corners, you still have automatic weapons. Freeing goes down though, it's Bane with the
Oh,
kill.
but still 3v3 ला दिया भाई
Gonna
Paper
not
X ने।
force the plans immediately. They're going to go for a fight over
Oi,
the
oi,
spawn,
oi,
and Hermes
oi.
is just going to sit
Hermes
them
on है
all
भाई।
down. Get closer towards
D
that
what?
null
D
command
man.
right
Hey,
now.
Deek
One
Demon.
away. Getting that in towards the
Deek
bonus
Demon।
round could be
हर्ष भाई क्या आप
really
भी
nice. 'Cause that
Deek
is
Demon हो?
quite an expensive ultimate as well on 8 points. Having a great start individually on this map at the moment. Bane with some
Demon.
great shots as well here. Seeing Paper X be very narrow
Bane
focused
जैसे।
towards the elbow.
See Paper X trying to outline.
भाई कल है ना
around
क्लर्ज भाई ये हर्मिस ने
हाँ।
अभी कैसे
So-
मारा ऐसा टैप 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 टैप
It
दो
may have
नंबर
gotten
एक
that
के
kill.
पीछे वैसे मैंने एक के पीछे
Yeah, I mean,
तीन
if they
जन
got
मारे
it
टैप
immediately,
टैप
they
टैप
could
टैप
have
टैप
had
करके
advantage and
और
it
फिर
would
एक
have
वन
been
टैप
ball game,
भाई
right?
क्या
But
क्लच है दिखा
unfortunately,
दो
the ball was always in DRX's half court there. And Hermes does get the slam dunk. Now it is going to be the rifle round present for Paper X. And all 5 members are going to be grouped outside of a lobby, freeing to just play
हाँ
spot
कितना
at
हाइट है
the
183
moment.
सेंटीमीटर ब्रो।
the
एग्जैक्ट
screen
6
to work
फीट।
with as well.
0 point immediately used
2
from
इंच के
Hermes
जूते
as well,
पहन
so
लेता हूँ,
information
6'2" हो
very
जाता
clear
हूँ।
in mid from the Prowler. Start to get a bit of an idea.
Support
You
Paper X?
want to get some further
No,
information
no, only
for
DRX.
DRX on this comp, however. Start to rotate over towards B. This is an
तुम नहीं
expected
चाहते
play
Paper X
for
जीते?
DRX that they're thinking Paper X are going to end over at that Bravo location, and that's not exactly what's happening.
Yeah, minute mark. At least this is some information for the side of DRX to work around. So all the rotations kind of called across except for Mako. Might be a little bit worrisome. Paper X not going to slow down anytime soon, but still,
Bro,
the
what?
fragment, it catches Jinx square in the face. Hyunmin and Hermes still
Oh,
holding down the
निकाल दी।
angles as well, and Hermes is unstoppable.
वो
It's just
पागल हो
something
गया वो
left in
बस।
the round. Can't retrieve the spike. As soon as you peek out, you're going for a fight. Mako could be right behind you as well, so
वो हर्मिस
feels
शॉट कनेक्ट ही
completely
कर रहा है बस।
buried up around elbow right now.
Yeah. Something's
कोई बात नहीं,
barren,
3-4
barren
round तो ऐसे
wasteland right
हारते
now.
हैं।
Nothing that can be done. Hyunmin's just going to remove him very swiftly. But my oh my. Hermes
दिखाओ जरा
picking up the
Hermes का।
fragment kill because the shots are looking woeful.
Hermes
from
round
Paper
1
X
से ही
amongst
locked
that
in
one.
है।
Great timing on the C's from Bane, mind you, as well. Some good coordination, some tandem plays from the utility coming out from the initiators. Absolutely do love that for DRX. Not even using the null command, having that available where you need, and certainly hinder the affairs of Paper X and going for these either executes or barrel roll affairs into these sites. This is kind of the best start that you want for DRX on
भाई वो
this map.
तीनों और जो है वो तीनों राउंड में 3 के मारा है।
Started on the previous one.
9-0
On to this round, a haunt down middle. Paper X kind of toying around with it.
और सेकंड भाई कुछ करो यार, अब मेरे को भी आप अब बहुत हो गया यार, 3 राउंड हो
More
गए।
information with refract spent already.
Yeah, good exchange, a firm handshake, and using them on each side. But still trying to have a bit of presence over towards mid at the moment while freeing in a bit of an off angle over towards A.
ये क्या शॉट दिया?
Just going to lock it down for now on the Viper. Not too pressured at the moment, knowing
भाई
that it's
कुछ
the
भी बोलो, ये
pistols.
हॉल इफेक्ट कीबोर्ड में
Paper
कुछ
X
तो
do
बात
have
होती है।
in possession, and just playing
Top
extremity
2
control at the moment is the name of the game. This comes down to me, I think.
मैं भी
the
हॉल
timing
इफेक्ट
in
लूंगा ना,
mid
मूवमेंट एकदम सही हो जाएगा।
that Hermes has to be very careful of if that was tried to be exploited by Paper X, which is not anymore, as they tend to A.
वाओ देख लिया
Still
फिर
though,
सेकंड को।
now that the
Nice
positions
shot,
have
nice
been
shot.
revealed, a little bit telling. Hermes will begin to
Nice
make his
shot!
I talk about the pistols, knowing that's what's here. You forget that sometimes they
Alta
can be
gई बे।
potent.
Yeah, especially when they're in the hands of Paper X.
भाई यूनमिन को
Suddenly
देखो
picking
क्या
up the
चिमकांडी जैसी
pace
जगह पे
into
बैठा है।
sight.
Oh, they just didn't
Still
clear him.
though, back and through around the toxic screen. Hyunmin able to shut down Divide. Hermes has arrived backside as well. Hyunmin still alive, makes things a little
Nice,
bit more
nice,
difficult
something
for Paper X,
nice.
but something hops on over and he'll get the spike down. 10 seconds, the timer gets reset.
Null command
Something
in as well,
cult
you
आ
can
गया
wait for this one
भाई।
to expire, perhaps no utility for Paper X to drop into it, and it's not even really go time for DRX, though they off-put them. Some good utility stalling at the moment to try and isolate these fights. Hermes, Marco, come up with a clutch in a round that should be theirs.
Oh, the smoke felt a little bit weird, but still enough for them. His stays tucked inside of. They knew where Jing was thanks to Fragment from before as well, and now Forsaken trying to spray into the smoke. Unfortunately, the
nice
swing
try,
out from
बे।
Hermes
ये
gives
स्मोक किसका था?
PRX a
भाई ये
4-0
फॉरसेकन का वो वाला स्मोक कर रहा था जो तुम करते हो।
Paper X, 'cause they would have
अबे
been feeling
यार।
like they could get that round. They
गास
had a
मचा दी ना
3
उसने
versus 2.
थोड़ी सी
अगला,
बस।
अगला।
Right time to drop that
चड्डी
util
अगला।
as DRX to try and maximize chances
मेरा
to
इंटरनेट
pick up
अगस्त में
a bit of a
सुलग हो
sloppy
जाऊंगा,
start
क्या
in this
बात है।
round as well. Some sharp shots to come through from the pistols. Spike denied as well. You're thinking, all
हाँ
right.
ब्रो इतना
this could be
प्यारा
good.
राउंड निकाल सकते थे पता है?
Falls us a
हाँ
little
वही।
bit.
अरे ये भी
Saken
लो गया ना
cannot
भाई जिनका।
deny the defuse from
ओके
coming
ओके
through
उसने।
in the end. Flawless start so far for DRX. Timeout now
सोच
invested.
अच्छी
We
थी भाई
really are
फॉरसेकन
kind
की
of complicated
एग्जीक्यूशन
from the
गलत
last
था।
map
हाँ
in
वही।
scoreline start.
सोच अच्छी थी
But
क्या?
earlier
बहुत
on in
अच्छी सोच
terms
थी।
of
इससे
these
अच्छा चीज आ
timeout
जाती भाई।
investment, last map used in around 9 this time. Alex and Wendler calling it super early.
Almost feels necessary with how the way the rounds have been going. Paper X on the attack, but not quite able to find their footing. Granted, it was a slight eco round for the previous one as well.
It's kind of the same start, though, to a degree of worry that we saw against Global Esports for Paper X as well, right? They got the pistol in the second, and then the defenses start to really come out. You're not able to get in towards the sites. You're trying to draw out what util you can to make your end game a bit better, but you're still being locked down in near every case. And for this one right now, you would assume you can see a little bit more on the attacking side, but these defenses are being played very nicely in my mind from DRX. They're not overplaying their hand, they're not over-peaking a lot of angles.
शूटर हूँ मैं।
Kind of just going through a step at a time, clearing with information, playing a very large macro game, and not being too risky individually, I think right now is quite crucial for
ओडिन आ गई।
DRX.
एक राउंड भी नहीं देना है तो पेपर एक्स को ना।
It's the Odin.
Yeah, this is risky by himself. Getting caught in transition to
अब
utility.
क्या करोगे आप?
Taken a nice frag to open up the affairs for Paper X in this round.
To kind of hang back as the smokes all get set up again. Hyunmin
करो करो
will
करो।
re-peek, unfortunately goes down to Jing
करो,
as
बिल्कुल
well.
करो।
Freeing. Felt the need to take a little bit more space though. He wants to go into the corner.
Yeah, it's a little bit slack
Wow,
for
bro,
DRX
Freeing
in
को
this
check
round.
नहीं करें अगर ये लोग
Every
ना।
fight so far has been individual.
भाई मैं
from
गाली दे दूंगा, मैं गाली दे दूंगा भाई।
Able to catch them with their pants down. They are clearing it, but at the wrong time. The trade at least is there. And now it's Marco and Hermes again to see if they can make the magic happen.
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है।
Hermes has been on a heater, so perhaps, but still 2v3.
Nice for
Spike gets
second.
planted for the
बहुत
side.
बढ़िया रीड है आपकी.
But
बिल्कुल
Forsaken
वैसी
just
रीड
holds
करो.
the angle. Instant taps.
भाई ये बंदर वाली
Yeah, that
वैंडल में
one
कुछ
is
बात है.
a great round that Paper
हाँ ना?
X sorely needed to start things off on
कुछ
the
बात है
attack.
भाई
Again,
उसमें.
you look towards this one, right?
हमारी पूर्वजों की ताकत है.
GE, this is the sort
पूर्वजों
of
की
litmus test, I
ताकत.
would say, for Paper X on this map right now of Corrode. The 9-3 against that comp.
ले ले क्या ये बंदरों वाली
I
वैंडल
thought the
Klurge
Paper X were really going
ले
to
ले क्या मतलब?
follow
आइए
the
शॉप
flat on
में.
their own defenses when you
नहीं, आ
consider the
जाएगी
sort
कभी
of
तो.
double duelist
ले
variety
लेना
of
तब.
something and Jing. But I was very impressed against that 100 Thieves comp that they were playing it very smart,
तुम्हारे
very
लिए तो perfect है.
disciplined, holding your choke points and not over peaking. So I kind of am expecting that for the defenses of Paper X as well. But it really is for me the attacking side for them with this
एक
double
Forsaken
duelist
का
deployment.
pop-off
How
match
much
देखना है,
are you
पता है
getting
तुम्हें?
away with here? How much space are you finding?
बहुत टाइम से
This is a
pop-off
good
नहीं
showing
किया
for it.
Forsaken.
Something already in towards the link. It's going to draw a lot of pressure for DRX. They're going to have to start to re-clear quite convincingly. And so far, so good.
Yeah, manageable distance as well. DRX this time having a secondary player to support Bane, but Mako pushing all the way throughout.
माको मार के जाएगा
Jing.
आज.
The trait comes in. The Odin is set up. The
Ring
conversion
निकाल दिया
path
दवाई ने
set
उधर.
through to
क्या
try
बात
to
है
break
भाई
open the
साहब.
site.
But you missed
अब
the
shoot
TP
कर रही है ना
going
Paper
towards
X.
tower for
क्या
Forsaken at the
बात है
moment. Doesn't
something.
even really need to come in and activate.
Something like
Good melee ult come
Q11.
in from something as well as just a bit of a nail in the coffin at the end as Paper X absolutely crunch on that B side at the end. Marco.
ये ना बात ऐसे शूट करते मजा आ जाता है भाई.
Fine advantage. It's not going to come into play. Something
क्या
gone
बात
to
है
the
अभी
special
शूट
gunman,
कर रही
but
हूँ
that is
Paper X.
Paper X finding their
ये
second
वंडर
round
नेटवर्क
now.
सोच रहा हूँ फ्लेक्स ले
Do
लूँ
you
फिडजेट
still
स्पिनर.
feel okay in DRX's camp?
हर्ष
Knowing
भाई
that your
तुम फिडजेट
economy
स्पिनर लेने वाले हो.
starts to be questioned, especially if you
100%
lose this
bro.
round.
हाँ लेना चाहिए वो चीज.
Maybe not, right? You really need to kind of cool things off a little bit and figure out how
साला
Paper X
एक
wants to
टाइम पे
really
जब
approach the map,
फिडजेट
'cause
स्पिनर
right
आया
now
था
they're working
तब
against
रियल
how
लाइफ में
DRX
फिडजेट स्पिनर
wants
लेने के लिए
to,
पैसे
you know,
नहीं थे ब्रो.
retrieve information.
आज गेम में फिडजेट स्पिनर लेने की बातें चल रही
Bane,
है.
Odin Abuser, not going to be present in this round anymore.
हाँ
Instead,
बे.
he's going to be trying to lap that one up. Something not able
भाई
to get away
महंगा
with
भी
the same
आता था
space he
फिडजेट
found
स्पिनर
almost
वो
free
टाइम
charge
भाई.
last
दोस्तों का
round
आता
in
था
a
भाई.
very
हाँ ना वही ना महंगा
all
होता
in
है
a
भाई.
fair
200
towards mid for the get-go for DRX. The pit for freeing at B. The rest of the four members in amongst mid and A link.
भाई मैंने तो वो अली बाबा से खरीदा था पता है.
Paper X, they can
हाँ.
have a straight shot
वो
in
टाइम
towards
चलता
the A
था.
site. They're able to figure this one out. One
एक,
away from
दो,
their own
तीन
buy,
महीने
this
बाद
big
आया
goal to
था.
buy as well.
26
Would be
रुपए का.
quite good in a post-plant scenario.
4 खरीदने पड़े थे.
Would be a massive.
सकाते इसके
massive
लाइन
kill.
गेम
But look at
1500 का.
DRX.
It's very proactive
Yum
space
Yum and
gathering
friends.
information for them. This is going to be a super
Yum
early
Yum and
flank at the
friends.
moment that Paper
नहीं
X
यार
need to
Yum
be
Yum
aware
अच्छा
of.
Yum Yum
I
shoot
wouldn't
किया
even mind
last
Paper X
game
kind
shoot.
of flipping the A site at the moment and taking more space over towards spawn because they don't see anything through link.
उसके लिए भी एक QR
You
कोड लगा
have
दो.
to assume that
Fidget
there's going to be a
spinner.
mass flank potential here, and they don't go for any further control. They're going to reroute back to watch the flank for just Forsaken.
Oh, and that just might be enough as well. Pop flash through from
भाई
Hermes,
उसका
but it's
इतना
not
high
quite enough.
sense है ना.
Mako has to be the one to take him down. Then comes
घूम
the
जाता
Odin,
है. पूरा
continuing
घूम
to
जाता है.
hold the angle. Mako freeing, I should say, actually.
Oh,
waiting
freeing.
for a
Oh,
slight
shit.
timing. The
Oh,
peek got
shit,
through,
bhai, this is
manages
not
to take down
good.
Defy. That's
3v3
now
now.
retrievable.
Oh,
Still,
इनवी पे
though,
Odin है.
Spike continues to
He
tick,
shot
and Free
off.
continues to peek. He
Shot
finds another
off.
triple kill in the round, and it's all down to Envy to try to hold it off.
Bro,
The snake
nice
fight.
round.
Is it enough time?
Bhai
I should
साहब.
think so, just for freeing to stick the defuse down to the very end. Up to 5.
भाई साहब.
0.29. What a
बच्ची
trade
राव,
to come
बच्ची.
on through. And
क्या
what
चाटा दिया
a
उसने
ferocious
जिंक को
play
और
from
उसको.
Freeing,
भाई,
honestly.
Freeing
Plays the
यार
right
मार दिया
timing
भाई,
with the
यार मार
classic
दिया
for the
Freeing ने.
bait in towards the link play, the judge and the gun upgrade, catching Jing on a timing, looking the wrong
भाई, Jing
way.
क्या garden
It
में
looks
घूम रहा
like
था
from
Klurge, भाई, क्या
that
कर रहा
third
था? हाँ
person
ना,
POV
सो
on
गया
that
वहाँ
one, that
पे.
he had a sensational flick. That's
Bro.
a great adjustment on towards
Wow.
something.
Bro,
And then the
it's
trade at the
on.
end, that is a
Bro.
great round to bring some stability for DRX
Ali
now
also
in
नहीं,
this
वो
map. It's not even the greatest amounts though,
वो
as
टाइम.
Hermes does have a
करना
stinger.
बंद करो जीतेगी अपने आप.
Let's
Let's go DRX. Woo!
go, let's go. Okay, let's go, red boy. Okay, color free guys.
Oh, Devi falling in
Salim
mid
Messi
by
Maros
Close
Lake.
himself, trying to find the timing of the lurk. That's not going to come out. Good 0 point.
Wow.
And
कोई
the
दिक्कत ही नहीं
Nightfall
हुई.
going to
Sorry.
stall the proceedings of Paper X at the moment. So you have lost a lot of space around this map. You have lost the timing that you're trying to
वो स्टिंगर लेके
play
क्यों खेल रहा
ramping
है
towards the A site.
इतना पैसा तो है
The
नहीं
wind has
स्टिंगर
been
से
taken out
राउंड
of your
निकल
sails,
जाएगा
and you need to
वो
look
टाइम में तुम
to a
12
different
साल का हो
direction
गया
right now. Forsaken
ना
can dispatch of Bane
2016-17 में आया था ना फिर जिस
to
पे
equalize 4v4. Oh, but he
कितने
walks
साल
the
का
wrong
होगा
timing, the wrong
मैं
way.
2005 में पैदा
Yeah,
हुआ
I think that he might have been closer towards
हाँ
spawn.
भाई 12
At
साल
least
का
Envy
हूँगा
will
मैं
become, will be a
Shit!
pick up pieces, but still
12 साल में
3v4, not to
चिमकांडीगिरी
mention
चालू कर
Gremlin
दी थी
with,
मैंने
potential convergent paths.
Yeah, you just switch to a retake here if you need to. As
भाई
DRX
मतलब
as
मैं
well,
12
right?
साल का था
You
तब
mentioned
से ही
that
मैं
ult,
बहुत गंदा
you can
आदमी बन
be
गया
quite
भाई
happy to wait for
लोग
the rest
बहुत
of your
लेट
team as
गंदा
long as you
आदमी
don't
बनते हैं
overcommit to a mass fight
मैं
here.
12 की उम्र में
You
ही
are the
गंदा
only
बन गया
soldier
था
at this A site. It is a 1
तब
versus 3
जाके
at the
20 में
Paper X
अच्छा
time
बन
to
गया
make some noise known. Now the plan to go down for Envy, that it's just going to be an early scenario for
shit.
Hyunmin. That's actually not going to be a
stall,
capitalized
good
upon
stall.
ultimate for DRX here.
अच्छा उल्ट करा है भाई अभी 3v4 निकाल लेना चाहिए पेपर इसको अगर ये 3v4 नहीं निकाले ना तो बहुत बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज क्या बात है
Pressure against DRX, prevent them
Ooh,
from
double
getting
kill
into
रहे हैं
position out towards the back of sight. Still though, the
Oh,
shot
hell
through
nah,
the
bro.
blaze wall catches Envy, and now Jin goes down. It's just something left, and unfortunately the shot's not quite connecting just yet. He needs to back up, needs to find safe space. Still managing to find the headshot.
Money, baby! Money, baby!
Clutch for something up in round number 8.
And this is the coolest that we were waiting for something to be present in 2026. Where was 2025?
Beautiful,
something
beautiful.
from Paper X. Coming out with the goods in that round for the 1 versus 3.
फ्लैशबैक आ गया बे
After the team
वो
loses
राउंड
initial
देख के
space, initial game plan
ऐसा ही
action.
हराया था
You can see
समथिंग में
3K किया था उसने ना टैप टैप
The
टैप
thought process from
G2 के
Jin
against,
is
G2 के
there as
against,
well to try
bे।
and play anti-flash, right?
Same
If
as
there
same।
was the underlord
हाँ
coming
वो भी
from
डाइंग
Hermes,
गेम राउंड में
हाँ 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 वही वही वही
ओह
Trying
शिट
to play
क्या
the-
वो गया है
the
ना
brain power.
हाँ हेवी फ्लैशबैक
But
हुआ
really,
है
it's the aim power that gets the job done. 5 versus 3, DRX
अरे
still
सपोर्ट
in the
में
lead.
बग है भाई क्या
Resetting
बात
this
कर
round,
रहा
just the
है
pistols to see what they're going to be able to provide.
हर्ष भाई की हेड क्यों
Easier from Paper X now into this ace.
1v3 था वो भी
नहीं वो 4K निकाला था उसमें पता है हाँ वो याद है अच्छे से भाई
If not,
डेंजर मारा
so
था
far so good.
Yeah, next I wouldn't mind seeing
है ना
Envy
deja
go
vu
for a
हुआ
bit of a fight,
heavy
same as Jing, get a bit closer towards your ultimates for the next round where the guns will be back for DRX.
We're trying to watch for
हर्ष भाई जब फिडजेट स्पिनर ट्रेंड में था तब तुम कितने साल के थे
Hank for exit, so maybe get
8th,
a couple
9th में था, I
of kills
guess.
for themselves as well. Hermes
कितने साल
3 points
के थे?
away from his ultimate.
क्या लो
Trying to assert themselves through into
15
the
साल के
smokes.
हो गए।
Jing will get the first, a couple more.
भाई मैं 12 साल
Now he's gotten his ultimate.
Well, you can have a
तुम
great
कितने के
stack
थे?
of
12 साल
Paper
के।
X coming
हाँ ना?
towards round number 10 right now. Not really present there for DRX, but you start to need to see them recover
भाई,
on this defensive now.
एक reel
Defensive
देखी?
side right
हाँ।
now. It's going to be a timeout
याद
going
आया?
towards the next round that
ये
you
माँ
might assume
कसम,
is on this defensive side as well.
अपने को सही में पहले हम लोग को है ना थर्ड तक पेंसिल से लिखना पड़ता था नोटबुक में थर्ड के बाद पेन तो भाई वो पेंसिल से पेन पे जब शिफ्ट हुए थे तब जब खुशी हुई थी उसके ऊपर रील थी भाई
हाँ वो बच्चा डांस कर रहे हो जा रहा था जेल पेन से लिखना है वो वाला ना हाँ ना ब्रो
रियलाइज हुआ कि साला सही में यार तभी वो क्या खुश थे भाई तभी
ना मैं तो गोल्डन ट्राइमैक्स खरीदा था ना उसके लिए ही
Very DRX.
जब भी पेन चालू हुआ हमारे उधर 5th से चालू होता था
मैंने ट्राइमैक्स अभी खरीदा नहीं भाई मैंने हमेशा वहां पर है दोस्तों का
भाई और चोरी हो जाती थी भाई मेरी ट्राइमैक्स हर बार
कोई बात नहीं तुम दूसरी लेते रहोगे ना फिर
नहीं फिर छोड़ दिया ब्रो फिर रेनॉल्ड्स की लेने लग गया 10 रुपए वाली
And on the flip side as well for Paper X, we know how
भाई पर
fast-paced
शौक
that
था
they
भाई
like to go as
पेन
well.
का
They
पता है
always
अच्छी
get
अच्छी पेन
mass
लेने का
chaos in amongst
हमारा
their
अच्छा पेन
NRGLs.
लेने का मकसद एक ही
Macro
था
game plan
पेन
throughout
फाइट
rounds.
खेलना है
They've for
हाँ
second
हाँ
taken
उसके
up
लिए
the
उसके लिए
advantage
लेते
of
थे
it.
ब्रो
Also heard
एक
from
लाइट
Envy
वाली
recently that,
एरोडायनेमिक शेप
Envy has
वाली
been taken over a bit.
सब लेते
सेलो
थे
की रहती थी ना सेलो की उसमें
हाँ।
ग्रिप रहता था भाई
हाँ,
तो है ना
वो
हम लोग
एकदम
एक कस्टम
danger।
पेन बनाते थे
Needed some
ग्रिप्स
bold
निकाल
calls.
निकाल के ना एक पेन में घुसा देते थे
ओह भाई
So it'll be interesting to
हाँ,
see
ये
you know, at
ये
times
final
what
boss
the
आ गया।
versatility will look like for Envy specifically with this squad, because it is a much different role for him on this team compared to
भाई वो एक फ्लेयर की
Vct
पेन आती थी
previously.
जिसका शेप बहुत मस्त था वो पेन फाइट जिताती थी हर बार भाई घुस गया समथिंग मां कसम
Allowing Paper X to come in and set up.
They're changing the pathing on something as well with this waylay to get on in. They do so convincingly for the 5 versus 5. The ultimate's invested in a deeper pit now as well. That is just going to off-put you, or is it? Marco catching Forsaken Lacken.
Why but वो लोग को no mind by flank. Bhai short Jing.
It's just going to be Jing quick to respond.
Bhai बेचारा Yunmin वैसे ही मर रहा है हर round.
Space up towards heaven being taken by a couple of
क्या बात है? It's money now, chat. It's money now for
PaperX. PaperX still trying to
क्या बात है? पता है मैंने क्या बात है? क्या बात है भाई?
Fountain pen in that moment. You cannot get into the pit, but also you just don't feel like you've got an exit strategy as DRX there. You can't retreat back to your own spawn. You can't drop into the side. There's just no way that you're getting back into that round, unfortunately, with a great smack.
भाई फिर वही यार चैट फिर तुम बड़े हो जाते हो और फिर पता चलता है कि भाई वो 10 रुपए वाली बॉल पेन में जो बात है ना वो बात किसी भी पार्कर या पेरिकार्डिन में नहीं है भाई. वो 10 रुपए वाली जो एक पेन आती है ना 0.7 mm वाली गोटेडी
One
होती है.
might think it's going to be PaperX as it's just the pistols yet again for DRX. Remember, they started off with a 4-0.
मेरे टाइम
think
तक
that
10
was
वाली
a
आती.
good start, a great start to be able to really
आप बहुत ही
tumble
पुराने
through
हो
this
लग.
defensive side easily.
4 रुपए वाली बेस्ट.
PaperX and now
4 रुपए में किस
being
कौन सी
switched
पेन आती थी
online
भाई?
all the way into the site. Bane has to rely on his mechanics to try to find at least somewhat of an advantage.
1 रुपए की आती थी मेरे को
completely
पता है.
blinded.
1 रुपए वाली यूज एंड थ्रो होती थी. भाई एक तो यूज एंड थ्रो होती थी भाई, मैं भूल गया. बहुत क्रेजी होती थी वो यूज एंड थ्रो.
I mean, it's 2 maps in a row that he can just play the Phoenix, right? Those shots don't look too good. Freeing will find Forsaken off wing as well, so he will pick up the pit. He would have picked up the pit regardless if he died at the end of the round, but picking up the kill, picking up the gun, will back you up a little bit better in towards the next round as well.
ऐसा होता है कि लिखना ही है, पेन दो बस.
PaperX will find 6 here. Not a lot of power in going for the hunt.
मैं तो आजकल वापस लिखना चालू किया हूँ जब से म्यूजिक थ्योरी पढ़ रहा हूँ ना, तब से मैं लिखना चालू किया हूँ. तो मेरे को एक दिन रियलाइज हुआ कि पेन से लिखने में बात क्या है. लिखने में कुछ तो बात. 6 कलर वाली यूज एंड थ्रो वाली अब 4 की है. क्या बात कर रहे हो भाई? तो 68 ले लिया, क्या बात है भाई? 68 ठीक है अच्छा कीबोर्ड है. 6 कलर वाला मोटा पेन भाई मेरे पास आज भी एक पेन है.
Being too overbearing towards these sites as well. They're being very passive and patient in these post plants.
ये हर्ष भाई की पेन. हर्ष भाई की जब याद आती है मेरे को मैं ये पेन खोल लेता हूँ.
No longer feeling comfortable, you'd assume. So I kind of wish that DRX would do something a little bit more decisive as a barrier drop call. The pit over towards the B choke yet again. Okay. You just assume not too challenged. Yeah, I've got to send in a bunch of utility to try and find him. Nightfall and Blaze, for example.
Not 100% committing to it.
भाई PaperX पहली बार अच्छा लीड ले ली है.
Link and 2 players from DRX taken down. Forsaken still tucked in towards B side. Really deep positions held. Hermes wants to go in for it, wants to take a bit more space for DRX, but
ये गेम में पहली बार कंट्रोल में लग रही है भाई PaperX.
Bane does find one. Something responds. And goes even further as well.
Leo Jing heavy control लेने जाएगा ये. वाह 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 वाह. वो Forsaken के लिए था वो flash. भाई वो Forsaken के लिए flash था.
1v3.
भाई Forsaken ऐसे ही smoke क्यों दे रहा है?
Huge paranoia sent into the right angles, right directions, but Jing just hops over with a shorty anyways. It's a 7-5 at the end first half for PaperX.
That's a great round to dissect for PaperX as well, to be honest with you, with the pit going down at the B main choke point. They send in the Nightfall and the Blaze, but it's all a ruse to get Forsaken to TP behind the opponents when they're deafened and
देखिए तुमने something मारने के लिए पूरा 1 सेकंड लिया होगा, पूरा 1 सेकंड.
In that moment in time has to be, you know, told by the team essentially.
पहले आया, aim करा, adjust किया और फिर मारा.
And be pushed out of his pit. He gets crunched upon from multiple angles, and that's the entryway for PaperX to get into the B site, where again they're already showing
short ये kill मचानी है.
Being able to close down that side as well and hold it and protect the spike plant. So really well done for PaperX, putting a bit of bully action onto that B site.
Super X2 के लिए buy करना है.
Hell of a coordinated play. I didn't realize.
हर्ष भाई से मांगो यार, हर्ष भाई के पास होगा ना कोड वगैरह, तो मेरे पास थोड़ी.
down to the 5-7 where kicking things off
Let's play.
well in the
हाँ भाई
second half. Quite
डिफेंस
paramount,
होगा या
especially once
अटैकिंग
again
ये
with the
डिफेंसिव
fact
मैप
that
या
this
अटैकिंग मैप है
is
अटैकिंग मैप
elimination at stake.
Now you got me thinking about steak.
मैप अटैकिंग है पर
Yeah, we've
Team
always talked
comp
about
होना
meat and
चाहिए।
potatoes of the map.
Yeah, now we need to see that
अटैक
substance
करने
again
के
come
लिए
from
अच्छे से
DRX.
नहीं तो
They
टीम
were
डिफेंस
off
में
to
भी
the
निकाल
races at
लेती
the
है
beginning of their own map pick in this series as well.
अरे!
Into road. Now it's been a hot minute between drinks.
हर्ष भाई
7
तुम्हारे
5 for the
तुम्हारे
5 in a row for the
कोई
tail end of Paper X
इसको
in that
सुपर
one.
लाइट
Now we
डेक्स 2
flip
लेना है
things
उसको
up.
कोड
Now
चाहिए
Paper X go to this defensive side and now
कोड नहीं है हमारे
DRX
पास
knowing that they
कोड
wanted to
नहीं
pick
है।
this in the veto. What do we
और
have
भाई
to
अभी तो
see
हमको
for
ब्रेक
them
पे
on
डाल
this
दिया
attacking side that
तो अब ये रेजर
led
खरीद
the
लो
way for them
ओए।
against Full Sense?
ऐसे नहीं होता
10-2 that was.
That's what kept
हम
them
लॉयल
here.
है
तो दिखता है
ओए
Some of those successes for
नहीं
now.
अभी तो ब्रेक पे फिर भी मैं
Very
बोलता हूँ ये
measured.
गोटेड माउस है भाई
Through middle and then into A.
Yeah, on this attacking side as well. Remember, it's the solo duelist in the Waylay with double E net. So we're looking for a lot of ideas, a lot of prodding, a lot of
वाइपर
doing
V3
and
प्रो
throwing.
ले लो
Some smart,
V3 प्रो बहुत अच्छा है
level-headed decision making for them right
सुपर
now.
लाइट वगैरह मतलब
Next, though,
अबे पर डेक्स अगर लेना है सिर्फ
something
शेप के लिए ले रहे हो
needs to
डेक्स
move.
तो उससे अच्छा V3 प्रो ले लो
See
ब्रो
what
V3 प्रो
Forsaken
बहुत बहुत
feels on
अच्छा
the
है
back of this A side though. Is the toxic screen going to permit?
रिग्रेट नहीं
bit of a
करोगे
waltz
ब्रो
in for
V3 प्रो लेना
DRX?
पूरी जिंदगी में लाइफ टाइम चलाने वाले हो देख लो
Spotted them a little bit late, so they have some time to actually get into sight.
Yeah, but remember, it is only Forsaken currently over towards the spawn side of things, so he is just going to fall back. Echo out a couple of shots as we move into the 5 versus 5 that we know Paper X loved over on Haven.
At least Forsaken has held on to the paranoia as well. So, possible ways to get back into the site. Possible ways for DRX to prevent that from
शॉट
coming
यम
through.
यम
Swings from Hyunmin, but also a shot taken, eaten.
वहाँ भी हरमिस फिर से चालू ना हो जाए
Crossfire, especially with the
तेरी।
hunt coming through.
निकाल लिया पिस्टल
Forsaken
राउंड ये लोग ने
trying to dig himself
क्या
deep,
करेगा फिर सेकंड भाई अब
but completely surrounded all across elbow. He sets up another smoke, but it's
Anti, bro.
Hermes. With the round ender onto the Sheriff. It's
एंटी
a nice little scoreline. 6 and 7.
V4 प्रो आ गया वो डेथ हैडर है डेथ हैडर
Put it in the
V4 अच्छा नहीं वाइपर भी आया
But for
है
the
Into the
pistols,
माय
middle.
बैड
in this one,
वाइपर
DRX
V4
will be
पर
finding
V4
both,
प्रो अभी
so to keep
पब्लिक के लिए
a
खरीदने
way
के लिए
back
आया है
towards
इंडिया
the
में
map, very needed in my mind. The timing on that 0.
और आएगा भी तो 16-17 हजार का आएगा भाई कम से कम
Kind of upsets Paper X a little bit because that paranoia from Forsaken would have been really good to layer on in for the team to focus on elbow before getting on towards the site, right? So
दोस्तों
the
का ड्राइव
fact
किट
that the timing
लोगे
on that
हाँ लोगे
removes
ना
it,
भाई एक दिन
actually
जरूर
quite superb for DRX. Now they'll move into the eco-fragging rounds. Hyunmin giving the outlaw to go and hunt for them. They are
V3
playing
प्रो
for the
अगर 10-12 हजार का
pistols
मिल
as
जाता
well,
है
so have a
12
couple of
तक
better upgrades in the next round to
12.5
really
तक
take
मिल
the
जाता
fight
है ले
against
लो
Paper X.
उससे
They
बढ़िया
hold
नहीं
on
है
to
कोई माउस
all the other guns in this one as
क्योंकि
well.
बाकी सब बहुत महंगे
I think it's
आएंगे
very
और
interesting.
बजट का इशू नहीं है
Round number 15.
तो थोड़े दिन रुक जाओ सुपर स्ट्राइक जब इंडिया में मिलने लग जाएगा तो सुपर स्ट्राइक
Really
खरीद
good to
लो
see them
सुपर स्ट्राइक से तो गोटेड माउस
exercise
ही
that
नहीं है
macro control.
शेप वाइज भी बहुत अच्छा है वो
Right up
और
through the middle. While
6-7
has a bit of presence out towards the back. Envy though,
जाने नहीं
holding the angle down to half HP. Just looking for quick shots, quick reactions. Hyunmin able to punch through.
And
अभी
now
इन
you're
लोग
gonna
के
get the
बाय
plant
राउंड पे
down.
पता चलेगा
Paper X
भाई
are gonna be
ये
ready
मैप
for a
कहाँ
bit of a
जाएगा
two-man flank.
स्ट्रगल भी 18 के मिनिमम
That's
ले
all
लिया
they're gonna have.
मैं वही बोला अगर बजट का इशू नहीं है
Something gets felled.
तब लो
Bring on the flank.
अब भाई जिसके पास पैसा ही पैसा पड़ा है उसके लिए क्या माउस क्या
As
गाड़ी
well, so this should be
जब
his.
जो मन वो
0
ले
point
ले
continues to clear out backside. DRX should have a
जिसके
pretty
पास
good idea.
लिमिटेड पैसा है वो तो सोचेगा ना
You
लेने
always
से
got to
पहले
be careful about picking into this as well. Do you think that
बाकी
Hyunmin
एक
might be on the
समुंदर
other
में
side
से
of
एक
this one
बाल्टी
watching for
पानी
the
का
eco
क्या ही
frag?
जाता है
Been very patient. Now you're going to be
Shot.
rewarded.
Oh
You're going
my.
to lock them in, contain them in this one. And
भाई
find some
साहब
extra
बेचारा
damage as
यूनमिन
well.
भाई यूनमिन जिंग के
The
फ्लैश में
Phantom
ना
to be
कम से
picked up
कम
on the
5 बार
Outlaw
मरा
as well
होगा
instead
पता
of
है
the Guardian. So there's going to be some weaponry for DRX to go and try and take a challenge in this next round, but not as much as they perhaps were expecting
ऐसा है
two
भाई,
pistols.
in that
आपके
4
सबसे
versus
शेख
2
भाई।
scenario.
हाँ भाई माउस में एक और चीज चलो मैं
Yeah,
रील बनाने वाला था
actually,
उसके बारे में
Despite losing players, it's minimal losses,
Instagram पे
but
देख
for
लेंगे।
Paper X at the same time, starting to build up on some of these crucial ults.
see what the buy does look like as well, because with that outlaw going into the next round, you got to be careful, you got to be aware as Paper X with the shields. Forsaken susceptible.
रुको ही मत.
See how he's going to take just for these fights.
भाई एलेक्स भाई के बाजू में जो बैठा है वो बंदा कौन सा कोच है? असिस्टेंट कोच है?
Just in this round, Alex getting a little bit frazzled. So I wonder what he's taken
भाई
away
ये
from
लोग
the
डिफेंस में
beginning
अभी ना
stages and the comms from this defensive call for Paper X.
Kind of looks like they bit onto that 0
क्लिक
point.
करके रील में डाल
This
देना.
round is very doable for DRX, right? Lots of rifles,
अच्छे से
that outlaw
अच्छे
as
से
well.
बनाना
You
है.
start to scale up. If you want to get in towards the elbow,
स्क्रिप्ट क्या है?
a lot of
स्क्रिप्ट क्या
combos
है?
that you can do with this composition as well. But macro game plan, bigger picture for DRX. Who do you leave where? Are you trying to insert someone on this attacking side? Looks like we're leaving Hyunmin to his own, or sorry, Bane to his own devices over at the A site. So maybe he will be trying to draw attention over there, make the B side a bit easier for the team to get in.
They've also baited out several bits of utility from Paper X's side. Forsaken smokes are
अभी वो
being
ए पे
spent
अभी ये
before they,
दिया है
especially the
प्राउलर.
Prowler from Bane.
And this
30
fake
सेकंड
that he's
बचा
trying to
है
sell is
और
not
30
being read
सेकंड
by
में उसने
Paper X at
प्राउलर
the
दिया है
moment.
वहाँ
They are
पे.
rotating the right members
बेचारा
to this
क्रॉसिंग में
B
मर
side,
जाएगा बेन.
putting something in towards mid,
Ooh.
and he doesn't have to move from this position. Sub 30 seconds to
कितना
go. DRX
इजी रीड
going
होगा
to B.
पेपर एक्स के लिए ये भी
Something
आ रहे
starting
होंगे.
to move though. Leaves his spot, takes down Bane, and then it comes down to the entry from Hyunmin onto site. He
भाई
takes
साहब
out
यूनमिन
two.
पागल हो गया है.
Davai off the top of heaven, trying to spot out even more players. He
Wait,
takes
that's a
down the spike
That's a
carrier.
spike.
10 seconds. DRX, they've got to go. They've got to pick it up and plant it down just quick. They should
time
have
है, time है,
enough
time
time.
है.
There's also time for something to try to creep through. Still has to saturate as well.
भाई यार अगर
Worries
समथिंग पे
about the
डैश
top of
होता
heaven.
ना.
His shoulder gets spotted by Hyunmin. who
भाई
now picks
अगर
up the
समथिंग पे
hat
डैश
trick,
होता
knocked out the
यार.
end, and DRX take the lead.
And you know that's going to be a
यार,
range
दवाई
up for
को है
Paper
ना,
X. They are not
calm
going to be
down
happy
खेलना
with
चाहिए,
how
मतलब
that one
फालतू.
was played out.
अबे
You dropped the
percent to
spike,
percent
there's not
depend
a lot of
करता है
time
भाई.
for the rest of your
calm down
boys.
खेलता ना, वो
They're on
उसका
the wrong
जगह
side of the map
जिगरी
at the
हो गया ना, तो
moment.
उधर
Not
short हो गया है.
exactly happy with the defenses on that one. And yes, something
भाई
will
पर
take out Bane in that rotation.
पेपर एक्स का भी मैप
You lost the
कंट्रोल के
way.
लिए ना
You needed to hold yourselves on that B
बहुत ही
side. Some good
voracious
utility,
appetite है.
Blinding out on the back of sight, getting the freebies for
समझ रहे हो?
Hyunmin.
बहुत ही voracious
You've got
appetite
Hyunmin
है.
starting to
Map
activate on this
control के
attacking
लिए.
side. It's what you need for DRX as well. You need the quote support cast to facilitate him into these sites, get those kills, get that space on this single duelist
उनको नहीं
line,
मिलता तो वो
and play that
छटपटाते हैं.
post. Play the protector of the spike.
हाँ
Take the further space if you need to as well.
भाई रीड तो अच्छा था अभी पेपर एक्स का,
हाँ, अभी
लेकिन
तो बहुत
वो
प्यारा
यूनमिन
read
अच्छा
था.
मारा ब्रो, यूनमिन अच्छा मारा.
There's gonna be a lot of utility.
ना ब्रो,
now
अगर
for
समथिंग
the
पे
fact that
डैश
they
होता
are
राउंड
playing
निकाल
this
देते
slower
पता है.
style, drawing out
वो तो
the
अंधा हो गया,
utility.
वो कैसा राउंड निकालेगा.
It's really gonna work in favor for
नहीं नहीं
them.
डैश होता
Paper X
तो
have
घुस
to
जाता ना
be
प्लांट
adapting now
प्लांटर
with
पे.
that.
टाइम थोड़ी था.
हाँ
That's why this
4
timeout
सेकंड ही
was
तो था जब
called.
प्लांट करने
Worried
बैठा.
for Alex's blood pressure, but
टाइम लग रहा है आजकल सपोर्ट कर
yeah,
रहा है.
hopefully we'll see some
खेलता
adjustments
शुरू
coming
से
through for the
list
upcoming
जो ना
rounds.
उसे
Otherwise,
stick
DRX
करो for rank up.
continuing with the same
हाँ आई मीन अगर आपका उस
same
पर किल्स
style.
निकल रहा है तो बहुत बढ़िया है.
Be
किसी
worrisome
को निको ट्राई
for
करता हूँ मैं.
Paper X as it goes on. Onto an eco round for now, though.
कमेंट किया उसको.
Yep,
नाइस.
and Hyunmin, I mean, he's
क्या
still got
बात
this
कर रहा है
outlaw. It's
सही
the
में.
right weapon for this position.
क्या बात
but
कर रहे हैं.
He already has the
क्लिप
he
भेज मेरे
already
को.
has the convergent path.
रीसेंट शॉर्ट क्लिप किस स्ट्रीम का था?
End of the day.
पुराना
Had them
स्ट्रीम है ब्रो.
Stats.
उसमें मैं
round
स्टूपिड
all the
ऐसे भी बोलता हूँ.
to try to send us to a map 3 in
भाई
this
कल ही बैठ के edit
elimination
किया.
series between the two big RX teams. Spots out just a bit.
भाई इन लोग का
Nothing
इको आ
to,
गया है. अभी DRX को 2 राउंड का लीड
forming
मिल
there.
जाएगा.
Waltz down mid for Paper X now. Just the pistols. Got to take some cheesy angles.
नहीं हर्ष भाई से लूंगा मैं माउस.
Some cheeky fights.
हर्ष भाई अभी
DRX are just not
अभी
gonna
ये
give it
खत्म
to
हो
them
जाए
at
भाई
the
वॉच
moment.
पार्टीज तो मैं फिर
A
वापस
bit
गेम
closer
खेलना
towards
चालू
some
करूँ.
of
फिर
these
मैं
ults
V3
for
प्रो
DRX
उठाऊंगा.
as well, if you can cycle them online for the
वो
next
खरीदने का मन था बट हर्ष भाई
gun
बस
round or
पड़ा है वो
two.
यूज नहीं करते तो.
certainly be a way that you
Of
can
course, why not?
tick some boxes, try and close this map.
सिर्फ
Seeing nothing in mid though.
उस पे
Paper
grip
X,
tapes
gonna
लगाऊंगा.
waltz over towards this B
उसका
site now, and it is the
स्केट्स
right
चेंज
call.
करूंगा.
Nothing in A as well, but unfortunately, even
भाई
in the corner,
आउटलॉ
some of these
लेके
players
डैश
unfortunately
करना
aren't
भाई
able
अलग
to
ही
react
कल्ला है
to the
यार.
fight. It's
वो
Indian
शॉट.
Jing though. Not too bad, but still continuing to swing,
Slow
trying
में.
to catch him on the choke. Paper X starts to get choked out as
1v2
well.
for
Free,
something.
reasserting himself into the
Let's
site.
go, baby.
Just something around the corner. And that will be that. DRX continue on with the rounds, but also taking losses.
I mean, they had enough money, right? It's a 4-0 start.
Nocturnum लो यार, Nocturnum आई है ना चाट रन बैक में.
So the cash isn't too
भाई हर्ष भाई
bad.
रन बैक आ गया.
In the next couple of rounds as well. The onus is really on Paper X to mount some defenses and
मैंने
mount
क्या
some
बता?
good decisions and shots.
हाँ कोई तो बोला भी चैट में आ गया
They sort of execute in towards B when
भाई
you've got
उसमें
the
Nocturnum
melees
आया
on
ना?
this map. The pathing is
Nocturnum
generally the
और Amondir आया
same
शायद.
under the hut,
ओ
right? It was the
भाई clean है
change
ना
that
भाई
I did
Nocturnum
like
तो.
Util डाले ये
from
लोग गेम इन
Paper
पे.
X, I believe it was against GE where they
B-main.
changed the path around to the back of the site. We saw that earlier on for Hyunmin too. So having the adaptability to change that pathing and catch your opponents off guard is going to be quite paramount for Hyunmin in my mind.
Amazon पे नहीं मिलती
This
ज़्यादा.
round you still got access
Genesis
to that
PC,
conversion
Mech
path,
keys.
which you would assume can make things a little bit easier to get into this B side, especially if you're going for your practiced set executes in a round such as this.
And DRX fame
ओ
as
भाई
well.
अभी यूनमन
This
टीपी
time
बैक कर
pass
लिया तो
closer towards the link area.
उसका अल्ट वेट
But
हो
at the
गया.
same
नाइस
time,
एनवी.
Paper X continue to just flood back in. Off of the run it back. Jing onto the rifle.
अल्ट चलाया था
Spams
क्या?
into the choke. The
नहीं
snake
never
bite
mind. वो लोग
catching
कैसे
onto
लो
a player
हुए?
as well. DRX now
Veil still low
licking
है.
their wounds.
You've
क्या
locked him out
बात
of sight,
है?
but no one is watching
ये
to the
control में
tower at
दिखी
the
ना
moment.
अब.
Marco has snuck in here.
14K
Something
का
that he
भी
loves
video
doing
तो.
on the middle of Haven,
ठीक
for
है,
example.
दूसरे
Loves
websites पे
TPing
देखो.
into that B site, and no one is just wise here. How much can he get away with? One,
एक,
two.
दो.
He knows where Devi is as
तेरी
well. This is the
भाई.
5 versus 3. I talked about it earlier when Paper X are in the 5 versus 3s and it gets pulled away from them.
ओ बेन
So for
स्टिल
something
लो
to
है.
find that kill onto Hyunmin to make it an equal state. Paper X
Expect
are
तो
looking
करेंगे
to
वो लोग
save
कि एक
face in
city
this
होगा.
round.
Light speeds through.
Big
Forsaken
dash.
still has his flash ready as well.
3
Sets up the
second में
smoke to block
recon
off
है.
Heaven, but really want to watch out for the back of elbow, and that's where
Recall
Marco
the
is. Forsaken, able to
Big
find
round,
the
big
ready
round.
exchange. And
Big
Paper
round,
X move
Jason.
up to an 8.
I didn't get a good rate on that one for the exchange, unfortunately, though. Just Forsaken and the money, I mean, it's still problematic for Paper X as well, with just the one surviving. So they get through that round. They have to challenge massively again against what DRX has been able to save and survive with. You can see a result in the form of the shields coming into this next round. I wouldn't have minded seeing an adjustment from DRX on that execute as well when you're lobbing all this fake utility into second layer the C's over, because the trail gets the track in towards any link players. That was the execute that we saw the other day on this map that I really liked, that slight little change up of where that C's is placed. It actually does such good work. And DRX still gave that one a mighty fight to try and bring it back.
अभी इन लोग का एक राउंड, अभी इनके पास 2 राउंड का इको है भाई. ओह नाइस वन इन वी. अभी पेपर एक्स अगर 10-9 करती है तो पेपर एक्स को 11-9 फ्री में मिलेगा. बस ये 2 राउंड निकालने पेपर एक्स को अच्छे से. भाई वहाँ पे Forsaken स्मोक कर रहा था, मरा जिंग है.
In amongst the smoke round.
Nice one, Forsaken,
Vane as
bhai.
well. This one is starting to crumble a little bit at the moment for DRX. Just Hermes.
मार्को भाई ने पूरा पिछले राउंड मार दिया.
अरे
मार्को,
This is double. Envy is really low.
मेरी लॉबी में खेलते हैं ऐसा तो लोग.
And ult, if he wants to use it, it would technically reveal his position on the pulses. He'll dodge the nightfall as well. He finds the timing onto the buy.
No
This is
way
so
they are
winnable for
throwing
the
this,
new
bro.
recruit to DRX.
There's absolutely no way. भाई उसके पास knife भी आ गया है. He can just throw his knife to check.
Low HP as well.
3 सेकंड में recon है इनवी पे. निकाल दिया.
The right opportune timing.
क्या throw
Envy
करते हैं
gonna
भाई
do?
ये
The haunt
लोग.
sent. Positions revealed. The 0 point coming through as well. He still can't get onto the spike. Taps onto it though. And all Hermes needs is one shot. Maybe not even, just waiting out the time. Envy can't get it halfway. Gets the kill at the end, but does he have it? I don't think so.
No.
10-8.
That is such sensational work for Hermes. It's a bit bittersweet at the end that he doesn't get the kill for the 4K there. But what a great Red Bull clutch to come through from him. Finding the right angles, the right timing, and the shots to come out from the Guardian. Mate, I think that gun is absolutely gorgeous for him, by the way. He has just done such destruction on that gun. He plays the end perfectly as well with the fragment timing that Envy in towards that one for. Or rather, it was a Phantom, never mind. I thought it was a
ये
Guardian.
ताना भाई.
But he has
I'm
done
getting
it all.
lost in the mix. It was Envy, the one with the Guardian.
Bhai.
Anyways, it doesn't matter at the end. Hermes comes out with a mighty clutch. That
एक
might be the straw
mistake
that breaks
नहीं
the
कर
camel's back
सकते
in
ना.
this one as well. You've lost your guns yet again.
अबे तो
for PRX.
1 घंटे
Might be
तक
11
fight
to
भी तो
DRX,
लिया
and I
पर
look
second
towards
में.
some win conditions for them,
वो
Quack.
3-5 game
They
अच्छा
have a
already
lot of
किया.
ultimates that
M
kind of
chose
almost just hope that
860
they
Ace
hold on
60
for that next round.
At the same time, Prx continuing to feel the need to investigate. Might just be walking into crosshairs or setting up crosshairs of their own. Possible weapon picked up. Forsaken into the smoke with a shorty though. Gets taken down, but not before dragging Hyunmin through the
ठीक है, पर
mud.
8 HP कर दिया उसने.
Well, same as an L command as well, so this does start to become a bit of an expensive round for DRX. If they can dislodge free,
Nice.
that's going to be great as well, and
Alt
upgrade
है
of weapons
something
that they
पे.
can pilfer.
2 guns आ गई है उन लोग के पास.
All these
जुलमिन 8 HP है.
upgrades that could mean
भाई
so
बहुत
much
प्यारा
for
ult है, बहुत
Prx
प्यारा
right
ult है,
now
एक
to
फंसा.
keep themselves in the map to possibly close it out 2-0. Hyunmin not allowing for any of that nonsense to happen. Holds the angle, outlaw in hand. Flashes through. It's fully expected. DRX just managed to tuck away from it.
Bro,
Hunts get sent
इतना
back as
प्यारा
well.
molly.
And now Prx starts to feel the heat. Onto the spike, he sticks it. Jing, it's something. He turns back around. But lo and behold, Hermes has flanked all the way
Bro,
through.
almost.
His eyes are on the prize in that round at the moment, Hermes. He doesn't care about the kills, he cares about the round. The team gets down and dirty into the fights on the back of that Haunt reveal. And he catches something in transition, trying to play for the time, but his spike is already half defused, trying to play for the tap, perhaps. Lots of damage that Prx throw in towards this round, but really DRX, they are holding on at the end. Costly, as I say, from the ults that they invest, but necessary. What wasn't in my mind was the convergent pass from something thrown over to the
बहुत
elbow.
अच्छा try किया भाई.
And they don't immediately try to aggro behind it. This time,
Miss
though, they
किया.
change things up, going for the A main space. Might even lose it to Free.
अब Prx को बहुत गंदा इन लोग को लीड मिल गया.
All the way through. Unfortunately,
अब
though,
Prx बहुत hard है
Hyunmin
comeback
who
करना है
goes
यहाँ से.
down.
And they'll see that
You
there's some
jinxed this
extra
match,
bodies
bro.
here. Something gets the kill. They saw
Shut up,
Forsaken's
bro.
TP. They see that Jing gets the orb as well. You know it's a stacked side
6v4.
on A. It incentivizes you as DRX to flip the map over to B perhaps, but you've already got that micro rotation from Envy. That is a very
हाँ, bro, लोग
ambitious
mess up
sibling
करे
from
ये
something not
तुम
needed
लोग
in
मानो
my
ना मानो
mind.
वो लोग mess up करे भाई ये game.
And it doesn't pay off either, so
Yeah.
back to a slight reset.
And now, because of that as well, you know he's going for it to see if they're there, to see if they might already be up towards the
Marco
guts of mid.
अकेला hold
They
किया
go
है.
patient
Wow,
DRX.
he still
Marco
gets two,
capitalizes.
bhai.
You lost map control as Prx. You had to go and find something, and you find death. Now Forsaken and Jing for a 2 versus 4. They are here early.
Welcome to my world.
Perhaps a slight opportunity.
क्या
Nope,
करेगा वो?
not anymore. Not with the pit coming in.
Yeah, the flank for Jing.
क्या करेगा बेचारा?
It's just Forsaken that was here early because he uses From the Shadows to get over very quick. But you've already got this flank, this rotation expected being held by Mr. Marco.
अब जिंग के साथ हो गया. इतने राउंड से फ्लैश कर रहा था ना. भाई वो लोग कैसे डबल स्विंग कर रहे गंदा.
Might have slipped through, but oh, look at all the spams, the suppressive
Goal
fire.
दिया भाई.
Down to Mako for the
Mako
quad
का.
kill at the end of the round for DRX to get up to map
Then he
point.
became
Good work,
Jinx
sir.
का brand
Well done,
ambassador.
Marco there. Some great patience in the way that he collects those kills over at B, knowing that when they find something in towards mid, Prx are going to have to try and find some space elsewhere around the map. He catches them lacking. It's very different now for Prx, where we see in that previous series against GE, as I mentioned earlier, right, showing a lot of discipline on that defensive side, holding the choke points and not over-peaking. This time they fall back in towards something that we've seen be problematic for them a lot during this kickoff.
What the hell, indeed.
Risks not needing to be seen. No reward either. 4 map points now that Prx have to try and come back with. DRX have put themselves in a great
भाई एक्सो
position
कटाना
right
आरुष
now
भाई.
on their map
एक्सो
pick.
कटाना मेरे को बहुत पसंद है भाई.
Perfectly poised to send us to a
भाई
third.
थर्ड मैप. अबे एक दिन में अगर एक ही गेम है तो 3 मैप तो जाना चाहिए एटलीस्ट यार.
True that, true that, true that.
तो बहुत ही जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा.
Hyunmin.
He has purchased the perfect weapon for this situation. Every single person on Prx's side had less armor, not full. It's regen or it's light.
The judges makes me quite nervous, Komodo.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about a great judge character though in this round for Hyunmin. Gets the outlaw kill, gets the orb, has
भाई
conversion
पेपर
pass,
एक्स ने
and with a lot of time still on the clock for
enough
DRX.
ब्रीज खेला
They
होगा
have
बे
their
कि
choice
DRX
on
के
where
पास
they
रीड
want to
करने के लिए
end.
बहुत कुछ होगा
Most
चैट,
likely still will be towards A perhaps in a split unless they want to go
क्योंकि मेरे को
towards
लगता
a
है
B
पेपर एक्स ने
position
बहुत
where
ज्यादा
Marco can TP
ब्रीज के
over
गेम्स खेले
but
हैं.
later on.
वाह,
That's not how you want to throw curveballs.
बिल्कुल आपके जैसा हर्ष भाई.
Unfortunately for Jing. So to A we do go.
It's that fake flash as well to try to keep Jing invested, but still. Pressure is on into the A site. Jing has arrived. Sets up the blaze wall to try to slow things down, but it's not going to happen. Still though, with the convergent
Judge है
pass,
भाई.
anyway, it's forsaken onto the judge.
बीन
Unbeknownst
दो
to him
मारता
though,
है
it's the
स्मोक में.
pincer maneuver all the way from the other
अरे
side,
रे
and that's
रे,
exactly
बेचारा,
where
GG
DRX
bro.
plant their flag
GG
onto
चा.
the site.
मैंने
It's just
2-1
a
बोला
bye
था,
left.
देखो.
He's got a guardian, couple of players
और
low
थोड़ा सा
HP
खराब
shield, but
खेल
this
लो,
is so
और खराब
much
खेल लो
work
थोड़ा
to
सा,
do.
देखो कहीं जीत ना
Not
जाओ.
quite possible. And we're gonna
भाई ये
hold on to
DRX
our
का
seats
जर्सी
because
कितना अच्छा दिख रहा है हर्ष भाई.
DRX says no cleats
Right.
today. We're going to a map 3.
हाँ?
Just what a destructive half to come out from DRX.
DRX
हाँ?
is winning this shit, bro.
ब्रो बट क्या जर्सी है DRX का.
Yep.
हाँ?
But Klurge भाई,
बार्सिलोना ऐसा. हाँ?
Prx is losing this shit, bro.
Prx is losing? ना ना भाई, मैं बताऊं एक चीज, बहुत
बताओ.
पेपर ने बहुत ब्रीज खेल लिया भाई, बहुत ब्रीज खेल लिया भाई पेपर ने. नहीं
और वैसे भी DRX का तो ये स्ट्रॉन्ग मैप था वैसे,
करोड़
बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग मैप है.
ओके.
Yeah. So
देखा
let's just see what happens.
रुको ब्रीज देखते हैं. ये लोग ने लास्ट, भाई ये लोग ने फुल सेंस जीटा डिवीजन के अगेंस्ट खेला है. नहीं, सिर्फ फुल सेंस के अगेंस्ट खेला है. ओ तो DRX ने एक बार ही ब्रीज खेला है बस,
किसके अगेंस्ट?
फुल सेंस के अगेंस्ट.
ओह.
और पेपर एक्स ने
और स्कोर?
नहीं, जीती थी. ठीक है, और अब पेपर एक्स देखते हैं. भाई पेपर एक्स, हर्ष भाई,
हाँ,
पेपर एक्स तो जी से भी हार गई थी ब्रीज.
मैं वही तो बोल रहा हूँ भाई.
T1 से भी हार गई थी ब्रीज. और
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ,
पेपर
देखो.
एक्स 3 बार खेल ली है ब्रीज, मतलब बहुत रीड करने के लिए मटेरियल है DRX के पास.
यप.
ब्रो ये तो मसला हो गया थोड़ा सा. भाई यार दोस्तों, भाई पेपर एक्स को तो वन ऑफ द वर्स्ट मैप में से एक है ब्रीज. एस्ट्रा, अरे भाई साहब, अरे भाई साहब, भाई सरप्राइज करनी चाहिए. भाई DRX जीती थी ना ब्रीज. Let me be sure. जीते थे भाई, 13-10 जीते थे. शिट. सेम कॉम्प है. पेपर एक्स का भी सेम कॉम्प है. भाई साहब दोस्तों, पढ़ाई के हिसाब से तो DRX को जीतना चाहिए. जो अपन ने पढ़ाई की है इसके पीछे, उसके हिसाब से तो DRX को जीतना चाहिए. सेम कॉम्प है. हमें एक मिरर कॉम्प देखने को मिलेगा हर्ष भाई, देखना.
From Marco.
हमें एक मिरर कॉम्प देखने को
Haven,
मिलेगा.
he was very much here to play, whereas Divide goes missing a little bit more when he's
शिट भाई, पर ये मैप तो ये लोग क्या, ब्रो देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो वे कि मैं पेपर एक्स को टूर्नामेंट से बाहर होता हुआ देखूंगा. एब्सोल्युटली नो वे. डू समथिंग. व्हाई योर वॉइस लो? व्हाट डू यू मीन लो? एक बार बोल दो कि मेरी एक्स मेरे पास कभी वापस ना आए. आपकी एक्स आपके पास कभी वापस ना आए. व्हाट? वेलो मैच फिक्सिंग पॉसिबल है क्या? हाँ हुई है ना ब्रो. लास्ट ईयर टीम सीक्रेट के एक बंदे ने किया था भाई. मतलब अभी तक दोस्तों एक, ओ वेट, हर्ष भाई मेरे को एक और एक थ्योरी मिल गई है.
हाँ बोलो.
हेड टू हेड DRX पेपर एक्स जब जब खेले हैं, एक बार DRX जीती है, एक बार पेपर एक्स जीती है, फिर DRX जीती है, फिर पेपर एक्स जीती है, फिर DRX जीती है।
ठीक है,
वाह, ऐसा मतलब सच में नॉट इवन कैपिंग ब्रो, ऐसा ही हुआ है।
ठीक है,
तो उसके हिसाब से पेपर एक्स जीतनी चाहिए।
चलेगा।
देख लो ब्रो, चैट look at this bro, look at this grand final, esports world cup grand final, एशिया क्वालिफायर। एक्सटेंड करियो, नहीं इतना ही बहुत है ना, एक्सटेंड क्यों करना? ओ भाई चैट, देयर इज एब्सोल्युटली नो वे ये यहां से चलता हुआ आ रहा है। एक DRX, एक PRX, एक DRX, एक PRX, एक DRX, एक PRX, एक DRX। तो अब
to this roster so well, and you see how his performance, how his teammates push him to this kind of performance we have here.
I mean, this clutch is really the thing that gets this game across the line. Forsaken has a bit of a whiff, opens it up, he baits out that ult, dodges it, and plays so well for time here. This guy does not look like a rookie when he's pulling off clutches like this. And ultimately, this is a massive swing round. Forces Paper Rex down onto that eco. It's worth 2 for him to step up in that 1 versus 3.
Yeah, if you look at this graphic as well, worth highlighting, it's been a while since DRX have played Breeze. That we'll see as the third map. Actually, PRX has played it more so recently than DRX had, and this was the game where Hyunmin went.
क्या बात है, मतलब पेपर एक्स का गेम है ये वाला भी पेपर एक्स ही जीतेगी भाई साहब। पॉसिबल ही नहीं है कि ये DRX
on this map. And interestingly enough, if both teams stick to the comps they last played, we might actually get a mirror here, and it might be a Hyunmin versus Jingjet. I expect
पैटर्न बोल दिया DRX जीतेगी।
Honestly, I wouldn't.
अबे नहीं भाई, पैटर्न के हिसाब से पेपर एक्स ही जीतेगी।
Get a mirror here, and it's Hyunmin v Jing
पैटर्न
on the
फॉलो
Jet.
होना
I
चाहिए।
think that this man's going to be showing a different level of form compared to this first game.
Oh, absolutely. We saw that, we knew that in the first game, Hyunmin was not feeling like himself. So I feel like now that DRX has like managed
क्या
to
बात है, क्या बात है,
really
let's
synergize,
go!
we're going to be seeing
Paper X
but my question for DRX is if they're going to be applying that double initiator that they have been really committing to on Breeze.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, this is a map that we've not seen them change on yet, but I do think there's worlds where you can make it work. I think there are good second initiators on that map if you choose to do it. It doesn't make as much sense as some of the other maps.
I feel like double duelists and double controllers.
16 से जाओगे? 16 को अच्छा, ये खत्म होगा उसके बाद?
Yep.
ओके पैटर्न को भी चेंज कर दिया। अब मत करो, कब सालो।
Kickoff debuting Brimstone on the Breeze. They got a win, and then we saw them swap away, standardize the comp a little bit more to what we're seeing from these other teams, and they're yet to win with this new composition. In my mind, take it back to that Brimstone, throw in another mix-up
चलो लाओ भाई, अब कुछ
This is
बढ़िया।
your last chance, so you don't.
अगर ये एक मिरर कॉम्प होता तो DRX जीतेगी, अगर नहीं हुआ तो PRX जीतेगी।
Paper Rex, they're a team that have always been able to change,
Mastermind.
always been able to try new things.
Mastermind.
I'm a little bit worried about if they come in with a mirror here.
Yeah, absolutely. Last chance for both of these teams. This is the third
भाई।
map, and this is an
देखो
elimination
दोस्तों,
match.
और
The
एक
only match we
पैटर्न
have
बताना
today.
चाहूंगा
So
मैं
both
आपको।
these teams-
मैंने आज तक ट्विटर पे जिसको भी प्रेडिक्ट किया है जीतेगा वही जीता है, तो मैंने आज बोला था पेपर एक्स जीतेगा।
took the previous one, but now it all comes to a head here on Breeze. So I think if both teams are going to mix something up
ठीक
to
है।
throw the other one off, why not? You might as well just throw that card in.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I feel like
आज
if you
3
play the
duelists
same
दिखा दो
twice,
फिर।
especially for an adaptable team like Paper Rex, and it's not worked, then I think it's time to bring a change, and I think that they're skilled enough to be able to do that.
You
Now-
know they're watching you.
Yeah.
You know they're reading every single move. They've studied you. right?
Exactly. So I mean, it's do you go back to that Brimstone, because I quite liked it on the
दिखाओ,
map. I
दिखाओ,
feel like
दिखाओ,
it gives you so
Brimstone
much
दिखाओ।
punch, especially around
सारे
B.
पैटर्न पे
So
जिंक्स करो।
I would love
अच्छा।
to see them lean back into that, but I'm just not sure if they will.
I'm feeling pretty safe for DRX, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like even in the wins, Paperx hasn't looked super
Pilski?
convincing on this map. For me,
Pilski भाई,
DRX, I feel like Hyunmin had one of his
आज
worst
DRX
games I've seen in
predict करें,
Pacific, and
देखते
they
हैं
still
पिल्स्की
won
भाई
on
का
this
क्या
map.
होता
And I
है.
think they've got a lot more legs in them. So I think DRX is feeling very confident they can take this
WE
series.
said,
And for
"Thank you,
that
bro."
reason, especially watching the last two games, the win and the loss for Paperx, I'm expecting them to make some kind of a change here. And
Hi,
that's got to
Sammy
work
bhai,
for them,
what's
or they're
up?
probably going to lose this series.
Yeah, I feel like Paperx just have so much more
I'm super good. I'm super
unforced
good.
mistakes. You know, it's like it's their own undoing.
ठीक है,
Whereas,
ठीक है,
like,
ठीक है.
each round when they lose
देखते हैं,
it, like
देखते हैं.
it's probably somebody's just not peeking that corner or somebody's just not looking here. But as for DRX, I feel like they just have those kinds of things covered a lot more.
भाई उमर
So
निकाल
just
लिए.
tiny mistakes for Paperx, but Paperx, you just have to build into this energy of this team, and hey,
There you
you
go.
guys are right.
I mean, just briefly,
What?
TRX, not
Harsh
really
bhai?
too many changes. Their attacking side was great against Full Sense, so we got to
Harsh
see a little
bhai?
bit more depth on this defense. If Hyunmin can
Bro,
get going,
एक
get some
एक
confidence
different
there,
agent,
maybe
एक
even
different
Hermes
agent.
to make a
अबे
few plays and on
अबे
the
for
KO
second
Viper,
यूरो
this
खेल
should
रहा
go
है.
well for them.
Yeah, Paperx are making a change.
ऐसा नहीं
We're seeing
खेलता
a
क्या वो?
move away from
अबे,
Astra to this Omen.
अरे
but more importantly,
समथिंग योरू
it's the
खेल रहा था
personnel
और
change. Yeah,
जिंग
Zing's
जेट
the
खेल
one
रहा था.
on the Omen.
The
The
Joman.
Joman is back. Something is on the Jet, and that's the guy.
Bro,
you want to
Forsaken
take
on
if you ask me.
Yoru.
And Forsaken will be taking that second duelist of the Yoru.
Yeah.
I like this a lot more for
Bro.
Paperx. Much happier with this. I think we got a map 3 on our hands.
I think this is going to be interesting as well. If something starts playing Waylay and Forsaken looks good on the
पुरानी
Yoru, I
यादें
think this could open
ताजा
up
हो
a
गई
lot more
भाई
comp
साहब.
options for Paperx if they can even
भाई
survive this
फुर्सिकन
series.
फुर्सिकन ये
Yeah,
डबाएगा.
this is looking
खत्म.
exciting indeed.
Khatam.
You're having something a bit more classic come out from Paperx and the
Khatam.
Joman out as well. But can DRX close this out? Who is it going to go to? Is it going to
GG
Paperx or is it
दोस्तों.
going to go to DRX in this elimination
GG
match?
already.
Tossing it over to our casters, Komodo and Quack.
Oh my goodness, we got
अभी
the
खा लेता हूँ
Joman, we
अच्छे
got
से.
something on the
फिर
Jet.
जिम भी
This
जाना है, माँ
is
कसम,
tournament live
3
on the
घंटे
line.
बाद.
This is Master Santiago
आज 6 बजे जिम
on
जाऊंगा
the
भाई.
line. Paperx, DRX, Komodo, what do you got?
Following along with what Pilski said, I think it does give Paperx more options, but how much depth are they going to have if they lose this here? Because then they have to reset for stage 1, where we might see changes come in across the board. Now, Paperx on these changes, playing the Vitality comp right now, we'll see how they're going to fare with it, because this is also for kickoff, Forsaken's first duelist and Jing's first non-duelist. So we're really changing it up technically.
Something on
and
Jet is insane.
Stylistically for individuals.
Something on
that
Jet is
Big Time was saying
insane.
coming in towards this
खेल
one.
खत्म.
What we're not changing though is pace. Paperx straight with the runners on in towards this A side.
डेटा खत्म,
As
खेल
always,
खत्म,
DRX
W
bringing that stability
Gaming.
as well, so nothing too much change on their side. Even positionally, Mako off to the
क्या
back of
बात
Orange,
है?
unfortunately, shut down by Forsaken, but here comes Hyunmin.
क्या
Sheriff
बात
right
है?
on through, alongside Hermes, and instantly it's 1 love.
Now switching over towards DRX as well, so it's going to be 3-2 in their favor. And how far are they going to be able to snowball with this one as well, right? Last map, for those that might have missed it, in the very beginning, a
Data
4-0
खत्म,
start
खेल
for DRX
खत्म.
on both sides. Both
उधर कुछ एक
bonuses
स्मोक
going
उधर एक
their
आ जाता तो
way,
मजा आ जाता.
leading into some stellar opportunities for them to close that map. 13
अबे एक चीज
8.
बताओ, सब के सब तो मिड
Getting
डोर
the
फाइट ले
pistol in
लिए.
This one is going to be bringing
Wait.
bold confidence for them. Hyunmin already as well. Hitting them shots, getting up the mark.
भाई ये एक
See what is going to be able to
इनका
capitalize
यूरो
on
प्लेयर जो है
as
वो
he
अभी
is at
साइफर
the
खेल
right
रहा है थोड़ी देर
location
पहले.
for some good old frags.
Spamming those shots
नहीं
all
नहीं
the way
वहाँ
through.
हरमिस यूरो पे गोटेड
Looks
खेलता है.
Oh,
towards
yeah,
हाँ.
something in mid.
Unfortunately,
वो
taken
वाइपर
down
भी
by
खेलता है भाई.
Hermes.
ओए नहीं हरमिस तो यूरो पे हकता है. वाइपर अच्छा खेलता है.
Just the pistols. How much stock do we put in them for Paperx, right? What are they going to be able to do?
लेकिन अभी उसने
We've
मारा.
seen
डेटा खत्म, खेल खत्म बेटा.
series.
Oh my god, you might be, well,
खेल
Right.
खत्म.
close to it. There were some rounds where they did
Yeah.
have half buys, but right now though,
फ्रिंग
doesn't
यूरो
look
खेलता
like
था.
this is
हाँ,
gonna
फ्रिंग
amount
खेलता
to
था ये.
much.
You
Trying to-
wouldn't expect so, unless
Link of
there's
Euro
some
खेला था.
timing that Forsaken
मैंने
can
नहीं देखा.
find, as he is by his lonesome self over at the A site. I see the Yoro and I think to myself it's something, but it's not. It's how long it's
Oh,
been
yeah.
मेरे को
since we've seen him on a
Right.
tour list.
मेरे को फ्रिंग का बस एक ही चीज याद है.
But still,
उसका लोटस में
managed
एस,
to go up middle.
वो जो उसने 0 घोस्ट से निकाला था.
Hyunmin's still there.
Yeah,
He's already found two.
not the player you want to be waltzing in towards the crosshairs of for sure right now, and he's just farming up a storm. Looking for the 4K that Hermes may very well steal after spotting him out, which will be the case. The double duelists of DRX
Yum-yum
off to
चालू
the
नहीं होना
races,
चाहिए
and now
भाई.
we start to see a Prx to have what it takes on this attacking side of Breeze, a map that you feel like that they've been
अबे वो flashback खेलता था.
Played it in its full sense.
hit and
Freeing
miss
me.
on. It's not looked massively confident for Prx. I kind of agree with what Big Time was saying. If they wanted to do a slight change, bringing the Brimstone back as opposed to Astra, we'll see the depth of this series, what this current agent composition looks differently.
Momentum की बात है, बहुत
But
खेला
the
है उन
loss
लोगों
against
ने.
T1, the loss against GE,
Momentum की बात है.
they were not good-looking halves that we're seeing from Prx on the attack. The second one a bit better, but still not good.
Certainly not. Still though, now that they've got the guns, they're just kicking down the doors into the A site.
Yep.
Hermes and Hyunmin still! Not to mention the fact that now they're close to their ults. Hyunmin at the very least. Prx still trying to work around possible smokes. Davai has to bring the screen back up. Trying to get the spike down.
You're just playing from a deficit right now for Prx. A 4 versus 2 where you've got guns aplenty for DRX as well. You can get Bane on a line. He should be good for something. It's Hyunmin though.
Oh, he's got it too. Sidestepped. Brings out the blades. Might not even be necessary. Jing just trying to smoke himself out of a hairy situation. But look at Hyunmin dancing around. He's on to the third. And then you've got stars to support. Davai slips back into the smoke to take down his opponent, but still,
Uncle Davai, निकाल दो, Uncle Davai!
Can he really hang on to his life for the spike? Not quite. Bane picks up the bonus for DRX.
That's another bonus for them as well. That is so far 3 pistols in a row, 3 bonuses in a row. How much further are they going to get away with here before we require Alex and Wenla to have a chat with the guys? Those were not butter knives in that round from Hyunmin whatsoever. Those were sharp steak knives.
All the best,
They delivered it straight through your chest. That is a very hurtful round for Prx.
Kunai? No? Throwing knives?
Well, they're throwing it for sure right now.
You're absolutely right. I mean, Prx has had a week to work on this, or at least to prep for what the map veto could have been.
Well, it was DRX having the choice to go to Split or Breeze, and you can definitely understand why they chose to go to Breeze with what slop we've seen from Prx in the past couple of series. So we are really requiring more from the SEA side in this installment. And for this current pistol round of theirs with the Sheriffs, Jing's going to get an upgrade, removing Hermes.
भाई जो भी है
DRX into a bit of a stalled
Prx को बस 4 राउंड की जरूरत है. 4 राउंड वो लोग अच्छे से निकाल लेंगे बैक टू बैक, तो उसके बाद फिर रीड भगा देंगे. देख लो.
There is a gap up through mid that
What's
you
your
could
comfort
technically
food?
see Forsaken try to find, but you don't
Has to
feel
be
too
biryani,
confident in going by yourself in that sort of situation. You're going to try and barrel
There's
roll your way
nothing
in
better than
towards this B
biryani.
side. Perhaps it's
इस
Hyunmin
दुनिया
finds
में
Forsaken.
इस दुनिया
Some
की
good timing on the back of this util mark.
one of
for
the
Prx
greatest
as well. They
creations
are
में
just
से
gonna
एक
try
होगा.
and get in
बिरयानी.
towards this site. Throw caution in the wind.
Oh shit भाई वो जिनको स्पॉट वाह मार अपनी प्लेयर मार दे.
He still finds the shot. And then turns
Hyunmin
back around as well.
इतना ऑन है Hyunmin कि भाई और
Prx
भाई हर्ष भाई इसका घी फुल है भाई.
नहीं मान रहा ये नहीं मान रहा
भाई अपने प्लेयर भी मार रहे हैं भाई.
as well. For me,
अच्छा फिर हैदराबाद बिरयानी, अरे हैदराबाद बिरयानी नहीं भाई, मेरे को हैदराबाद की दावत खानी है जिसको खाने के बाद लोग कपड़े फाड़ देते हैं ना वो वाली. रिश्तेदारा कोमा में चले जाते हैं वो वाली दावत खानी है.
dancing around the site delivered nicely from DRX. Not really the good
भाई
way
सबके
for Prx
1000
to get
किलो
in
गए.
towards that site. And now we are going to see what they have with the big old weapons. And the boomstick for Hyunmin here.
भाई Hyunmin ने गंदी ऑपरेटर लगाई है.
Nice. Go, come boys. I'm gonna join. We don't need to wait for the double door.
Communicating on for it, but still not quite aware that Hyunmin could be online with an operator.
अरे
They go
रे
breaking
बेचारा.
into cave, and it's Envy who takes down the kill against Mako.
Well, 5 versus 3. You cannot falter in this one, Prx. You've got your advantages, though. Rotation
भाई
already
बेन
here for
पतला हुआ है
DRX
क्या
too.
भाई?
The operator, an orange, and a peek out from Bane, shut down.
बेन अलग दिख रहा है भाई. आहा ये ऑपरेटर बहुत ही गंदी ऑपरेटर लगाई है ना. ये ऑपरेटर एक रीजन हो सकता है वो लोग ये मैच हारेंगे. मैंने आज तक कोई भी एल्डर फिल्म ऑपरेटर वाले को जीतते हुए नहीं देखा भाई।
Heard how they were
दावत में डन डन डन।
smokes and pushes into A side off the initial kills, but now it's a question of whether or not DRX can actually hold on to their
भाई
guns.
मैंने आज तक एक भी एल्डर फिल्म ऑपरेटर वाले को जीतते हुए नहीं देखा हर्ष भाई।
Not too favoured to remove these guns, to be honest with you, because they've got cash for days, so you want a bit of a premium on holding your own weapons for Paper X here. They'll get on the board.
जिसने भी लगाई है
hold with 5 alive as well.
उसके साथ बुरा ही हुआ है।
Good recognition again to go through B early.
चैट तुम लोगों को पता नहीं होगा पर मेरे पास ये स्किन है।
Be surprised if we see some adjustments for DRX in
लगाना छोड़ दिया।
mid for the next round.
भाई तुमको पता है मैंने हाइड्रा भाई को देख के ली थी ये
Potentially
स्किन।
to get that operator onto a power line as well and try and find some.
जब भी ओजी आया था ना मतलब वैलोरेंट।
बूस्टर यूज करता है लिख रहे चैट में।
भाई तभी हाइड्रा भाई लगा के खेलते थे ना।
I mean, the guy's on 12 kills already. He's certainly come to the races on this third map here.
उनको
A
देख के
slow,
लिया।
steady start across the first 2 maps. If he continues on this
बूस्टर यूज करता है तभी तो नहीं जीता।
be on for a mass
तभी तो एनआरजी जीत गई।
you'd assume.
Stay safe.
Do see Hermes inching to go back in towards middle.
Yeah, but this is the adjustment that I sort of talk about as well, right? Putting Bane there instead of over towards A. Get a little bit of a buddy system as well. You're not seeing anybody come up the elbow too hard just yet for Paper X on the initial engagements as well. It's a bit of a stalemate. So we are definitely
Forsaken
right
operator
now in
होगी
the
one of the
position.
greatest ever में
Trying to
से।
wait and see what Paper X's calling is going to look to be. If they can prod and poke over towards this B site, or if they want to go on the back of the dimensional drift starting to come on in. It brings out the TP from Hermes to get over here. And the doubling down with the Hunter's Fury as well, freeing Dead Rights.
अच्छा।
Completely caught. Still though, Hermes around backside goes for
Wow!
a flash, but it's something. Quick to respond. As soon as the doors get broken down, it's 2 players from DRX left alive.
And that's just an immediate save call as well. Marco yet to really see some fights in this map at the moment when we think to what we saw last time for DRX.
डेफो तो ऐसे बोल रहा है जैसे डेफो एक बार के बाद दिखा भी है।
Marco was the one kind of
अभी पूरी दुनिया को नहीं पता है डेफो कहाँ है।
the kills in that one.
सिर्फ मेरे को पता है डेफो कहाँ है। सिर्फ मेरे को।
Former being pretty much absent.
पूरी दुनिया को नहीं पता होगा डेफो कहाँ है अभी।
Want to see a bit of a turnaround a little bit in the next couple of rounds. Operator to the wayside, away with you. Might even be another 5 live scenario for
कहाँ
Paper
ये मैं
X
नहीं
here
बताऊंगा।
too.
ये बता दिया तो
They
सीन हो
look to
जाएगा।
double their score line.
From 1 to 2.
Yep. 1 foot in front of the other. Marco going to be holding onto the gun for the next round as well. Some solemn claps in the arena here.
Like right next to us. But
I just saw him just before the flash came into play.
It's always the thing about, you know, the way that Paper X plays.
तुम तो कैप्टन
They keep their speed.
चल जिस दिन तेरे को पता चलेगा ना डेफो कहाँ है
onto it.
उस दिन याद करना।
This round though, Gunman sights train towards middle. It's Mako possibly feeling the heat.
Oh, you got to cancel that one. As Marco
जिस दिन पता चलेगा तेरे को डेफो कहाँ है याद करना।
from Hyunmin with this operator. Rest of Paper X trying to find the gaps around it as Forsaken does do exactly that.
Forsaken.
Doubling down. This is going woeful for DRX off the get-go. And it just feels like they're locked out again from this site.
Also a very readable spot. Hyunmin backed in towards orange. He wants to get away from it. Might be another save call already.
Yeah, you are just not getting back in towards this one.
Nice,
In a 3
good round,
versus
good
5
round.
when you've got Paper X
ये
just
pace पे खेलना चाहिए
completely
Paper X को।
overwhelming the site. You would have had to see a world in which
Safe
Marco or
simulator
Bane
चल रहा
found a
है।
kill before an untimely
क्या
death.
चल रहा है?
सेफ
All the ones
सिमुलेटर।
take Forsaken right between
भाई
the pyramids.
फोर्सेकन ने
Yeah.
क्या एडजस्ट किया ना।
Certainly finding the right
Bro,
position. to put the pain
Forsaken
on
तब योरू
DRX,
खेलता
'cause
था
this is now
जब
gonna
कोई योरू
translate
नहीं
into a 3 in a row. And we start to wonder, is this the moment on this attacking half that PRX
first time
have
इसी वजह से
found
पूरा
the
खेला।
way that they need to navigate things by themselves without needing Alex's intervention just yet, right?
जब भी
Because
Forsaken
this is
योरू
map
खेलता था
3.
starting में तो
This
बड़ा
is an
exciting लगता था
elimination
game।
game. Your timeouts from Termi, from Alex in this map need to be probably the most important that we've seen so far. Freeing also loses his life at the tail end of that one as well. It's going to be a rebuy for DRX in the next round. And a paused timer as well.
भाई वो ऑपरेटर मैं बता रहा हूँ ना चैट वो स्किन की गलती है।
Even though they're in the lead, they need a chat. They've lost.
बहुत खराब स्किन है भाई वो.
Lost their momentum.
Elder Flame Operator one of the worst में से एक होगी भाई.
Because Prx has been
वो स्किन के साथ एक heavy bad luck आता है.
You know, if this was like what we've seen in the past from a couple of teams, this is the time where you have your bank built up a little bit, you get the Odin, you start spamming over at A, you try to lock out your opponents from that, for example, or you're trying to do a bit of a mid crunch as well.
वो स्किन के साथ
not seen that too much from DRX. We also haven't seen too much
कम लोग हैं जिसने कुछ किया होगा.
Requirement for them
तो
on
bad
the
luck
defenses when
बहुत bad luck है
Marco
उस स्किन
was really putting in the goods. Right now,
रोसी के आने से पहले टेंस
definitely
को पूछा
waiting
था
on
एनवी
that.
के लिए और कहता
How are
रन
we
इट डाउन
lifting
तो कुछ फर्क
Marco
नहीं
up
पड़ेगा.
as an individual on this one?
Yeah.
How are we playing around his Viper util? It's just been disrespected time and time.
टेंस एनवी
Might not see it soon though. As you mentioned, this current round to rebuy light shields, regen shields, nothing much to do else for Mako.
We've got a lot of buys for Prx to come in fashion.
नेक्स्ट ईयर देखना चैट नेक्स्ट ईयर जब ये फ्रेंचाइजी सिस्टम उल्टा पुल्टा हो जाएगा ना तो फैल्कन आएगी देखना.
How far can they run?
और फैल्कन लाएगी देखो.
Same screen as well coming through, but now
फैल्कन जो रिटायर भी हो गया है ना उसको भी ले आएगी.
swap things around a little bit. You do have Hermes into A.
तुम बस देखो.
Yeah, Bane gonna be
दुनिया
the
के
one
5
to
बेस्ट
gallivant
प्लेयर होंगे वो
around
टीम
mid
में.
with no exit strategy either. So he really
5
would need to
best.
plant his feet if he wants to stay there.
सही बोला डर का भी एक्सेस यूज करता आप. ये तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं. इसमें बैड लक है भाई वो.
Generally over to this B side as well, you're seeing the TP,
Falcons
so an
नहीं बता,
elevated
Team
ladder spot, and
Falcons.
you're seeing the dash on in. It's not going to happen this time, well the dash is, but no TP. Bane puts himself on the right
अरे
spot,
रे
and
रे
gets
रे
droned
भाई.
out. That's a bit of an awkward one for him, and freeing as well. The shots go by
क्या
the
swing
wayside. It
किया?
starts to become a bit of an issue for DRX.
ये देखो 10 में से एक शॉट लगा इसका. चल जा. फिर से सेव सिमुलेटर बेबी.
Response, he still has to back off.
Yeah.
Save it again.
You're just locked out of this one,
केडी
aren't you?
बचा रहा है केडी.
Ill timing for Bane
मैं
as
कह रहा हूँ
well.
हर्ष
Caught in
भाई
the drone
ये
when the
ऑपरेटर
execute
स्किन
comes
जिसने
through from
लगाई है
Paper
बैड
X. It's
लगाता है
a
बहुत
2 versus
डेंजर.
4 where you lose your smokes
बहुत
as
डेंजर
well,
बैड
right?
लक है उस
Yes, you
ऑपरेटर
do have
भाई
your
वो लोग
toxic,
लंबा
your
फाइट
poison
नहीं
orb
ले
bar
पा रहे,
at the
समझ
front
रहे हो?
choke of
हाँ
B
तो
side.
भाई
You
क्योंकि
can't even
पेपर एक्स
really
अपने
use that
पेस
for
पे खेल
Marco
रही है ना
because
अब.
it's such an open site and you're just at a disadvantage.
देखो हगा उसने
The
शॉट.
numbers that you have here, you have to go for the save, and now it really is a position for DRX that they are running away with their tail between their legs.
फैल्कन आई गेस दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी ऑर्ग होगी भाई. दुनिया की सबसे अमीर ऑर्ग होगी. क्योंकि दैट ऑर्ग इज लिटरली बैक्ड बाय सऊदी की गवर्नमेंट.
And at least for Hyunmin and Marco, they will hold on to the weapons
Government
for
backed
the
org
next
है वो.
round. But what are the adaptations going to start to look like on this defensive side at the moment? You've got that drift for Hermes. Are you using it off the rip to try and
Tens को
get
ना
away, get an advantage with a freebie?
जितना चाहे
to
उतना
start
पैसा
things off?
उसको
Or are you
मुंह
holding
बोली
on to it
कीमत
for
पे
the
ला
proper
सकते हो लोग
big
वापस.
buy rounds a
और
little
वो
bit
खुशी
later
खुशी
on?
रिटायरमेंट से
Seeing
वापस
what
आए.
you can get in your hands for this current round, which is going to be the
खुशी
force
खुशी.
up. Some light shields and a guardian for Bane, one away from the Hunter's Fury. If you're getting that's good. If Hyunmin gets the blades online,
It's like Elder Flame. Not
juggle some
distracting
things as
भाई.
well, perhaps. But this is a very, very
मेरे को
crucial
बहुत
round for DRX
simple-
for their defenses.
Simple
Bring a bit of
skins का
stability
believer हूँ.
into their pockets.
Hermes, Mako,
Normal looking,
possibly Hyunmin as
come
well.
animation.
Top bridge.
I like the shot onto that
Clean
clone as well
sound.
from Orange.
Would
Wow,
scare
Forsaken.
Paper potentially, but look at how they just continue to barrel through.
And they still clear
देख
all
रहे
of
हो?
these angles too.
बोला ना मैं
Being
लगते
able
ही
to
नहीं है
trade
शॉट
back,
इससे.
but now the site in control for Paper X, continuing to pepper
अरे
flashes
रे.
though, and the Hunter's Fury. DRX
देखो
trying
उसने
to
Vandal उठाया कैसे मार रहा है, देख रहे हो?
Paper X, and it works a treat. Hyunmin finds the angles necessary,
भाई
and
Hyunmin
Freeing
को
now shows
Vandal
up from the
चलानी
back of
चाहिए
middle.
भाई.
It's just in V left. He's
कोई
trying
जिताएगा
to
तो
tap his
Hyunmin
way
ही है
through.
भाई.
Finds the first
हाँ,
shot.
वो
Goes
अगर
for a slight
वो अगर
tap on the
राइफल
spike
राइफल
as well,
चलाते
but
रहा ना तो जिता
off
देगा.
to the 90-degree angle, slightly revealed. He continues to jiggle back and forth around, plays around his opponent's cloud
देखो
burst, takes
देखो
down Bane,
देखिए वो अब से फिर से नहीं लगा.
slowly continuing to isolate further angles.
Got the dart. Gonna be destroyed.
100% वहाँ पे कोई है. इन्फो पे खेल रहे दोनों.
He's not entirely sure where he could
You
spring
peek,
out
I
from,
peek,
trying
I
to
peek,
bait
you
them
peek.
out into the open. DRX not biting. Envy starting to budge. He walks out into the open, takes down Hyunmin, looks for the ankle, but Freeing denies! DRX back in the lead!
I knew where freeing was in that moment in
bro.
time.
भाई,
It was
Hyunmin ने
Freeing
round
the one
निकाला.
able
भाई
to destroy that
DRX में
dart.
ऑपर
Question
नहीं
was
है.
where
देख
was
रहे हो हर्ष
Hyunmin?
भाई तुम.
He manages to find
जब भी
that one and
flashback था तो वही ऑफ करता था ना.
1 versus 4. Very cheeky to get the kill onto the
भाई
operator.
युनमिन बहुत अच्छा राइफल चलाता
In
है.
that juggle affair.
उसकी ऑप उतनी अच्छी नहीं है.
Round that was desperately needed for DRX.
Exactly, bro.
Not one found with an iron fist, however. Very loose handshake affair between the teammates on DRX's side. In a 4 versus 1 advantage
देखो अभी ऑपरेटर हरमिस के हाथ में.
Now you got to try and crack that egg again, don't you? Prx, another buy here. Very pacey again in towards this A site that Hermes is going to try and shut down with Hyunmin.
Pathing this time.
वो देखा उसने यार.
Somewhat
स्पैम करवाना था उसको.
off the
अरे
different
बाप रे
angles and
पूरे
also
इन्फो के लिए जा रहा है.
drift into cave.
Yeah, he's going to exit the ult as well. He does technically have a 1 versus 1.
अरे तेरे पीछे एक बंदा आ रहा है. वापस जा वहाँ से.
Towards the back lanes, just behind him, Divai is going to take the outlaw shot and get rid of him. So it's advantage no longer for DRX.
बेवड़ा है क्या वो पोजी पे बैठ के खेल रहा है
Hunter's
बस.
Fury then comes out, but look at Mako, ready as ever. Takes down another player, but then Jing into the corner, tries to track on the Hyunmin, but dancing all across midair makes it a tough target to hit. A second kill, but not a third. On towards the wall. A kill unfortunate, but at least Bane came DRX onto a 6.
Yo, that could have been so awkward and so problematic for DRX.
Why?
He gets caught trying to place a star.
है ना?
He's lucky enough that Bane doesn't miss the shot in that moment in time, because imagine a world where the timing gets the better of you there and you lose the round. That would have felt
भाई ये क्या
so
मारता है
bad
ब्लेड से
deep
बे?
in your stomach.
युनमिन मचा रहा है भाई.
As
उधर जिंग ने
Hyunmin does what he
युनमिन को
does
मार दिया
best with
था,
the blades
गेम
as
खत्म
well.
था.
A good trade from Bane. Oh, but my oh my.
Time out.
These rounds are starting to get very weird.
हाँ,
very
अचानक से
strange.
कड़क गेम हो गया है. अभी
Timeout
बैंगर होगा मेरे को तो
invested
लगता है ये गेम.
for Prx as they try to
मेरे को तो
chase an
बैंगर
equal
लग रहा है.
scoreline at the half.
That would help them out a lot as we think to how they might play their composition on the defense.
Have to wait and see. Pistol rounds got a little bit sore for them, so you know regardless of halftime scoreline, it's going to be the pistol needed. But there's still 2 more rifle rounds to play in this half right now. And Hyunmin, well, doesn't have access to the blades. You can assume that he's still going to have that operator in hand unless Hermes wants to be the one with the Yoru to hold that and change the approach for DRX on the defenses. But that's not going to be the case here. Hyunmin with the op over towards B for a potential early B investment. Ooh. Which is going to be a different look to DRX. We've not seen just yet. So Jing, very careful. There's some timing found from him pushing up through the elbow. So it's a very informational charge play for DRX. And, well, Jing is going to get away with that one, but not with his life. Passes the first problem of that.
भाई ब्रीज अटैक ज्यादा अच्छा होता है, डिफेंस ज्यादा अच्छा होता है.
Lost one of those smokes.
Oh,
He
defense.
spent the shrouded step to actually get across, but still not expecting a secondary layer. Now Prx still trying to find any lead in this round.
लेकिन अगर डिफेंडर्स को तुम
Yeah,
मार
I'm a
दो तो
little bit
अटैक ज्यादा
surprised
अच्छा
that the
होता है.
barrier drop call for them isn't to try and play
Wow.
on the back of Forsaken using the dimensional drift to facilitate the team to get on in and go for a bit of a pit play. It is going to be a potential latter scenario style for them right now as they sell a bit of a ruse over towards this A site with the smokes and the Yoro with the drone to come out from Envy. As he gets inserted into the A side a little bit later on.
Forsaken वहाँ पे पूरा util लगा देगा भाई fight करने के लिए.
Done pretty good at dodging the flashes for now. DRX has arrived on the site. You bank a lot onto the pit, and that's where Envy finally managed to show up. Mako gets taken down, but inside of the pit, spike plant denied. It's Hermes pushed all the way through. Something tries to hang back, but that's where he gets caught. And now it's Forsaken still circling around the pillar alongside Envy to try to hold on to the round. Jumps up off to the ledge, gets spotted by the head. Down to the 1v2. Envy looks for a shock dart kill, but it's not going through just yet. Still needs to get the spike down because he's only got 10 seconds left. All around the pillar. He tries to hunt. He takes down one. It makes it a little bit more possible. Still, though, spotted out by the top of the boxes. It's DRX trying to extend this
अबे
lead.
यार ये something भाई पीछे आ जा या उसको कोई help कर दो या कुछ util डालो back side ये करने. वो round के start से उधर ही जूझ रहा है भाई.
Off yonder at the A site. That plan worked, but the rest of the plans around this B site did not. Hermes finds Divai in the pit, And that was kind of a lot of the be-all and end-all scenario for Paper X. That pit was the play to get the plant, survive in, win the round. And it just becomes very awkward at the end.
Last game भी 8-4 half था क्या?
The battles around the back of the side as well just looked extremely awkward. It looked like DRX was playing with their boot, to be honest with you.
है भाई, सही बात है.
So moving to the last round of the half right now, it is all 5 towards this B site for Paper X.
Where you can still think there's still a chance that this goes 8-4.
Bro, ये क्या positioning है?
Hermes taking down
Bro,
Forsaken
ये
as
क्या
he TPs
positioning है
across.
भाई?
It's 3 players left surviving already for Paper
Nah,
X.
bro, they are
That TP
reading
position
them.
for Forsaken is so
So
ambitious
good.
because it's the normal place that Yoru's send TPs here, but you're generally backing that up with an Astra ultimate and a little bit of a pocket. They're not playing the Astra anymore, so it's a very risky TP into the open without the team to help you there. A missed shot comes on through.
देख रहे
But
हो?
still a 2 versus 5 that Paper
Bro,
X have
I'm
to really
telling you
try and
all.
dig deep to find.
That op is
Last round of the half
trash.
anyway, you might as well go for it. A wild
Nice
step
Jing.
in from Jing.
वाह, अभी
Chooses
मुंह
the
पे था.
spike and wants to set the smoke down to try to get a plant through. He actually tries to bait them out, but once again, DRX
भाई
exercising
winnable है जिंग के लिए.
discipline.
ये
Not to
निकाल दिया ना
mention,
जिंग, मजा आ जाएगा.
Look at the minimap.
युनमिन तो ऑफ शॉट
All
हगने
the
वाला
way
है.
from behind.
I mean, if he finds one kill, he could technically ult over towards the A side of the map with this Omen.
भाई पर वो लोग प्लांट पे खेलेंगे अभी. 1 सेकंड में
There's the
रिकॉन है उन लोग के
recognition from
पास.
DRX. They know that that's
वो
available.
लोग
They know
बहुत
that's
ही
an
गंदे
avenue
प्लेयर
that
होंगे
they
तब
drop
जाके
this round. So let
वो
him
लोग
go for the
रिकॉन के
plant.
साथ ये
Let
करेंगे.
him try to work a
मतलब बिना
1
रिकॉन के ये
versus 3.
करेंगे.
Because remember, you
उसने
do
क्या
not
try
win
करेंगे?
a 1 versus 3. You lose a 3
Nah,
versus 1. And that
bro.
is not going to happen here for DRX. They will win that convincingly at the end. And that is going to be an 8-4 half that they will come away with.
Bro, कास्टर ने क्या बात कही देखी हर्ष भाई?
DRX never.
कुछ तो बोला भाई वो.
You don't नहीं उसने बोला कि तुम 1v3 नहीं जीतते हो, तुम 3v1 हारते हो.
Moment for Jing as well when he swings out from the pillar and immediately brings out the dark cover. Feels like the mindset there is either dashing on the jet that you used to do, or it's pulling out the curveball that you did on the Phoenix previously. It's just falling into a state of comfort because you play 2 maps as the Phoenix. You're going for a pick like that. You're thinking, I'll flash around the corner. Oh, I'm playing open smokes. Wrong click.
DRX पूरा वेट करती है.
Oh no.
हाँ.
Regardless, 4 to 4 to 4.
Halftime.
That's the way that these rounds have been gathered so
बेचारा
far. And now
भाई.
we switch things
बेचारा
up.
भाई,
A
मेरे को
pistol
बुरा लगता है यार इसके लिए.
desperately needed
भाई
for
हाँ तो
Paper
बहुत
X.
बुरा लगता है.
They
पेपर एक्स
move
बहुत
on to the
गंदा
defensive
भाई
side
जी
of
वाले गेम में
this
भी है ना
map.
पेपर एक्स बहुत
This
ढिंचा
half,
खेल रही थी.
folks,
Yeah.
will determine
अच्छा
who
तुम तो
goes
देखे ही नहीं
home
ना
and
जी
who
वाला
will
गेम.
not
नहीं.
have a
थोड़े से
chance to
संडास
try
से
and
हो
get
ना.
अबे तो
into
गाली
Master
पड़ती भाई मेरे को
This
वो
is
दिन
the
बस.
elimination
क्यों?
part of the bracket.
भाई
This is
लोग
the
गाली भर
law
देते हैं भाई.
of the triple
अच्छा
elimination.
इसलिए तुम देखे नहीं.
Yeah, you got another
हाँ
game
तुम
after this as well.
अगले दिन पूरा अमेरिका
The
देखा.
loser
तुमने
of
देखा
Team
अमेरिका
1 and
अगले दिन?
DFM
नहीं
अच्छा नहीं.
awaits
ठीक
the
है, ठीक
victor
है,
of
ठीक है.
this.
भाई अगले दिन पूरा अमेरिका देखा ना?
तो घर पे बैठ के देख रहे थे गेम?
नहीं नहीं नहीं.
फिर?
बिल्कुल नहीं देख रहा था ब्रो.
अच्छा
मैं जिम गया था.
अच्छा.
Paper X at least right now 2
6
out
घंटे
of
जिम
5
किए.
pistols so
नहीं,
far
दो
for the day.
2-3 घंटे.
But
2
we'll
घंटे
see
का.
as it all comes down
सही
to
है.
how this
और
second
फिर
half.
मील प्रेप, नहाना धोना में और 2-3
defensive
घंटा
side.
निकल गया.
And what reads do you
सही है.
have on the tape as well, right?
फिर
We've
सो
not
गया
seen
ब्रो.
too much
रात को
here
स्ट्रीम थी ना
from
क्योंकि
DRX, right? Just
हाँ
that
हाँ हाँ.
game against Full Sense.
One game.
How much do you play in from that?
FNS
On the flip side as well, a little bit more from Paper X, right? 3 showings of it. Tendencies to be seen for DRX. This
One
pistol
wins,
round right
2
now.
losses.
Paper X going
Started
to the B
tomorrow,
side of
matches
the
will
map.
begin जल्दी. हाँ भाई कल 12:30 से है ना?
Pushing out alongside their screen.
They could find freeing. Don't get me wrong. But then what?
Could find them.
तुम दोपहर को 12:30 से ही गेम है.
Information found, and it's already DRX to
Or
swing off
something.
contact. At least something. Dive straight in against Free.
Oh.
Envy as
भाई
well.
इनवी
Shows
चालू
up
हो
around
जाना
middle.
चाहिए वो
DRX
दिन के जैसा है
suddenly
ना हर्ष भाई?
Alert.
इनवी
Yeah, that was
खेलता है
nothing to
बंटा
kill
है.
from him,
हाँ,
but does he
ये
overplay his
मैप पे
hand?
एक दिन
Breeze
बहुत
पे खेलता है.
है ना
right
डेंजर
now.
ऑन होता है.
You need to play to the high percentages as Paper X. You've got the numbers. You'll play together holding each other's hand, going
Instant
into a
round by
reclear
round
of
निकाले तो
A
निकल
main at the
जाएगा.
moment. But by the timing, Marco and Hermes, they can sneak into this A side as well. Potentially get a bit of a backstab onto something
भाई
if
को
they
लगता है
wanted.
पता नहीं चल रहा. What do
Or
you
look
mean bro?
elsewhere.
सही में
They'll
जिम
start
गया
to
था.
clear up through towards mid. They will manage to
Oh my
dodge
goodness.
Paper X's location. Or will they? Marco holding around mid, waiting for the poisons. They'll come on up.
You got 40 seconds.
Yep. They're
आराम
doing
से
their due
घूम
diligence to try
सकते
and
हैं.
clear any
हाँ वो लोग
cheeky
भी देखो
position that
साथ
Paper
में
X could
बी
play
जा
in,
रहे
but
हैं.
by taking this
वाओ
very
कहाँ पे इन लोग
stride,
का कांटेक्ट
they're gonna
होगा
walk
भाई
into a
साहब.
firing squad.
Might not look at the angle though. Turns around, Hermes finds a shot, but Envy as well. A lot of support on the PaperX side, because it's also Jing with the Ghost. It's Mako, 11 HP now. Sticks the spike, just for some extra credits. Whether or not he can survive is a whole other thing. He at least takes one more down with him. Otherwise, PaperX with the pistol.
Yeah, very desperately needed. As Mako finds one more kill to the tally. He's gone very missing on this map at the moment. Bane is down there as well, technically. Calling good on DRX's defensive side. Now it's time for everyone to try and step up, to try and close this match, try and get that victory. But for PaperX as well, needing to also hit the shots, needing to make some very smart defensive decisions where we think quite questionable over on Corrode. From that number 2 in the series.
उसका ट्रेड भी अच्छा लिया ना पर इन्वी ने.
Some upgrades of the pistols for DRX here. Some bandit plays for the duelists.
Sheriffs, Marshals, Guardians for inside of PaperX.
Oh, Devi has the stinger and he could get technically overwhelmed at the moment. It depends on the pathing of DRX. He's trying to hold the way that he can. The pistols, they're looking pretty good for DRX, don't get me wrong. There's some kills here.
For DRX, that's right.
Envy as well.
Still continue to push through. They've picked up the stinger. Taking some damage from perhaps the Viper utility somewhat.
Oh, this is going to be down to timing as well for Envy, isn't it?
Oh, they're
He's
still
just got around.
Yeah, Envy can hear all of this, but as he swaps through, it's Mako getting the drop.
Oh, the timing on the drone as well is going to be ill-advised, and Jing will capitalize on that one. It is a second round here for PaperX, but it technically does get close in numbers. 2 survive for the defensive side.
Slight investment from PaperX as well.
And they're going to try their hand at seeing what they can do in this round as well. You almost feel like you don't need the bonus, but you certainly would love to be able to find it.
Might not be able to find it now. Well, one Phantom. Forsaken off
हाँ यार माको शूट नहीं कर रहा, माको भी 3-9 है.
Jinx setting up for the flash.
बहुत important है ये round, बहुत important round है ये दोस्तों.
Jinx sends it. PaperX trying to get a go, but not quite
too much. शुरुआत हो गई है, शुरुआत हो गई है comeback की.
Bro, Envy ने updraft वाले को मारा?
नहीं, wall bang.
Take a throwback to that location.
नहीं बे, updraft मारा उसने शायद.
All the time.
उसका body कितना दूर गिरा है.
GE expected it and one tapped him to oblivion. It's a great opener on a Hyunmin though. Do the heavy lifting for DRX at times as well. Now you can play a little bit further back. You've lost this space of mid. Envy still looking after things.
Hyunmin गायब है तो अभी ये लोग 50% firepower पे.
Now getting a little bit overzealous and ambitious.
अरे ये चालू है ना हर्ष भाई.
अरे चमाटी दे रहा है बंदा ये तो.
ये चालू है तो खत्म है game.
On the other side of the door.
It's uncharacteristic for PaperX though, isn't it, mate? They are playing super slow.
Nice,
and maybe they needed to at the moment as something just roars for 2. And Mako will be spotted in just a mere moment.
Okay.
बहुत बढ़िया
भाई. Up the head by the end of the flash at least.
हो गया अभी equalizer.
Back into cave. Shot, but swings out wide with the
Envy सिर्फ यही मैप पे डेथ मैच खेलता है. सिर्फ यही मैप पे डेथ मैच खेलता होगा.
And you needed to have a bit of a proving moment. This
was
the time to do it, mate. He's just got him through. That's crazy.
Bonus picked up.
Bonus picked up indeed. Some upgrades of weapons as well.
एंगल से वाकिफ है.
Is certainly stepping up here on the sofa for this map.
वो भी और वहाँ से इतना प्यारा एंगल मिलता है वो भी नहीं पता होगा.
Continue, doesn't it? They're knocking on the door.
भाई इन्वी खेला चाहे.
DRX now. I said about that bonus, right? Gonna have a bit of an investment. You would absolutely love the bonus, and they'd be licking their lips that they managed to find it. Can't say the same for DRX right now, though.
अब क्या करेंगे टर्मी भाई?
Really would have to watch out for how PaperX have themselves set up currently. It's always Envy top middle.
शायद इनकी scrim किसी ने leak नहीं करी थी.
And then you just saw like that little set play with Ching sending out Noman Flash down towards elbow on B side.
Yay, PaperX!
almost feels like it's
हाँ,
back to the
Arsenic
drawing
भाई।
board for DRX after this timeout, though. We'll see.
कोई
Kind of
सो
needs
गए
to be a little bit though, right? You're
भाई।
playing double duelist at the moment. You
IGL
want to make
shoot
sure
नहीं
that you're getting
करता है,
very
IGL
aggressive,
दिमाग
but you also
लगाते
need to
हैं।
make sure that you're getting set up nicely from the likes of Bane on this server, that the timing playing on the Astra
ये
is going
क्या
to look
भाई
good
है?
for them. This is an
पांच
uncharacteristic
मार्शल
buy.
Okay.
This is going to be a
बेशरम
window
बाय
peak if you'd ever bloody seen one. And Devi, if you die, you should only laugh this off. Because if you don't, and you let this get the
बेशरम बाय
better of
भाई
you,
Now I kind of want him to die.
5 marshals for DRX.
God. Oh.
You hear 1 and you think that there's some slight investment. You hear 2 and you start to wonder what is happening. You hear 3 and then you assume that they've bought up a bit. So we'll see what does happen in the adjustments here for Paper X right now. Forsaken tags 50.
मार्शल खरीद के
They're
खेल
going to
रहे
try
हैं
and
भाई
chip away at Paper X's
एम
health
नहीं लग
little
रहा
by
था scoped
little.
weapons
Give them some 1,000 cuts before death.
They're pinging out towards tunnel at least.
मिलेगा
Paper X.
और
Oh, this is where
चाटा
it could happen.
Oh my god. Envy here to save the day a little bit. You got a little toxic
Nice,
screen
Uncle
set up as
Dawai.
well. Dawai hungry
नाइस
for more
अंकल
though.
दवाई
Up to the top of the ledge, he finds a couple, and then here comes
Nice
Forsaken,
one.
spinning back around.
क्या बात है क्या
The
बात
Marshals
है
won't do too much in this current round.
No, they get a kill on the back of Hermes. So good headshot to come out from that Marshal, but the other ones, just a little bit of damage. A tied scoreline now, and by pattern, 4 for DRX next.
भाई क्या शॉट दिया उसने जो
Very possible.
Got to see what they're going to do, though, of course, as so far it has looked lacking on this attack side for them. When you look towards what they did against Full Sense, it was the attack side that was 8-4. They
बचा लिया भाई दवाई और
started
फुर्सिकन
with
ने
5 in a row on their
मैं तो ये राउंड जा
attack.
सकता था
Not been able to do so.
They smoke from me. Viper.
Hold on.
Johnny. Maybe double door, guys. Double door. Split A, boy. I'm with you.
maybe double
Jet already. Jet's inside, boys.
Well, Paper X know that they're inside the A side at the
Boys.
moment, but are they going to be able to contain them, or do they have to go for a bit of a retake?
Nice,
Hermes gets out of the
Vaisab.
drift at the wrong time. Something dispatches a Marco as well. This
Nice,
is what we saw from
Vaisab.
Paper Rex work great on Haven. The flood
Paper
before
Rex.
the plant, and they're looking to really cut the knees off of DRX here again.
Freeing separated from Bane as well, not to mention. Bane wants to get the spike down, but he knows it's just not safe.
भाई वो
Paper X
कहाँ
hiding
swing
into the
करने
smoke, and
जाएगा
as soon as the
नाइस
plant falls, it's the end of the round.
बढ़िया
Paper
round.
X take the lead and steal it away.
क्या
from
खेल रहे
DRX.
भाई
They are limping at the moment.
अरे
They are
DRX क्या
looking
खेले
so
मैं तो वो
soft
सोच
right
रहा
now,
हूँ।
DRX.
वाह,
We need to
कसम।
see something better come in from them.
भाई
They're
वो
not
इनवी शूट कर
giving
रहा है
the fights with
भाई
advantage. They
ये
are
देखिए
feeling the pressure. They are feeling like nothing
अरे
is
इसको
working
क्या हुआ
on this
मैं
दो
वो
रुपए
side
का
at the
यूरो
moment.
प्लेयर
And permitted, they've had pistols, they've had the Marshal buy. This was
ये
your
ना
rifle
operator
round.
skin
This was the
chat
big
ये
round.
हुई ना
Dimensional
operator
drift
skin
investment. You
this
get
going
in towards
OT
the
अरे
site.
घंटे का OT
But Paper X
फुर्सेकन ऑन है इनवी ऑन है
take the fight early. Again, it's what we saw successful for them. It's what they didn't do on Corrode that I was waiting for.
ये कुछ OT नहीं जा रहा
Feels
भाई
like in the interim, they figured out what they needed to do to get back in towards this one. But now DRX, we'll see if it's Groundhog Day in this A site again, as they do get in to try and get that plan.
अब DRX तभी कमबैक करेगी जब वो लोग एक इको निकालेंगे
Still though, Paper X, same flood, same procedures. It's Forsaken this time.
Wow,
off the blind
bro, wow.
sides.
Bro,
DRX
honestly,
tucked
DRX
to
को W Gaming छोड़ देना
the
चाहिए
left side off the site. Got Bane in with Hunter's Fury and some other utility as well, but
DRX
this might
के लिए
not
नहीं
be
है
the
W
round
Gaming
to
भाई
deploy.
No.
He sends out the shock darts. Paper X trying to get onto the spike, and they've got the smoke surrounded. Recon's through,
क्या
Hermes
बात
down,
है
and that's just a fight doing his thing. Into
क्या
cave,
बात
no
है
survival for DRX. Solid recognition coming through.
बहुत बढ़िया
Paper
भाई
X have 10.
ये हुई ना बात
DRX are winless
ऐसे
on this
मजा आता है
attacking
Paper
side
X
of
को
theirs.
देखने में भाई
They have no timeouts.
6
Everything is
rounds
being
in a
able to
row
be
bro
dictated. Damn, what a shot by Paper X in this half right now. This feels like it is now Paper X's
Elder
map
Flame
to
Orb
lose.
could never,
We
bro.
need to see a very convincing decision and round come out from
No.
DRX right now. They have
You
not
know
been
बात
able to one-dimensionally get in towards the A site. They
ये
have to
चीज की
change
बात
it.
कर रहे थे
Is
chat
this going to be what they need? The operator back in possession for Hyunmin. A Hunter's Fury for Bane, the pit for Marco still. They can't really contend with A, you'd assume. Whoa! It is a great starting decision from Something and from Forsaken. Flash and Op play on the line, removing Hyunmin, who's been sitting on 19 kills, by the way, for so long now.
Pit in from Devi as well. Flushes DRX clearly into the B site. Jing has the smoke set up. You got 3 players already hovering across from Paperx's
recon भी already
side.
थोड़ा क्या recon? अरे क्या बात है?
अरे
इसका spam क्या connect हो?
No chance. Everyone from DRX who was hiding around that smoke got turned into Swiss cheese.
उसका personal है ये map भाई.
Little by little, calling Paperex at the moment.
हाँ?
Marco and freeing.
कुछ नहीं करने आ रहा है, कुछ भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो लोग.
तुमने देखा एक चीज इन्वी ने कैसे मारा वहाँ पे?
वो छोड़ो, वो हरमिस टीपी आउट क्यों किया अंदर आके?
At all.
अबे recon डाला था ना उसने.
Marco.
वो तो अटैकर का था.
अबे नहीं, इन्वी का भी तो recon था.
अच्छा.
Finds one, but with 5 HP.
अटैकर का recon तो सामने लगा था, साइड पे डाला था.
Oh no! If you're Paperex, or you throw a shock dart, courtesy.
Bro, उसको read है. Bro, इन्वी अकेला जिताया है bro.
यार इनका कॉम्प है ना थोड़ा सा ये है.
7 rounds in a row now for the South.
इनके duelist vibe नहीं है bro. देखो, ये देखो इन्वी को.
Snowball affair.
और उसके बाद भी उसने फ्रीइंग को लो किया.
युनमिन को राइफल निकाल के इन दोनों को ना झापझूप घुसना चाहिए.
मस्त खेलना चाहिए.
DRX was one of the best highlights of a snowball in this game of Valorant that we know right now in current meta. This kind of feels worse.
ये राउंड DRX निकालेगी देखो.
Or a better case, rather.
सो जाऊंगा भाई इसके बाद.
The blades are out. The drone first, but not spotting Something. Do they suspect he's on the line? He's not away. How is he still alive? He's not. Okay, cut down to size. An advantage finally for DRX. This is probably the best chance they actually have because no one is on this A site anymore for Paperex.
क्या बात है?
Think to it.
तुमने कोई नहीं खेला तो मैं खेल लेता हूँ.
Suddenly explode off into the A site, but
you have to pit. You have to pit right now. You need all that you can to try and win this round.
join करना चाह रहा था bro.
Playing the distance game with the Hunter's Fury.
Into the pit as well. And you're right, Hunter's Fury is online. Setting up, waiting for it as Paperex tries to surround and get themselves into this territory that's been set up by Mako. He's got a frenzy as well, so this game plan completely clear.
बोला ना chat, ये round DRX का.
With the Blade Storm, eliminates yet another, but there goes Jing, trying to work with what he can actually find. Still though, the hugest obstacle off the site of this round is just completely blocking Paperex's path to success. Mako gets himself onto the board, and it's a thrifty for DRX.
If there was ever a time to step up though, right? It's before you're
banger लग रहा है मेरे को तो banger लग रहा है ये पता नहीं क्यों.
In an elimination position,
हाँ.
and you come online with that pit.
Replay नहीं दिखा पाया.
क्या replay था बड़ा.
मेरे को तो वही देखना था.
That was desperately.
उधर ही round हार गए जब उसने blade निकाली. ये बताना चाह रहे थे.
हाँ.
क्या replay दिखाया है.
With their economy if they're not too careful, but Envy's fine. I's fine. See what they look to do. One through mid, one through elbow. With a bailout strategy for Forsaken 2, don't forget. And if you can block their lines of sight, makes the ops a little bit more risky to go for any ambitious peekings like this. Something.
हमें भी मारेगा क्या भाई?
Perhaps. We all know how that went recently. Forsaken though on to freeing. We'll find first.
खत्म. अब दोनों राउंड जीत जाएगी Paperex. मैच खत्म है chat.
Tucked around the back of the pyramids on A site. He actually circles around trying to get ahead of the wave. It's Hyunmin. Managed to spot him out. In with his shot. At close range. Devi though, out from the back of Orange, works with the information retrieved by his teammate.
GG baby!
Hermes answers back. Pops off the flash.
round और है.
Looks for a
क्या
bit more,
बात
but gets
है?
shut down by his Yoru counterpart at the very end. It's Paperex now at the cusp of closing out the series.
क्या comeback किया बे?
Some delicious kills to come in from Devi there for that 3K as well. Just catching DRX through the choke.
अरे DRX में भी कोई शूट नहीं कर रहा है भाई, सिर्फ 2 ही शूट कर रहे हैं.
भाई वो शॉटी से 2 जन तो 1 HP यार.
ये देखो नीचे देखो. थाला
fans. It has got to be a damaging feeling right
3
now
लोग.
that nothing has gone your way on this attacking side. Mate, the only round that you found so far was the thrifty with the pit.
And the blades.
And the blades being
were our
भाई 4 सेकंड के ऑपरेटर क्या क्लीन दिख रही है भाई.
2025 kickoff champions. representatives at internationals are
अब उसने एक
plenty.
टीपी नहीं खरीदा क्या?
Flown out. Forsaken just reads
Oh,
all of it. Sends a shot right through. A second! Knock goes Mako as well, trying to play around the screen. Still has to watch out though because opponents all
Bro, I
around.
missed this.
As PaperX get themselves back into line.
इलिया भाई,
Something gets sussed out.
इलिया भाई थोड़े से
Take that
बेवड़ा
kill
जाते हैं बीच
Any
बीच
day
में.
of the week. A 3 versus 3, you need to start to look for the plant to go down. As Bane has Hunter's Fury as well, you've still got Freeing. What stars do you maybe still have available as well for that Gravwell? As Marco
Alt,
finds
Envy का alt
3k in the round, Freeing finds Envy. This is looking better for DRX to hold on
ठीक है,
to
सेव
the
कर लो,
line.
सेव कर लो दवाई भाई, और मत दो, अल्ट और मत दो.
Divide though, still in the game, but gets spotted out by the barrel. Freeing's position
एक
untenable.
और राउंड, एक और
अगला ना,
राउंड.
अगला.
There
ये राउंड
goes
निकालेंगे, ये राउंड
DRX,
निकालेंगे.
not backing down.
Remember, there's time out
Bro,
available for
तीसरे शॉट के लिए
PaperX
इतना
as well.
वाइड जाना ही नहीं था
All
उसको,
that,
पता है?
You give an opportunity.
रुक के आराम से इन्वी के एल्ट पे
Turn
खेल
it to
सकते थे.
have a chat. Whoa. And my friends, the timer is paused.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Take
buy,
pause.
but yeah, we'll see.
I feel like this is not the friendly pause.
Might not. Alex goes screaming into their ears. It's 12-10.
अरे कैसा awkward
And a
pause है.
single mistake could cost them. A single mistake and we might go into OT.
Yeah.
Bro, हर्ष भाई,
Okay, there's chatter. This is a friendly pause.
इसमें भी
We're
ऐसा
all
कर
good.
देना चाहिए ना कि कोच जो है वो प्लेयर लोग के पीछे बैठ के ये
Saying that
करे,
it's not a tech pause.
हाँ.
है ना? कितना मस्त लगता है ना वो.
But there's an opportunity now.
Alex
You feel
तो
like was
बजाएगा ना कोई
desperately
कुछ हगा
needed
तो.
For the side of DRX to have another chat to try and navigate a way.
चैट
to
CS
get
में
these next
मतलब जो नहीं
2
देखता होगा,
rounds to push
कोचेस
us
जो होते हैं
into
ना वो प्लेयर लोग
overtime.
के पीछे खड़े
This
होकर मैच
team that is
देखते हैं.
notorious for a 5th,
ऐसे
6th
घूम
finish
घूम के.
position. If they're not getting to the international stages, DRX will not see themselves go out in 6th.
ये
right now in
रट
this
रट
triple
देगा
threat
एक.
bracket.
कैसे आगा?
They want another
कैसे आगा?
chance at the international stage.
रील बना हाउ टू मेक ओट्स मुझे नहीं आता बनाते.
I was just waiting for
अरे
you to send that.
100 ग्राम ओट्स
Yeah.
में
Love to
400
see
ml
it.
दूध,
Fans from down under, but at the same
उसको रख
time
दो
for
फ्रिज में
PaperX,
एक रात के लिए.
both teams truly
रात को 11 बजे रखो,
Such
सुबह 7 बजे खा लो.
players all throughout Pacific. The fact that they possibly have to get sent packing at the end of this series, at the end of
नहीं,
this
टाइम
map.
आउट
And
पे
this
फिर
is
माइक
such
चालू
a
हो
big
जाता है
round
ना.
for DRX actually as well, because look at the economy of PaperX. They could be in a Wheaton state of affairs in the next round. They'll have some guns, don't get me wrong, but not the whole kit and caboodle. But this is a big round for DRX.
भाई
Four to the main.
वो लोग 5 लोग ये जा रहे
Drift on
हैं.
in for Hermes to scope everything out. Needs to come
अकेला
with an
freeing है
advantage
जो
here,
late
you
में
would
डालने वाला
assume,
है.
because by the timing that is slipped in
Divide.
for
अरे
Divide,
क्या
he
बात है
finds
अंकल
Youngmin.
दवाई.
He got ahead of the drift, and then the Hunter's Fury gets pulled out as well. Envy fires back
अरे
as Bane
बेचारा.
unfortunately gets silenced. Still though, into sight, Mako's managed to take down his opponent. Now,
अबे इन्वी ने
they
अल्ट
set
का यूज
themselves
किया.
up.
Bang on for the plant as well. Jing to reposition to the back of A lobby. No one can hear this one. How long does Marco stay around? Jing spotted him, but doesn't reveal himself too early. Plays the trigger discipline right now as Jing scales
Nice,
up,
Jing!
finds Marco.
And now you get sent the paranoia into sight. Hermes has to back away from it. He's backed up by his teammates. though, but they get
Nice!
spotted out by something. Jumping through with Forsaken onto the shorty. Bane still stays alive.
क्या
His teammate
बात है,
fallen,
GG,
and there goes
baby!
something with the operative
GG,
punch through.
baby!
It's diabolical for
What a game,
PaperX
what
to
a game, what a
win this
game, what a game.
fashion. 13 to
Why,
10. They
son?
surround the site. They plant their feet down and they send DRX home.
100%
And it's backwards
accuracy,
and forwards
baby.
affair in the RX Derby recently as well.
क्या लगता है
Last
अखिलेश भाई,
time at
PaperX
Champs
versus
it was
Steven?
ब्रो मैं हर्ष भाई, मैंने सोचा कि लोअर ब्रैकेट से पेपर एक्स क्वालिफाई कर जाए तो
वही तो बोल, तो अभी पेपर एक्स वर्सेस स्टीवन होगा.
100% पेपर एक्स T1. पहले तो पेपर एक्स
But-
DFM, फिर पेपर एक्स
अभी
T1.
डीएफएम भी होगा.
अबे तो DFM T1 है ना कल.
हाँ, तो उनमें से जो जीतेगा वही पेपर एक्स के अगेंस्ट जाएगा ना.
नहीं, जो
वो
हारेगा.
मिडिल ब्रैकेट. अच्छा, वो मिडिल ब्रैकेट.
हाँ, अभी लोअर को और एक बचा है. तो पेपर एक्स को एक और हरा के एक और को हराना पड़ेगा, तब जाएंगे. समझ रहे हो?
यार बहुत बड़ा है भाई लोअर रन तो.
हाँ
Especially in the previous match.
भाई,
And it's early
और तुम
stage.
सोचो लोअर रन तो बहुत बड़ा है, पर जो अपर पहुंचे वो लोग के लिए कितना फायदा है.
अरे वो तो सो गए भाई।
वो लोग एक हारे ठीक है कोई बात नहीं, एक हारे ठीक है कोई बात नहीं।
in, changing up the roles as well, right? From the initiator on the KO, I think it looks gorgeous. From getting in this Yoru as well, there's a learning process. That I think really does look good.
तू भूल गई होगी खेलना कैसा है।
Early, and they've got a lot
दो
that they
खेली
can
उसमें
build
भी
upon
one-sided
as
दोनों
well.
मैप जीती
But
है।
from us folks, it's a bit of a shorty one here.
नहीं अबे वापस RRQ ही जीतेगी ना ब्रो। अच्छा गेम था, अच्छा गेम था।
And it is PaperX claiming their victory over DRX tonight. Congratulations to PaperX and something. Shall we?
भाई समथिंग अकेला बच गया था इसलिए उसको।
네, 오늘 경기 승리를 거둔 페이퍼렉스의 썸띵 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. 아, 썸띵 선수 기분 좋은 모습도 봐서 좋은데 특히나 또 Z를 잡은 모습이 오랜만에 보지 않나 싶습니다. 먼저 그동안 썸띵 선수의 Z가 많이 보고 싶었거든요. 좀 어떻게 느끼고 있는지부터 물어보도록 하겠습니다. Congratulations, 썸띵. On the win, but also being back on the jet finally. We were able to see you be that aggressive, something that we used to know. So what was it like getting to play that agent again on Breeze? Liberating?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while I played on jet. Maybe last time I played in stage 1, I think, basically like 6 months ago, something like that. So it's been a while, I missed jet. So
6 महीने बाद?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to play on jet.
Z를 마지막으로 한 게 한 6개월 전 스테이지 1이었나 2였나 기억도 안 날 만큼 좀 오래돼서 오랜만에 Z를 하니까 너무 재밌었고 그리웠다고 얘기를 하는데요. 말씀해주신 것처럼 썸띵 선수 그동안 Z 외에 좀 다양한 요원을 소화해주기도 했습니다. 뭐 요루를 해주기도 했지만 비토 같은 신규 요원을 하면서 활용하기에는 조금 힘든 요원들도 다뤄주고 있는데요. 그동안 좀 답답하거나 스트레스 받는 부분도 있었을 것 같은데 어떤 시간을 보내고 있었는지도 들어보고 싶네요. Now, speaking of the jet, you've been playing other agents that aren't really optimal for operators, right? So you're on the Vito, Waylay as well. I mean, you were the designated opera of the team.
Same.
So what
Similar
was it like playing those different agents? Was it frustrating?
आ रही है धीरे-धीरे कोरियन आ रही है।
New, you just took it for the team.
I mean, to be fair, when you play new agents, you're always learning something from the agents. You always like see from another point of view on, for example, Vito and Yoro.
बात कह दी।
So yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you like the Vito?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. 뭐 새로운 요원을 배울 때마다 항상 새로운 것들을 배울 수 있기 때문에 특히 뭐 비토를 통해서 게임 보는 눈이 좀 다양한 시각으로 볼 수 있어서 좋았다고 얘기를 하고요. 그래서 뭐 상관없다 이렇게 얘기를 해줬는데 비토 그래서 좀 괜찮냐라고 얘기를 해주니까 뭐 신경 쓰지 않는다 괜찮은 것 같다라고 얘기를 해줬습니다. 그리고 마지막으로 페이퍼렉스가 사실 이번 킥오프 내내 조금 더 다양한 맵에서 다양한 시도를 하면서 맵풀을 강화시키는 노력을 하고 있는 것 같아요.
라가브 상
오늘 처음 공개했던 헤이븐이었는데 오프 시즌 때도 내용이 굉장히 좋았거든요. 근데 지금 헤이븐을 꺼낸 이유가 뭔지 왜 진짜 꺼내지 않았는지도 물어보고 싶네요. Now it seems like you guys have been strengthening your map pool, and especially when it comes to today, you guys opened Haven.
इसका क्या भाई मैं आपको first time तभी देखा था?
During the off season,
एक साल
Davai was killing it on the chamber too. But why didn't you guys play this map sooner? Why now?
To be fair, we've been picking Breeze, and then as you can see, we need to improve Breeze even more since we changed comp. I mean, on practice it looks well because I've been getting so many kills on scrims, but then when it's come to the tournament, I don't know, 13 kills, it's not it, you know. So yeah, I mean, about Heaven, we've been playing well as you mentioned in off season, so it doesn't make sense for us to pick it, I think.
헤이븐 괜찮기는 했는데 사실 요즘에는 헤이븐 대신 브리즈를 많이 픽했잖아요. 근데 브리즈 조합을 계속 바꾸다 보니까 훨씬 더 좀 고쳐야 될 부분이 많겠구나라고 생각을 하게 됐다고 합니다. 그리고 이상하게 이 브리즈에서는 스크림 때나 연습 때 썸띵 선수가 킬을 진짜 많이 하는데 경기 때 그 모습이 안 나오는 것 같아서
कोरियन में बातें बड़ी हो जाती है।
근데
또 어차피 헤이븐 잘하니까 오늘
नहीं वो
픽을
अगला
안
क्वेश्चन
할
भी पूछ
이유가
लेती है ना.
없었다고
아,
이렇게
but
오늘
still.
맵픽의 순서에 대해서 설명을 좀 해줬습니다. 자 그러면 다음 상대 DFM 아니면 T1이 될 것 같은데 팀원들끼리는 좀 누구를 만났으면 좋겠다 하는 얘기가 나오고
RRQ
있는지
versus
아니면
NS?
개인적으로 어느 팀을 만나고 싶은지도
Shit.
물어보도록 할게요. So next up will be either DFM or T1. Are there any talks around the team on which team you guys would prefer to face, or is there your personal preference?
I mean, personally, I would like to play versus T1 again to get this kind of like revenge. So yeah, maybe versus T1, I
उन
want to
लोग
play
को भी
more.
पता
rather
है
than
easy
DFM.
है.
T1을 상대로 좀 복수를 해주고 싶은 마음이 들어서
उनको ही पता है T1
개인적으로는
क्या
लेकिन
T1을
क्लच
만나고
भाई
싶다고
नहीं.
얘기를 해준
DFM versus
선택
पेपर एक्स है ना, बहुत टफ
여기까지
गेम होगा.
선택 선수 만나봤고요.
कैसे
저희는
टफ
내일
होगा
오후
भाई? क्या
4시에
बात कर रहे हो?
여러분께 다시 돌아오도록 하겠습니다. 함께 해주신
वापस
여러분
बोलो.
고맙습니다. Thank you
DFM
something.
पेपर एक्स
Congratulations
कैसे हो
once again.
सकता है
We'll see you
टफ?
back here tomorrow.
ठीक है.
भाई नहीं भाई वो बात नहीं है भाई डीएफएम में जो बात पेपर एक्स में है भाई. आज वाला मैच भी फंस गया था इन लोग का, फिर भी निकाल लिए ना. है ना चैट? बात तो सही कही ना मैंने.
चलो बाय बाय.
चलो 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
감사합니다. अच्छा गेम था भाई चैट. अब रात को मिलते ईएमईए वॉच पार्टी में ब्रो. आज से अपना ईएमईए का घी चालू है 3 दिन के लिए. आज ईएमईए गेम, कल ईएमईए गेम, परसों ईएमईए गेम. यस सर. 3 दिन तक ईएमईए गेम. यस सर. ऑन टॉप. जेंजी जी देखा था. देखा था. राइट चलो दोस्तों, बाय बाय, टेक केयर, सी या.